ourselves a new champ. It's the Dallas Empire with their second home series win. It's chaos. Just a shot of our players now as we get ready to get into it. What is Clay doing?
I think his camera is froze. No, he's in a forever smile.
Oh, that's
a forever smile.
That's perfect. Clay looking good. Is that everyone just getting dialed in for this first match?
Oh, I think he's resetting the camera. So now we'll see him refresh it.
Match
but we got Big Crim with the hat on, bro. I'm excited. Oh, he's back. Oh, is it working? Maybe. Oh, it's thinking about it.
We've all been there.
All right,
we've all been there.
Gone.
Live streaming and your webcam just starts freezing up.
Deactivate.
Jeez. Exactly. But now the map fly through is map 1 will be Gunrunner. Thank you to those of you watching for your patience. We are ready to go. They've tested the servers and we are locked in.
Tested 28 of them actually, I think. I don't know.
And we are locked into map 1. Empire versus OpTic, our third first round matchup of this weekend's tournament.
And yeah, it looks like Slasher is going to be on that main AR. So yeah, Dashy, we were talking about it. Dashy's going to go back to his sub, and yeah, it's where they.
No, I thought the change was Dashy back to main AR.
Yeah, so it looks like Slasher. Yeah, Slasher.
Okay, so what we heard is not
they threw a pump fake at everybody.
So what we heard is not happening. Now I just saw that. I mean, I saw it versus like a COD Intel account that heard it in his stream or something like that. But it surprised me quite a bit just because we finally thought we saw improvements.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, right? So yeah, I think we weren't crazy. So Dashy keeps that MP5 out. Nobody has gotten 1 point. Actually, Dallas just picked up 1. Dallas focused on those spawns, focused on keeping OpTic Gaming on the left side of the mini-map as we rotate the depot here in 12 seconds. But they're getting a lot of kills right now and kills at the right time.
There is going to be, what, like 10 total points scored on that first hard point. Is nobody really able to get set up. But now what can Empire do with the early control? It's Shotzi rallying over, trying to deal with his first lane of troops. Got an awkward timing on one, I thought, but he might just get in behind both. I think he spotted TJ right before he got into the smoke as well. But as he tries to cross, he gets cut down. OpTic now look to pounce inside of the hard point, but Clayster, Hook, and Illy ready to greet them.
Yeah, Dashy able to find that. It's only 1 bullet out of Crim to take down Dashy. Takes him down. Now we're getting that trophy set up. Slasher trying to get up top. Here comes the push out of TJ and JCap. TJ able to find 1. Where is the trade? JCap is there. Nice job by him. Can he find the second? He does. Able to get in. Not able to snap on the Shotzi, who's up top. Well, it looks like the rest of this time, the Dallas Empire way. You take a look at the scoreboard. Look at the start out of the 2 young guns for Dallas. Illy and Shotzi both double positive. But, you sort of expect that. You get the early rotation. You hold the strong side of the map for that second hill. And now it's OpTic Gaming's turn here at Minecart.
Yeah, this is where they need to make a statement and start to get back into this game. TJ right into the hard point. As OpTic fanning out around the hard point. The point man going to be JCap in towards Minecart as Dashy looks to follow him up. Hook's going to get dropped. Shotzi will fall as well. It's Illy trying to make a play all the way around the back, but Kenny able to pick that up. The numbers here for Dallas, they get the close spawn. They're just going to flood in. OpTic spawning so far deep in the back behind Warehouse, and Dallas will get in.
Yeah, Shotzi with 3. He was able to find the entry, then follows up with 2 more. Now he's alive inside the hill. Guess what? I'm in the corner, able to take down TJ. 3 do go down for Dallas. Crim going to be the last player here. Illy watching over him. With 15 seconds left, I think you take that if you're Dallas, right? You disrupted about 20, 30 seconds there. So a nice push from them. And Shotzi has just not slowed down.
Yeah, I feel like that Warehouse point's got to be big for OpTic. Or Empire going to open up such a massive lead. But first we'll get off the crates. I think it was a 3-on-3 for a moment before Kenny dropped. Now they all soar on in. Hook does a good job finessing. He'll stay up. He's going to be in a 1-on-2 here, and TJ is able to burst on through. That'll get TJ right into the hard point as he looks to hold the cross. What, I think a Simtex from Illy over the top that clears him out and opens up a path for Clayster to get into position. Shotzzy.
Yeah, I think he got hit by like 3 nades. Yeah. But yeah, Shotzzy with the knife, able to find that one, able to find the second on the TJ. Sliding around, can't get the third. The movement was on point right there.
I mean, you guys called him an online-liner. You see, you said he couldn't make it happen on land. Well, he gets it done on land. Now he's right back to his comfort zone. You expect some big maps out of Shotzzy.
Oh, did Illy get through? Oh, Dashy just able to spot him. Nice kills from OpTic Gaming on this rotation as well. You see how far away from the left side of the map that Dallas Empire are. You're going to get this set up inside from OpTic Gaming. This is a tight setup. Everybody inside the hill. They really have nobody on the outside. We're going to force Dallas to try to get in. Placer's going to open things up. Dashy's going to take the back. He's going to spot one, but that's going to be 4 dead. And guess what? When you hold it from the inside... Wait, TJ's still alive? Okay, finally it's taken down. But when you hold it from that point inside, you know, you don't have reinforcements. 1 set of deaths and the spawns will be flipped.
What a break.
And the hill will be flipped.
What a break from Empire. And as I said a minute ago, this is the one where OpTic, I felt, really had to get a strong hold, or Empire were going to start to run away with it. And that's exactly what they're doing. As everybody from OpTic is going one by one, they're all getting cut down. The last member inside, and TJ will get dropped. As this looks to end our first set of rotations with a healthy lead for Empire. Just a beautiful break there. And yeah, you said you try to hold it from inside, you're not going to get a second wave and a second chance at the hold.
Yeah, usually you have like one person, right, just a little bit pushed up, maybe find 1 or 2 kills in a sneaky position.
I feel like Slasher was kind of trying to be that guy, but he was the first one to get caught as he looked to hold that forest lane with the AR.
Yeah, but now back to middle. And guess what? Guess who's holding the right side? Exactly what they want. That's going to be Dallas. Just feels like they're a step ahead right now. Both the slaying and in the rotations. Shotzzy not slowed down. Illy right, well, not really right behind him, but 17 and 12 from him. But it's all Shotzzy, 27 and 14. And the stats on the other side are not going to look good for OpTic Gaming with this score.
Basically everyone getting smoked right now, especially Cap, the rough stat line midway through this game. As we'll take a look at the overall minimap, and still spawning out deep is OpTic Gaming. Empire had that spread right in front of Depot like they want. And when you have that number 4 Illy popping right inside the next hardpoint, that is a fantastic position to be in.
Plus you have bathrooms control. I mean, you look at Hook, you look at Crim as well. They're just making this push so difficult for OpTic. Nobody's been able to even get inside for OpTic. This has been a clean first 15 points. OpTic, though, they may get those close back left spawns, and I think they will, and they get inside the hill. So it's almost like Dallas pushed a little bit too far middle of the map and flipped the spawns for OpTic Gaming. An opportunity for them to get right back into the game.
If they get this hold, they're still going to be down 140 or so, but it looks a lot better if this is a great hold from Empire. Slasher doing damage from the top rope. That's going to be 3 in a row for Slasher as he's able to get the hold. The contest still there for a moment, but there's the all clearance as TJ and JCap pick up the pieces. This will get them right over the 100-point mark, and yeah, it's still a big lead for Empire, but you don't get that break from OpTic.
That would have probably been the game.
Yeah,
that would have probably been the game.
Who's over first? The minecarts. That number 1 in Shotzzy will be set up in position first. Spawning close is OpTic. They're going to go flying on in. That's a lot of kills now for OpTic. That's all the kills now for OpTic. Pushed up is going to be that number 7 in Kenny as well as he's picking him up off spawn. This is back-to-back brilliant pushes from OpTic. More time to go. 5 in a row for Slasher. 5 in a row from Dashy. The big multi-kills from Kenny. And right back into this game they go.
Yeah, able to get that break just so clean. Illy, though, on the flank, does get taken down. Dallas Empire right back through. Some nice breaks from OpTic Gaming. TJ now with a multi. His duo and Dash, he was trying to get in, does get taken down. So the final 10 seconds will go the Dallas Empire way. It's still a 60
Yeah, it felt like that was such a big moment for OpTic when they got the break.
It was.
Yeah, but like it's still the lead's basically the same for Dallas. So the good point is they didn't open it up even bigger. But now you got to do what you can at this point and somehow get the flip as well. 5 in a row there for Empire to cut them down. 60 points away from victory in this map 1.
It just comes down to the slaying, and well, there's 4, so they're gonna try to get as much time as they can. This is an opportunity, right, where Dallas may play for the spawns super heavy, and they might not put a lot of pressure on the crates hill. And this is where you can sort of earn some time back. Then it will come down towards that break. It looks like Dallas is going to give this one more go. And I think that's key from them, because if you give that 20 right back to OpTic, they're only down 30. Things are looking a little bit better for them, but a nice break is going to push them far across the map. But now it's on this rotation. Illy inside that corner. That's going to be a freebie.
Yeah, they win it at
one player
minecart.
Inside green. That was going to be a free kill as well. So here we go. Can OpTic Gaming get this break?
Sometimes the best play, just tuck away in a corner. And fantastic job there from Empire.
Spawn? Well, he's going to spawn right behind one player, but Slasher reads it. But this is typically what we see, right? A player like Hook just sort of patrolling the hallways. But here's the pressure. Can Crim deal with it? Able to find the first one. Has his teammates to deal with the rest. And there's just one player left, and it's JCap who has to stay alive and wait for his teammates.
Hook tries to get through on the flank, not quite able to do it. Presence here again from OpTic Gaming, but that 60-point advantage for Empire. They've enjoyed it through most of this. OpTic have contested some of the time, but it's simply not going to be enough as the spawn and the reinforcements there yet again for Empire. They've just done a good job of, they've lost like a player or two, but haven't run into that like 5 down scenario that OpTic found themselves in, or what was it, 4 down with TJ left, so they were still able to get the close spawn and hold on.
All right, so now for OpTic, you have to keep them off this middle hill. As we reset, go back. Nice shots by TJ, but also focus on the spawns. It's tough to do 2 things at once, and guess what? They already lost the spawns 5 seconds into the hill. Dallas Empire, they put so much pressure on bathrooms. They're able to push through. I mean, it's just tough, right? Because you can't let them get as much time as they want. They're trying to earn it and get back into the game. And Dallas, a wonderful play by them.
Dallas looking to close it out on this hardpoint. Just 9 more points needed. Hook 30 and 23 on a forestry, but it's Shotzi with the 40 bomb. 40 and 23 with 90 seconds in the hardpoint. What a map from Shotzi. What a map from Hook. Illy and C6 not far behind. Just a brilliant job from Empire as they win. This is what it should look like when you outslay by 20 to 30, right? This is what the scoreline should look like. A little bit different than our first 2 map 1s.
Yeah, a little bit. I still think, like, Cave and Ramaza sort of play into that story of, that's like, true. You can get outslayed and still rotate, right, if you're winning key battles because the spawns are so close. But, yeah, Dallas, I mean, right from the start, right from the get-go, they had that 50-60 point lead. They never let it go.
There's the map 1 win for Empire. They do it in convincing fashion. I mean, really, once they got out to that 50-60 point lead early in the game, they just never let it go. Every time it felt like OpTic got a big break, it was like a break to just keep it close, right? It was never a break to really chip away at the lead. Just never had that moment where they could chain together a couple of hard points. Cap gets smoked. He goes 18 and 34 as we'll take a look at the overall stats, but Shotzi, what a map. 41 on the board. We already had 49 dropped by Simp earlier today on Cave. We've had some really brilliant individual performances early in this Chicago event weekend.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a look at the stats, like damage-wise, Cap wasn't far behind TJ, and TJ dropped 30 kills, but yeah, 18 and 34. That's a tough map for Cap, but yeah, Shotzi, an absolute beast performance from him.
I think that's what we were worried about a little bit with this team when it was formed. Like, we talk about all the talent on OpTic, but I think if there was one worry, it was Cap. Like, Cap is not at the skill level of the rest of his teammates. I think we could all agree there, and especially early in scrims for this squad, like, Cap was getting fried, and that was one of the big concerns, but it felt like he was kind of improving, and I thought TJ was the one really slumping for this team, but that was that kind of game from Cap that I think we were worried about, and he's got to be better in this series and this weekend if they're going to get some wins. But now let's take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be Shotzi going off. He had a bunch of brilliant moments through that map 1, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and pick one, right?
The knife
it was an easy one. Yeah, the knife. There was just so many plays right from the get-go where Shotzi just took over. I mean, he had a minute 24 in the hard point. He had the most hill time on his team. The guy was literally doing it all. But it's going to be Shotzi. Right before this, by the way, he had 3 kills that helped them break this. So just playing inside the hill is such a sneaky player. And yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a Shotzi montage.
I think this is when the knife comes out, right?
No, it was right before this.
Oh,
yeah.
right before this? Okay. All right. Well, never mind.
Yep.
But we are going to take a look at the Challengers schedule right after this. If you missed the announcement, 2 weeks ago at the Dallas event with the shift to online, there's been some changes to how everything's going to go down with the schedule for the Challengers event. There's going to be a lot of them. There's going to be a lot of money on the line. We've got the Chicago Home Series, and then Chicago Challengers Open for 15K going to be going on as well. The big one, the 50, is on the first weekend of May. That's going to be going down the 5th.
Yeah, we just had one of those last weekend. So yeah, Challengers it's pretty lit right now.
Yeah, some of the matches
a lot of money.
too. I tuned in a bit, and some of the matches were crazy. We for the most part, for Joe and I, we're always talking about the talent at the pro level because that's what we commentate and that's what we highlight for most of our career. But there's a wealth of talent just chomping at the bit and hoping to get into this. But next up, it'll be Search and Destroy. Last time these two teams played, Dallas just whooped them. It was like a 6-1, 6-2 scoreline. Dallas dominated that. They've been solid on our Claw Peak for the most part this year. I think that map one was crucial for OpTic if they were going to win this series, and they just came out flat.
Well, I will say though, for OpTic Gaming, like we saw them play this map a few times in Los Angeles, and they were pretty darn good on it. So yeah, while this is a good one for Dallas, they have plenty of film to study. We saw them make improvements on this map. You know what Dashy can do with the sniper, so definitely don't count them out of this one.
Oh, well, I accidentally paused my feed, Joe, so I'm going to need you to go ahead and highlight this while I refresh. That's a problem?
Sure.
Because I'm not on the right timeline anymore.
Go ahead and reconnect to that feed.
Whoops.
As OpTic, they're going to be on offense first. They're going to go very fast towards this B site. Slasher opens things up with a first blood, and that should be it. Quavo with another one. B is wide open for the taking. Ook, what are you going to decide to do? He's going to rotate. 5 versus 3. TJ's going to find Krim on that rotation. This is a clean round out of OpTic.
I mean, when you think about where they should excel, this team, I mean, think about the OpTic Gaming team last year, and TJ and Dashy come in to improve that team. First event of the year, they're the number 1 and 2 in S&D KD. They came in to fix that woe for a previous team. So we know that they are capable of absolutely, single-handedly dominating Search and Destroy. If you're OpTic, you should be solid in this mode.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to have a weak mode, honestly.
Well, yeah.
That's, yeah. But yeah, they should be solid Search players.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I guess that applies to everything about this team. You should be good. Why aren't you?
You should be pretty good. Yeah, we were hoping so.
Well, first round, they're able to do it. The only kill for Empire coming behind Hook. Everyone else falls flat.
Died, yeah.
Pick for Dashy. Illy's going to get caught. As Dashy looks to reposition, there's a second, just narrowly misses it, but Slasher connects at the same time. Slasher takes down 2 before dropping. Kenny in the mix as well. It's Shotzi and Krim left to clutch this up. They are both able to get kills to make this interesting. 2v3 with just under a minute to work with on offense.
Yeah, Shotzi has bomb as well. Still the hot hand from game 1. Slasher just watching the cross, has a nade in his hand. This should hit. All right, so they know one's there. That's some free information. They know Shotzi still in this position. Maybe you have TJ work up towards the bomb. It looks like he's just watching the cross. Has to be a little bit careful. TJ's going to pop Deddy and try to make a push. And I like that. That sort of baits out Shotzi to hop on up. Slasher pushes right behind that. Oh, Dashy with a nasty little snipe.
What? Let's see this again.
Little bunny hop at the end, too.
Wait, what? All right. Okay, he hits the snipe. Yeah, but let's say that looked ludicrous. I thought he hit him through the wall and everything when I first saw it. Nutty shot there from Dashy.
Well, 2 good rounds for OpTic, yeah.
And yeah, 3 total kills now for Empire. These haven't even been close rounds.
It's just the first bloods, and they're going down just so fast, right? OpTic's just catching them on rotation. So you see OpTic spreading them pretty well out, but there's another first blood out of TJ.
Yeah, I think Krim gets a little bit overzealous, goes for the wide peek from Mound, and TJ makes him pay. Yeah, you're not going to win this.
Well, hello.
Not going to win this if you're down in numbers early. Every single round is all the one-on-ones going the way of OpTic Gaming. Similar to round 1, where I think it was the first 2 kills for OpTic. Hook then got 1, but they got snowballed behind that. Can Hook make the play? Nice little snap. His cap just gets obliterated. Hook's able to get away with his life. Dashy, though, hits the snipe. It's a quick one. Onto Clay inside a ditch. Don't do it. Don't do it, Hook.
Well, Kenny inside a ravine. Yeah, Dashy watching over him. I thought Shotzi may be able to make a play, but Quavo right there with some nice shots with that M4. Cleans the round up. And I mean, yeah, for Dallas, it's pretty simple, right? I mean, it's just the early rounds. It's all OpTic Gaming's way right now. You think about what we just watched with Seattle Surge and the Gorillas. What did Seattle have a lot of success in on their defenses? It was retaking, but you have to be able to at least have even numbers, you would think, to retake the bomb sites. And OpTic, they're dominating.
3 rounds, 3 first bloods for OpTic. And that theme continues. Slasher gets top, stun checks mid. That stun probably hit 2-3 players in the mid. That's going to set up TJ for another first blood. Kenny follows it up again. Kenny obliterates Illy
so well
as Empire gets throttled in another round. And this is seemingly going to be the opposite of what we saw the last 2 times these guys played, right? Like OpTic dominate the map 1, Empire dominate the map 2. About to flip that on its head in this. Wow.
I mean, it's just wherever Dallas is going, OpTic's already there, already ready. Whoever is like sort of making the play calls right now for OpTic is on point, right? They're just reading them like a book because they are ready. They are in the positions. They are L-triggering their pushes. It's just been such easy kills for OpTic Gaming.
See if the hot play calling can continue. This Dallas just desperately need a round, need some
trying
kills.
To find something.
Need a first blood. Yeah, there's literally nothing positive to talk about. They're just getting obliterated in this map too. Maybe Illy can find the first blood. Oh, there's going to be a smoke that's going to allow Kenny to tuck away. The rest of the teammates layered out towards B and mid.
And Dallas is getting pretty aggressive as well towards the A site. You see Hook and Krim inside of Broken. With Hook's position, Krim can back off. That's exactly what's happening. He's going to rotate back to B.
There we go.
This is a B hit, and finally a first blood. Yeah. It was Krim versus TJ. Krim got to be a little bit careful, and well, he has a trophy.
Looks like they want to wrap this back towards A. But look how far pushed up Hook is. Yeah, he's so far pushed up. This should be a free kill unless he gets awkward timing. They're going to check it, though. They're going to check it, and Hook is just going to get dropped.
Oh, that sucks. You're like, I'm in such a good position. I'm not in a good position.
Exactly.
Oh, man. What? It was just a stun.
Yep. The stun like hit him in his forehead. Now Kenny gets in behind. The round falling apart for Empire. He's almost able to snap onto another. Nice shot from Illy. Yeah, just stays up. Dashy now by himself.
Yeah, he's got to plant it right now. He's got to plant it right now. He gets off of it. That'll be the round. Does find Shotzi. But Dallas, they get on the board.
That looks so funny from Hook's POV because you know in his head he's just like, crap.
Well, and you saw what he was doing, right? He had to watch both mid. He had to watch their side, right? It's still a tough position. But it's one of those positions where you can catch them off guard. Just that time, Kenny had the stun ready, stun checks it, and that's GG.
Can Empire go back to back? Finally, some kills to go and a round to go with it. Illy had the angle for just a minute. But not enough time to pull the trigger. Nah, it's not an easy one. It's a nasty bit of cover from Slasher.
Well, Slasher's able to find that first blood on Hook towards the B site. And I think with that first blood, OpTic Gaming can over-rotate towards A. That's exactly what they're doing. Kenny in a sneaky position with this M4. Such a great game out of him at 9-4. Double positive. Dashy almost catches the corner shoulder of one player, but he gets taken down.
Shotzi trying to work this. Surely they hear him here. But I think it's just Kenny. He's not moving. He's not giving up this position. He just saw the tip of Krim's head. Now threw on the cross. The sneaky position is going to pay off. Right back to he goes. Krim tries to peek it. Kenny hits the shots yet again. Numbers to OpTic. Illy last alive. TJ's got the angle. Clean round from OpTic.
It's Kenny again, who just swings the round for them. He's able to find the multi-kill. I mean, we're 5 rounds in and he's on 11. He's averaging over 2 kills a round.
And I thought for a second he was going to bite on shots. He's stomping around and ditch, but nope, just plays it patiently. Holds that edge, knows he has a free one when they got across the bomb. And then a second big win there against Krim, as Krim knew right where he was. And all he had was his head to take off. He does just that. 5-1, OpTic. And as you said, Kenny 11-4 in 6 rounds, nearly averaging 2 kills a round.
Oh, I thought we were 5 rounds in. Okay. But still, insane stuff from him.
You know, Joe, just like you have to keep me honest and hold me accountable, I'm here for you too, buddy.
I appreciate that.
I'm a man of numbers and statistics.
Yeah, the Maven numbers. We know all about them. As Dallas gets very aggressive A-side once again. See Illy and Krim working that mound area. The smokes go down. None of the nades hit. They just miss Krim.
Yeah, I thought those were going to connect and take one of them out, but a little bit far over Illy.
I say OpTic might just go right up the middle. It might go right up mid-map. Krim gets taken down. Kenny's going to spot Hook. I don't know if Hook knows this, but they're just in between both the setups defensively.
Yeah, that's just a gimme. Kenny with his 12th of the game. Little time to work with. Shotzzy maybe a chance to do it, but Flasher checks the corner. There's the kill. TJ in position. And OpTic pick Empire apart on our club. That was some beautiful search and destroy from OpTic, Joe.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was. It just felt like they were a step ahead, but I think the key thing is just the first bloods. That's really what it comes down to, especially on their offenses. They were just bullying Dallas
6
Empire.
First bloods, right? 6 they had, 1 for Dallas.
6 first bloods, and I mean, Kenny 12-4. We talked about it a lot, but just the whole team. It just was easy. It felt very easy for OpTic Gaming.
Beautiful win there to bring it back to 1-1, as that was some of the cleaner and more dominant search and destroy we've seen. You said you've seen them on the map before. They look good. They look even better there. The first blood's just so dominant. Any type of one-on-one, it didn't even feel like it was one-on-ones half the time. Like, they just had the better position. They were L-triggered. They were reading it ahead of time. And as you said, just whoever was their shot caller was just absolutely on point. We'll take a look at the stats from that. Kenny obviously going to be the standout man at 12-4, but as he's triple positive, you can say the same for Slasher, TJ, Dashy 5-1. What's Sing? I don't even know what that's called. As he's I was gonna say Sing Tuffle or something.
Were you about to say Sing?
I don't know what I was gonna say, Joe.
Yeah, me neither. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I mean, for OpTic, that was just, they were reading Dallas so well. I don't know if it was the VOD review that went into that or what, but they were on point.
Well, we have to go to a commercial break, Joe, and it's not to get the map 3 ready. It's because I've been told that I need to powder myself as I look very sweaty. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Quick commercial break, then we'll get into the Game 3 domination. Let's take a look at the U.S. Army tactical play. And I don't know what's tactical about this. This is just unhuman ability from Dashy as he hits some nutty snipes. One of the best snipers in the game, and he makes it look easy here.
Yeah, I mean, he just does something with that sniper, right? That I think all of us wish we could do. But yeah, I mean, such a strong sniper. Arklov Peak, I mean, the guy's just an absolute unit on the map.
What a dominant effort from OpTic. They'll tie it up 1-1. I was a little bit worried this series might get away from us, but this isn't the final round one, right? We have 4 round 1 matchups going on today with our 8 teams participating in the Chicago Home Series. Your Game Field marquee matchup coming up for your final match of the night is going to be Huntsmen versus Subliners. And I think what's interesting for this is if you're a casual fan or maybe haven't followed it as much, you probably think this is very lopsided, right? Like if you take a look at the CDL points, this looks as lopsided as any matchup you could possibly have. But everything we've been hearing from Crowder, the coach of FaZe, or around the league amongst pros and coaches, is that Subliners with Mackin And in this off time where they've been scrimming, they've improved massively.
I mean, it's a talented roster, right? I'm excited to watch that match after this. You look at the New York lineup. It's a team that has always loved playing. I think like that Chicago lineup. Like Attach and Zuma, I've always looked forward to playing against like Scump and Formal, right? It's just something they've been confident in. Not a lot of people can say that. So next match should be a ton of fun.
That's all of Advanced Warfare. Like if you think back,
yeah, they've had no problem.
Think of that. God, that stage 1 matchup in Call of Duty World War II. That was one of the crazier finals we've had. Like there's been some wild matchups when you think of like Scump and Formal versus those two players.
Yeah, right. It just always just felt like Tatch is like, yeah, I love playing those guys.
Oh, without delay, right into the domination we go. Map 3 underway. This Group B match is tied up at 1 apiece. As JCap gets right up to the van and looks to make a play. There's the first kill, but unfortunately he gets swarmed.
This is a nice push from Dallas just right away. Typically, we see that B flag capped pretty quickly by the team that spawns A. Krim was trying to sneak on through. He wants that A flag, and, well, some spawns come in. One spawns mid-brick wall, one spawns by C. As OpTic Gaming behind that, they might be able to find an opening. Kenny is going to be top L, and he's going to get on the B flag. So those were some wild spawns right there for OpTic Gaming LA.
It looks like it worked out, though. They might get the neutral at C as well. This actually is perfect for OpTic. They've got them spawning towards green. This could be perfect. Where is Dallas going to pop? They're going to pop down towards yellow and rally over. You already have JCap inside of L, but he's going to get smoked. It was a 2-cap with a neutral for a moment there, but the scoreline just 14-13 right now. Kenny, I thought, was going to go off inside of that B spot, but now Empire's got 4 players onto it as they look to balance back into it. Wow, what a sequence that was.
Yeah, and I think Dallas has done a really good job, you know, considering the fact that it was two flags and a neutral. They're able to get that CB set up. So right off that, a nice job by the Dallas Empire to bounce back.
Dallas Empire bounced back, and they absolutely needed to, kind of based on how that map 2 went. Look at a rally back here. We're tied up at 22-22. 2-cap and a neutral now for Empire. Let's get right to an Astro Gaming listen-in.
Get top out, get top out.
Jumped out of the roof.
Top stack, absolute. Where's he going? Yo, he's staying there.
Go in.
Flash was top stack.
I got I'm going to watch C, I'm going to watch C.
Watch him for it.
Let's go in. Go in. Last 2A, guys. Last 2A.
I'm playing my life. No, he got me bottom house. Dashy.
2 apple.
Dashy on it. Dashy.
2 apple.
I'm giving up C.
I'll give it C as well.
3. Oh, fuck. 1 shot apple, yo.
Get in B.
Watch top L.
They're gonna come top L. No one has
Once we
it.
get away, kill.
Yep.
Their door weak. He's weak.
I'm on his
Top
top
L.
L.
Yo, door. He's in.
There's no on their door. I'm nading the white barrels.
P1.
I got 1 shot.
One could be top L.
He's on
AC
me.
hub. AC hub. I hear you. He's AC.
Yo, door.
Jumped on me AC. Jumped on me AC, guys.
Butting B.
Another one in B.
He's on B, right?
B.
He's in B, yeah. Get out.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
P1 1 shot.
Yeah, P1.
Yo, there's one green. He's top L. I'm nading. Yo, one on B.
Looking top L. Top L dead.
I'm coming top L right now.
On B.
On B.
They're gonna get B.
No, one's fork right now.
I spawn green.
I got
Nice,
another one.
one
White
B,
barrel.
guys.
Top L. What's the guys? Mid map. Dead.
Top AC. Go. He's on top
Yo,
of me.
yo,
Two of me.
yo,
Yo,
green
listen.
color.
Slow down. Slow down.
I was gonna nade
Top
it.
AC.
Slow down, guys. Slow down. Go L. Slow down. Go L. This is bad time.
I'm coming out.
Burning cart.
Yeah, I'm coming right
I'm just
now.
staring top L.
I'm middle snake right now.
I like is the tail
done
into
me?
that. Kind of Clay saying
in.
slow
Flash
down.
Oh, he's
And
bottom low. I didn't even see him. Cap.
It looked like he was getting away
Dead.
from him a little bit. Clay just kind of telling the troops, slow down. Let's get out of this as they're in a tough position right now.
Yeah, I mean, having a great game, yeah, always being that, you know, vocal leader. And I just think that's important, right? Because sometimes the game can feel pretty darn quick. And, yeah, you just got to slow down, L-trigger a little bit, find an easy kill or two. As I mean, going into that listen-in, right, they were able to get that CB setup. They held it for a majority of time. This is great for the Dallas Empire. Considering the fact you spawn on that Charlie flag, that's not the preferred side. Things are looking good for them.
They did have a 15-point lead, though, that has started to disappear. I think regardless, though, to your point, just with the sides, you'll take this. And now with just over a minute to play, they don't quite finish B, so B's just going to get neutraled. Over to C goes Dashy. They're going to spawn on him at C. So it's going to be Slasher that has his work cut out for him. There's going to be a lot of Empire players now flooding towards him. They smoke one side, they hit the other. They're going to know Slasher's here in a second. Nice little snap from Clayster to take him out. They're going to hold B as well. Nice job from Empires. We're tied up at 62.
I mean, they get this AB. This could be a, 8 to 10 point swing for them, where they could have that lead going into the second half. JCap trying to do what he can inside of B, waiting for his teammates. You see TJ inside the middle of the map, but as he sets up this pinch, he's going to be the only player on this side of the map. And now Shotzzy trying to work on a neutral. He's able to get this neutral for the final 30 seconds. This could be big. Slasher, though, goes... Oh, Slasher runs right into him, and he's going for the cap. This could be a 3 cap, but the B neutral is there for OpTic Gaming. But like we talked about, any lead for Dallas, I think, is just huge, considering the fact that they spawned at C.
10 seconds left. No cap for OpTic. No kills for OpTic. Dallas dominate the final minute of play. And what will the final lead be as the final tick goes in? 11-point advantage, 82 to 71 for Empire. A great first half, but obviously still very manageable for OpTic.
Yeah, manageable. It's not like it's out of reach. You just have to have a nice CB hold, maybe try to get that A flip, but it's going to be tough. We know Dallas, a very solid domination team.
How quickly can they flip it, or, well, can they flip it? 2 on the home flag. 3 towards B, and where OpTic found no success at B off the break, Dallas are able to get it very quickly. OpTic want to push up mid-map and try to go for the flip instantly. Doesn't seem the kills are going to go their way. Hook and Clayster shut it down. That's early 2 cap for Dallas.
Yeah, a bit of a different break off where they send 3 players, and instead of just going towards A, they try to almost trap the players inside of B, but the help was there for Dallas Empire. Shotzzy has not slowed down from his map 1 in the respawn. 15-9 from him. Slasher trying to work the A wall, and now you see the Dallas hold coming through. Shotzzy's position just so strong. That's
a 5 spree now for Shotzzy after the triple. Able to get away with his life as well as he continues to finesse towards mid-map. Now he peeks. Now he fries. Oh, almost able to slide and get away from that. 18-10 from Shotzzy, and that lead that didn't look that scary going into the half, now up to 21. As second by second into this second half, things get out of reach for OpTic Gaming.
I mean, respawn-wise, Dallas has had control in that map 1 from start to finish, and so far in this map 3 from start to finish. Gotta remember, though, what was the map that, OpTic had in their grasp in Los Angeles? It was this map 3. And while Dallas were able to put together a crazy comeback, can OpTic Gaming LA do it against the Dallas Empire?
Yeah, what was it? They were up, 30, 40 with a minute? No, I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was 30 or 40 point lead with 90 seconds or something like that.
It was 20, 30 points with 90 seconds. Yeah, it was a lot.
Something where we thought it was over, basically. Unless OpTic screwed up, and they did just that.
Yeah, they did. But they're able to get the A flag. They have AB now. They're in the strong position.
This is their chance.
Yeah, this is their shot to get right back into it.
It's all on Kenny and Dashy to try and hold this push. There's still going to be one more there. Clayster behind the barrel. Slasher now to hold it from top. As TJ, I think, is working the flank. Can TJ get there in time to make the play? He's able to pick up Shotzzy. Now they're going to have to worry about him. TJ wins another. This is huge from TJ to keep the pressure off TJ. That hip fire hit too. Is that 3 for TJ? That flank was massive to keep them in control of B.
Yeah, I mean, the players on Dallas Empire can't get on B unless he's taken down, right? It's just free kills from him from that upper window. And now you see the trap. I think Illy actually might have gotten through here. TJ's able to find another double. But now it's down to 16 with 2 minutes remaining. You get 12 points per minute when you hold 2 flags. So this still has to be a very good 2 flag hold unless they want to go for a neutral. You have to imagine Dallas has it in them at least to get a neutral at B. As it's going down right now, Illy, Clayster, they're all on top of it. The neutral comes through. Now OpTic Gaming, they have to go.
Shotzzy just slides right under 1. Dashy and TJ, though, able to take out 3. That's B cap, though, for Empire.
Yeah, he flipped, though. One player sneaking on through. It's Clay.
Going back is what TJ. TJ's going to have a huge one-on-one here. It's a huge one-on-one, and he can't win it. Clayster with the drop shot. Clay's able to win it. That'll be the flip.
Hook won it.
Hook won the gunfight onto B. I think he actually takes down 2. that might have ended the game. That sequence there from Empire might have done it.
Well, yeah, maybe. 4 go down for Dallas Empire right at the same time. It's still a 12-point lead. They can hold it with 2. But you see a neutral going down at C. There's 1 player at A. Clay is going to get taken down by Kenny. Kenny now on this neutral. It's going to be close. There's 1 more player. He's shooting at the trophy. Illy pops on over. The smoke was down. So now for OpTic Gaming to win, they need 2 flags and a neutral, but they have to get some kills. And the kills right now are all for Dallas Empire.
I thought he was going to land right in front of the trophy. He was going to kill him shooting at the trophy. Like, yeah, it almost worked out. He doesn't win the one-on-one. Kenny gets dropped. Illy goes huge. That more than likely is the game, is you'd need a 3 cap now to get this done. A great rally from OpTic, but Empire do just enough to hold off in the final stretch.
I mean, to me, it's just like, I mean, the difference in the score really is that first half, right? Like, it's the first half. If OpTic Gaming, I think OpTic did a great job on the second half spawning on the C flag. Their second half was much better than their first half.
It's like both teams did it. Both teams did pretty well from the offside.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
For OpTic, where they have that A flag controlled, things are looking good, but instead Dallas clutches up like they just do all the time. Yeah. A couple of key gunfights win by Illy, a couple of key gunfights win by Hook. Shotzi was incredible the entire map. Well done by Dallas Empire.
And obviously it comes down to a lot of moments, but if you just think about the opening moments of the game, right? OpTic, typically from that A side, as you mentioned, you get that early B control. They weren't able to do it. On the other side, it's early control for Dallas as OpTic try to push 3 up mid, so you get those extra points there as Dallas gets a 2 cap really quickly. I mean, that comes down to 5 points, for God's sake. So you could just pick a handful of moments where it maybe could have done OpTic's way, but it doesn't. And it's Shotzi again. 30 and 17 from Shotzi. Clayster right there with him at 28 and 13, as we'll look at the stats here in just a moment. Some really big performances on the side of Empire.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to take a look at the stats, but I mean, you know, it's a 6-point game, right? It's just a few of those kills go a little bit differently for OpTic Gaming, a few of those one-on-ones down the stretch, and this could have been their map number 3.
Well, yeah, and like you, I mean, there's 1 player even in cap. Everybody else is pretty significantly negative, other than Quavo and Neg1. Like, they got smoked really from that standpoint. They still kept it close. I mean, obviously, in a game like Domination, it's so much more about control than having these wild slaying sprees for the most part, but valiant job from OpTic, just not quite enough. Big win there from Empire to now take a 2-1 edge in this series as we'll head to another Hardpoint. We'll see if OpTic can take this. Last time they played in LA, I believe they split the Hardpoints in different fashion, but a split nonetheless. OpTic got to win this if they're going to push it to a map 5.
Yeah, we're doing a Hackney Yard again, so we're going to stay on Hackney. I don't believe these two played this last time. I'll have to check. I remember it was Gunrunner, but I forget the 4th Hardpoint map. I'm gonna take a look really quick, but I think this is new in the series. So
I believe it is.
Yeah, they played Ramaza in LA. So
well, let's take a look before we get into this show. I want to take a look at the PS4 damage dealt leaderboard, and yeah, it's going to be Shotzi that dominated. I mean, he had that incredible map 1. He drops 40 plus. Had the great map 3 here as well, but not only the kills, he was putting in the damage throughout the course of that map 1. Is Shotzi? I mean, who knows, man? I know maybe he started a little bit slow this year, but he's on his way to be one of the best players in the league. The guy's been lights out lately.
I mean, it's just like how quickly he's improved, right? He's already won a home series in Los Angeles, and I think that weekend just gave him the confidence that he needed because, you know, we talked about the role change, right? He's just sort of running dead silence now. He can do whatever he wants to do instead of running that trophy, and since that point, we know how talented he is, how good he is with the movement, and he's just shown it every single home series since then.
Yeah, like from the smoke trophy, you know, you put that in Hook's hands, and he still seems to be, you know, going around even or positive. He's still putting up good numbers, and Shotzi was just struggling in that position. Shotzi just seems very, very, very comfortable now in this lineup. But Empire up 2-1. Staying on Hackney. We'll see if OpTic can get us to a search and destroy. We started the day off with 2 3-0s. This one potential to go the distance. And then one final match. Again, it's going to be your game fuel marquee matchup. The final one of the night. Huntsmen versus Subliners, which I hope that's as thrilling as I think it might be.
Well, that'll be a fun one. We think at least, right? I mean, If it's the New York with 10 CDL points, then probably not. But if it's like this new New York that we expect, then yeah, it should be a great match.
Well, it's Empire with the favorable spawns. As they'll look to hold this right side of the minimap, that tire shop side, and see what kind of lead they can push out to. Shotzzy continues right where he left off. A great performance here behind the barrels. They start soaring out, and finally we'll be able to pick him up as Empire get into the hard point. Dashy and TJ now coming from the top rope, looking to get whatever picks they can. OpTic, though, still spawning out deep for the next hard point.
Yeah, Dashy doing a good job just staying alive inside the hill. Hoop finally going to take him down. Yeah, both TJ and Slasher. A Shotzzy finds 3 more kills. 6-in-1 start from him with that multi-kill. He's going to get on the hill, earn some time. OpTic Gaming trying to flip the spawns, maybe, but we know how difficult it is. Dashy, TJ, and JCap all get taken down. So you're going to have Clayster inside the hill with that AR in a prime position.
Now we'll flip on over to Tire Shop. How well can Empire hold this? If you think about the first hard point, for the most part, when they got the early setup, they did a great job outside of a couple of nice OpTic Gaming breaks. Just look how deep out OpTic is spawning all the way towards back office. We got 20 seconds off of this already. They're not even across the halfway point of the map.
I was just going to say, you might throw 1 or 2 attempts at this with how much time's off the clock already. Shotzzy just playing around smoke sketch. He's going to find 3 more. That's a 5 spree. 12-2 start from Shotzzy.
Slasher's got 1 kill. TJ's got 2.
He's good.
Shotzi's 12-2. Like, they're just getting fried. The youngster's going off. Now the multi-kill in from Illy. Shotzzy back to work. Keeps on soaring through them right across the map. Just get out of their way.
Oh, man. They are just running and running and running.
Running and gunning.
I don't care. They just don't care.
I like that. I like that, Joe. You're a man of many accents.
Yeah. I think that's a video. I don't remember. I don't know where that came from.
This is pretty standard, though, when you think about this map and having that right side spawn to start. They're up 50. And you expect that, right? If you're OpTic, you expect to be down. So you got to hope they're not frustrated. Even though Shotzi's been lighting you up, even though you've had a poor start from Slasher, in a way you expect it. You know it's going to be tough in the early going. You just can't let it get under your skin, and now's when you try to rally back.
Yeah, I mean, since that point, though, since they've gone on that crazy, there's been a lot of green in the kill feed. Like, OpTic have brought it back, and you know, they've gotten a lot of time on this. The problem is you have this 40-point lead, and they weren't able to catch up to this on Gunrunner. Can they finally, like, you know, have that lead switch, or will Dallas always be 1 step ahead of them? Because that's what we've seen so far in the respawns.
Well, this is the moment. This is where we've seen teams, I think, improve so much over the course of the year. Is this green control into what, 3 or 4 down, and a nice flip to docks. We've seen it so many times. You saw it a bunch of times for the Dallas Home Series. That's 4 kills for OpTic. A great hold again. Pushed up is Cap before he drops. 4 for OpTic and 4 for Empire right after. Look how far out OpTic spawned. All the way kind of bottom tire shop. Now, as much as you need to think about these next 35 seconds, you really need to start to think about a flip as well, and the flip's going to be gifted to them. Spawning out is JCap. They'll be spawning dockside. They can sit a little bit of pressure at this to try and contest as well. But this could work out favorable, at least for the next hard point for OpTic.
Yeah, I think you would have loved that scrap time. And they got to be careful because, yeah, they have the spawns right now, but Dallas is running. They're going to try to flip it 1 more, and they're getting a lot of kills. They are getting all the kills they may need. Crim trying to sneak inside. Yellow, nope. OpTic, hold on. So we talked about it a few times on Gunrunner, right? There was a few hills, especially Warehouse, where OpTic had to hold to bring themselves back into it. This has to be that hill. A good 40 or 50 will only bring them, you know, within reach of, what, 10 points? 10, 15 points. So for OpTic Gaming, this could potentially be the game right here.
Let's take a look at the minimap as they look to make this push. So far, OpTic holding on, but Clay and Illy find a pair of kills. May not be enough as Kenny's got the cross with that M4. Dashy now 5 in a row for him as well, and this is the hold you wanted to see as Dallas continued to spawn all the way out the opposite side of office.
And they did it, right? That was a great hold from them. And again, like, you take a look at the scoreboard, Shotzi's still having a great game, but doesn't matter, right? Just because of that hold where you get 50 to 60 seconds, feels like some of the guns of OpTic starting to heat on up. Still, you need a little bit more, I think, out of Slasher at 8 and 17 with that M4. We'll see what he can do on this second set of rotations.
In comes OpTic. TJ trying to find an opening through mid. Not going to find a great timing there as TJ will shoot him in the back. The play behind the smoke, simply not enough, as this is where Shotzi had, what, 2 triples, I think, the first time we were here?
This is playground.
Yeah. I don't think TJ even saw Krim in that pocket behind the barrel, so that's going to be an easy one for Krim. Nice shots from Slasher over the top, but, I mean, if it looks like this is going to be the same time as it went the first time through, where Empire get a majority of this time, they have spawns for tire shop, and then suddenly all that work OpTic did to get back into it, they're going to have that major deficit yet again.
Yeah, you would hope that OpTic would be able to break this hill, but I mean, this is wonderfully done by Dallas. And the pressure's not even on their spawns at all. They've been getting hill time. They've been controlling tire shop, as you said, and
they increased the lead by what, 35 there?
Yeah.
Not a place you really would expect it to happen, but they're able to do it, and they did it safely. Now, OpTic had no success here last time to try and get in on these spawns. They found several kills. This could be the opening behind the smoke. Everyone from OpTic soars forward, plays their Simtex, at least able to stagger the push for a moment. By the time Slasher gets his AR in position, unfortunately, all of his teammates have dropped, and now your AR is your point man. And there's the hold again from Dallas, up 70. Looking to close this series out.
That lead, they just couldn't get ahead of it a few times. When it felt like OpTic Gaming were bringing it back, it was another big hold by the Dallas Empire, very similar to map number 1. Cap trying to do what he can, but with 10 seconds left, the focus is going to be on smokestack at hill number 3. Maybe you could try to lock Dallas in, you know, towards this side of the map for as much time as you can, but it's just going to be difficult from this point on.
Oh, hell of a nade in to finish off TJ as well from that top office window. You've got a border on flawless now if you're OpTic to bring it back. I don't know how they can do this. It'd be one of the more impressive comebacks we've seen. To be fair, a lot of the wild comebacks I feel like have been on this map, just not necessarily from as big a deficit as OpTic is facing, but on this map nonetheless.
I'll tell you what, they've done a darn good job at this hill. They've picked up 30 points. One that's a little bit more contested. 4 go down. JCap's going to make it number 5, and Dallas are going to get on this. If they get these 15 seconds, you probably think it's all but over.
How many times have we seen Shotzi multi-kill pop up?
Hey, he's 32 and 17. He's on another 4 spree. The guy's just having the time of his life.
Yeah, this is one of the more impressive series we've seen from someone, at least in the respawns. The search, obviously, nothing really positive for Dallas, but the respawns. Shotzi has been insane. They just need 4 more points as they look to finish it off inside of office. Placer looks for the opening. TJ shuts it down. OpTic just holding on.
And I mean, listen, if you, I don't know, coming into this, we knew that Dallas was the better team all year. They have been the better team. And we know it, taking a look at Group B. I'll tell you what, OpTic have played this series pretty darn well. So you have to feel pretty good thinking the other 2 opponents in this are the LA Gorillas and the Seattle Surge, right? So there's still very much a chance for OpTic Gaming.
Barring some kind of miracle flip here,
yeah,
this is over, but they still have to contest the rest of this time. Number 7 is going to be the one that has to make a play. Kenny's going to have to do something nuts. He's not able to do it. They finish it inside of office. 250 to 208 is Empire. Win our 3rd series in our 1st round here at the Chicago Home Series. And Shotzi, what a series he had statistically. The man was nuts.
He was, doing whatever he wants.
Triple kill.
34. I mean, listen, when Clay's got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2 minutes of those are probably at tire shop where he's just hanging out with an AR.
Yeah.
We saw what they were doing on that second hill. OpTic weren't even getting close, right? Like sometimes we see some smokes go down. Maybe one player trying to make a sneaky play can try to get inside, but there was none of that. They just control Tire Shop and that first hill so well.
Well, let's take a look at the overall stats so you guys can just see how ludicrous this was. Really dominant from Shotzzy. You pointed out Clay as well. I think it was Hook right there with him who had a solid game as well. Sorry, Crimsix had a solid game as well. No, who was it? Hook. Yeah, Hook, 32 and 24. Sorry, he had a big one as well. Just dominant. I mean, I know it's a 42-point victory, so it's a close game, but slang-wise, another fantastic performance as Empire looking to bounce back from their disappointing performance for their home series 2 weeks ago.
We're talking Dallas Empire and their keys to victory. Glacier and Illy need to step up their performance from yesterday. Again, individually, we had some, standout performances, and I'm sure you guys know the names already, but Glacier and Illy were two of the players when, they won the home series previously. They were ones that stood out. So if we can get a better Clay and a better Illy, who knows what Dallas can bring to the tournament.
Indeed. We'll have a look at the US Air Force Quickscope, Phil, of course. I think that's going to be giving us some little stats, little bits of fun tidbits before we roll into this matchup, mate. And again, it's the CDO points, the biggest difference between these teams. You brought it up a moment ago. Dallas have actually managed to win a home series. They did a great job back in Los Angeles. Seattle have really yet to get onto the board. And, it's an interesting record at 33 and 29 in game records because, Dallas, they win their series overall. They've got more wins, but they're still being brought down by a couple of big teams. Do you think this is a walk in the park for Dallas? I mean, does Seattle, at the record they have, at the current form they're in, is this a total walk in the park?
I don't think so at all, and I was actually speaking to a couple of the Seattle fans before this series and jokingly just being like, you're about to get smoked, Dallas beat you, they've got 2-0 on you. But realistically, when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, that 33 and 29 does stand out. Dallas are a great team, but Seattle, they showcased what they can do yesterday. For me, Seattle need to get off to a hot start here, and that's from, rotation 1 on map number 1. Talking of maps and modes here, we've got the US Air Force maps and modes. We're, of course, going to be starting off with Hardpoint. That's going to be Cave, a double dosage of Gunrunner, Hackney, and ending with a bit of Arkloff Peak. But yeah, just kind of going back to the point, I don't think it's a walk in the park. I think we could very well see a 3-1 or a 3-2. If I'm putting my predictions out there, Miles, I'm going with a 3-1 to Dallas Empire.
3-1 to Dallas Empire. Let's have a look at that Seattle roster in just a moment. And again, we think of this Seattle lineup. Big names that stick out to me, of course, Octane, one of the most talented assault rifle players in the world right now by far. And the most recent addition to the team. Again, a long-term friend and I believe a schoolmate of Octane, which is crazy to think that, I said this yesterday, the same school brought 2 COD pros to the same league who are now in the same team. That's unbelievable. Apathy had a great showing yesterday. Slack also had his moments. And Karma, a little player, his players been very, very quiet for me, frankly, when it comes to the Modern Warfare season so far. A 3-time world champion in Call of Duty, a player who you would expect to be putting up, a little bit more wild performances, someone who's a lot more cerebral and influential on the map, but he's yet to really get going here, Phil.
Yeah, I think when we say, yet to get going, it's a tough one because in a team like this, he's always been in a team where he can shine and do these individual crazy plays and stuff like that. We didn't see that from him. A few plays that did stand out for Seattle was Apathy for me. His Respawn KD, I think, was... his Search and Destroy KD was set at a 1.5. We saw him at Hardpoint KD, 1.73, number 2 from yesterday. He was kind of across all the boards, but it was slacked in Search and Destroy at 2.0. But Dallas Empire, as the team that they will be opposing, they have a strong lineup. We all know, we all love it. Shotzzy, for me, was incredible yesterday. He came in with the overall number 2 KD of 1.59. Karma was number 1 at 1.61. So you look across all of these kind of details here, from yesterday alone. There's a lot of Karmas jumping out the stats that I'm talking about. Slacks, Apathy, Shotzzy. These are the names that are up there alongside some of those FaZe members, of course. But yeah, it sure is going to be an interesting one. Apathy, Illy, and Place, they're still working on the webcams, but...
I was going to say, Phil, the Dallas Empire have got to have the worst face cams in the Call of Duty League. Did you see
they have face cams?
The idea that if they don't have face cams, they're Hook's one's on the floor. What is going on, Dallas?
No,
anyway.
I like the different angle. You got to see Hugh in his natural habitat, sat at his desk with a camera on the floor at his feet. I mean, maybe the chat will get what they want at the end of the day.
Whoa! Don't give the chat what they want. They want to see Nameless's feet. They'll get Nameless's feet. Let's get into map number 1. It's going to be an Azir cave. And already off to the races with Octane. It's what he does best. Just shoot people from very far away with that delightful M4. Don't forget to check out his YouTube series of as he breaks down weapon classes and whatnot. Very interesting information. But here we go, friends. That first hardpoint filled well and truly in the hands of Seattle's Panda and Octane. Just continue the light of the kill feed.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Octane is one to watch on this map in particular. Again, it does favour some of the assault rifles in these power positions, but as we jump on board, it's going to be Slack trying to get these rotations, and he's going to find himself not 1 but 2 shots CNC6 that are going to go down, and with the hardpoint rotating earlier, sorry, very soon, should I say, 20 seconds, we are going to see Seattle potentially have that control. Apathy, a player which really stood out yesterday and is looking to do the same once more. Karma has, of course, the trophy. He's going to be the player running that trophy and doing the dirty work, it seems.
And again, we think of the trophy systems, for those of you unaware, basically eats up anything thrown at it. So that's going to be grenades, stuns, flashes, concussions, whatever you want to throw at it. So, over towards the next hard point we go. Seattle with a relatively firm lead, a solid rotation underway. That means they've got control of the next hard point spawn. It's going to be that far right-hand side of the map. They want to die and respawn as close as possible to that position. And now the push from Dallas. Slack locking down the front of the map. Going to get cut down, and there's absolute pandemonium there underneath the catwalk. As shots go back and forth, and you blink, you miss it, and sleight of hand later, you've got yourself a Dallas Empire in the hardpoint.
Yeah, one of the things I said was for Seattle, they need to start strong on rotation number 1. That's exactly what they did. They're actually going on a 5 streak. Octane and Slack were right there with him. 5 kills instantly, almost off the bat of the game. However, Dallas, they do break in. They are going to nullify it a little bit here, but with 20 seconds left, it looks like that's going to go Surgery's way, and the rotation over to the field is going to be far off. Dallas, Crim6 though, 0-6 right now. Not the best of starts. He'll be wanting to turn that around. I'm sure he will do, but once he heats up, maybe the Surge might have a little bit more of a difficult task on their hands.
Yeah, we heard Crim6 being somewhat disappointed with his individual performance in yesterday's interview with Rich and Lottie, but see if he can't turn that frown upside down right now. Illy unable to do so as Octane. I mean, I'd love to see the stats in a moment, but Octane is honestly ripping through the start of this map very, very well. This is what you want to be seeing as a Seattle fan, and I must admit, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing out of the young Seattleites. I've got absolutely no idea what the collective noun for a group of people from Seattle is. Phil, back me up here, mate.
I have no idea.
Anyway, 10-3 though.
Take your word for it.
Do 11-4 now. Octane is on an absolute rampage, my friend. Hugh's trying to do what he can to bounce back with some. This is all Seattle. All Seattle.
Certainly is. They have a nice lead of 40 points here. As Hugh finds a nice little multi-killer, 4 in a row. Crim6 is 0-8. You hate to see that, and it's something that you really don't see. But there we go. Round of applause. Crim finds his first kill, and I'm sure many to come. He might be 1-9 right now, but we'll have a check-in a little later, see if he can turn it around. Only down by 50, and we do see Dallas, of course, fully in control of this hardpoint as well. So if they can keep Cave West, if they can lock this down, which they're, of course, wanting to do, see a little bit of a change in points, but Apathy snuck through the back, finds himself a Fletcher and a Huke, and it looks like his teammates now falling in line. Apathy continuing his performance from yesterday, 4 in a row, not going to make it 5 as Clay shuts him down, but with a 50-point lead, it's looking good for Surge.
It was great for Surge. That was a fantastic break, and now we've got straight onto the point for Panda. He's going to do what he can from these power positions down low. Cave West extremely difficult to break. So many strong spots for the AR players to be in. Demonstrated fantastically there by Panda. Karma backing him just over his left shoulder. And as you can see, continued pressure there from Dallas, nullified by the hold from Surge. Now we go over to the final hard point and the first rotation is this cliff path. Now by the outpost, Illy first in, set up and ready to roll. But he does have Octane behind him at the top of that broken sort of watchtower position. That's going to be a very influential spot to be on right now. And Octane, a dangerous, dangerous player to be put there. So there you can see on your screen. Now he lined up. Has great oversight over the hard point and over that underpass to the right of it. But here we go. Octane doesn't know Illy's here. Sneaky, sneaky Illy. And Willy pounce. There it is. He's going to clean that player up. Now allow the remaining members of Dallas to try to flood towards that hard point. But they're being cut down left, right, and center, Phil. The mid-map presence from Surge. They've got every angle covered.
They certainly have. They've got everything going for them right now. And I tell you what, with Apathy 18-8 on another streak here of 4. We've got Panda as well on the 4th streak. He finally gets taken down. But Apathy looking for that pick isn't going to find it. But you look at the bigger picture, you look at the hard point. This is surrounded by the Seattle members. Everything is working for them with over double the points of Dallas. They've got a huge mountain to climb. But Crim6 finally heating up with 3 in a row. Can he turn it around? Can he claw it back for the Empire?
Can he claw it back for the Empire? Domination. Here we go, charging forward. Panda once again and Octane. That duo really working their way through this one. The slaying department is all Seattle. It's 19 and 11 for Apathy, 16 and 9 for Octane. That is absurd. Slacked. He's my Grubhub pick of the day. Would you know it? 14 and 9, and you laughed at me in the rehearsals, Phil. Who's laughing now? Actually, still Seattle.
Nobody.
Definitely Seattle.
Nobody's laughing. I'm confused. I'm bamboozled what I'm seeing right now. But yesterday we saw that, you know, the New York subliners taking out Huntsman. Now we see Seattle shutting down Dallas. Am I surprised? Yes. Am I kind of a little excited? Yes, I am. We're seeing something different from Seattle. And I tell you what, the maps are good for Seattle. I mean, even going straight away from this map and mode combination, this is one we've seen Seattle have success on. But Dallas have had their number time and time again. We look at the stats, we go back to see this, and Seattle have played Dallas twice. They've beaten them twice. Will history repeat itself? Are we seeing a new reformed Seattle? Absolutely. 50 points, Miles, separates the two teams.
Yeah, 50 points is basically one decent hard point right now. So don't count Dallas out of this just yet. It takes a lot to bring down an empire, and typically it starts from within. Shout out Rome. Here we go. Solid push now as we make our way through the middle of the map towards that next hard point for the Dallas Empire. Seattle with a very, very firm backline now set up. Backs firmly against the wall, and will be holding down this push now from Shotzzy. He tries to find his way forward. Slow and Steady is going to be the one to do this one, but he really has to make these kills so decisive. There's the first. Any more out of this push from the young man Shotzzy? There's another kill. Lovely work from Shotzzy. Can he keep this one going? 5 in a row. Can he get the 6th on a slack? Nope, the bullets in his gun aren't exactly helping him out here. But good presence. You see what has to happen there. You have to get maybe 4 or 5 kills in a row in order to actually break that hold, actually flip those spawns. And Dallas now on the point, even with Seattle so close, this is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, this is actually really good for Dallas. They're pushing them back, and they can hold them back with 20 seconds left. This is where Dallas will almost kind of fight for a little bit of scrap, then back off, go towards the soccer field, and still at a 50-point deficit. They're not in the greatest position, but they're fought back, and they're making this work for them at this given time. We're seeing another push here coming out from Illy. 2 back-to-back here as Grim finds 2 himself. He's just keeping Seattle off this hard point, neutralizing it, almost keeping it uncontested. Because then, what happens? A full rotation to soccer field, and look at the minimap. Everyone from Seattle still in that cave, and they're going to be kept back there, pinned back there here, I feel, by Dallas.
Yeah, but if honestly, Phil, if Seattle just maintain what they're doing now, early rotations, great kills all across the board, they can take this one. But they've got a little bit of work left to do now. The killing department slowed down somewhat for Seattle as the brakes have been pumped. Dallas now. Clay taken out from up top. Great spot to be in still, but he will be taken out by clean map awareness there from the Seattle players. And here we go up over the top. Illy, not to be confused by that player jumping literally above his head. An immediate kill. Now Krim trying to get back into the kill feed at 14 and 20. He's definitely turned this around, but no idea what's going on here as he's throwing trophies inside this house. Just aiming for the front there, but that's a good set of kills there from Dallas. A full 5. A complete sweep as they are going to retain control here of the soccer field. And Phil, that scoreline getting closer. Rotation's already down though. Seattle going to be in control of Cave West.
Yeah, and Seattle had to take for a long rotation to that. They had to go right round the back. It did work. They had to go for about 25 seconds. That 50-point lead now down to just 20. But roles are reversed. This is where Seattle have a very strong setup, and they can hold them back. If this keeps going the way it is, very back and forth, Seattle will take this. They're comfortable in doing so. Primrose certainly has turned it around. 14 kills to his name. Slack finding a double. Should find a triple, but he needs a new magazine. Woo! There it is. Clayster will hit the deck, and Seattle will continue with this dominance here on map 1. 30 seconds left here on the cave as well. Dallas in a tough position because they need to push. They don't want to get completely outnumbered. They're going to send number 6, that's Shotzzy, for the rotation. We'll have to see if it works for them.
Cave West almost perfect here for Seattle. Shotzzy on the rotate though, you're right. If it works out, it's got to sooner rather than later now for Dallas as they have started slow. But will they finish the way they started? That's the question. Shotzzy still trying to find his place in the back. It's going to be Slack. Once again, right place, right time. Doing so much for Seattle right now. But Shotzzy has his number even through the smoke. Cuts him down. Lovely awareness again. Shotzzy has been an absolute standout for Dallas since that win in Los Angeles. And here we go. A solid hold on Cliff Path now for Dallas. Push down the street. Here it comes as Panda finds his 5th kill in a row. Seattle now driving the spear, driving the trident right on through the front of the Dallas Empire. Shotzzy's trying to hold the line now from the back of that white van, and here we go. The shots come through, but no. Apathy and Slack, they lead the charge. Brilliant stuff. Once again, Josiah Berry on point. Clay's going to cut him down, but a good push, though, from the Seattle Surge field. They managed to find enough kills and do what they can to keep Dallas off the point. And right now, that's all good, man. You can let them have this time because they have mid-map control for the next hard point.
Seconds here. Dallas need to rotate at the same time. Shout out to Trim, though. He was locking down that back tower perfectly here and picking up the slack. A couple of the other players really picking things up here, and as rotation goes down, hello to the new Hardpoint. Shotzi's in town and is ready to go and take him down, but it's only 2 that he finds here. The rotation should be down 217 to 191. We're getting to the very final moments here of this Hardpoint. Seattle have control. They're trying to pin them back with everything in the back pocket. Stuns, Semtexes. Will they be able to hold back the Empire?
Oh, they're going to do a great job of holding back the Empire, because the last time we saw Shotzi just decide he wanted mid-map, he got it. Octane, though, in close range engagement here with the M4, not exactly what he wants. Slack, he's got to do what he can now to break this point. 20 seconds for the win now for Seattle. One solid break, and they can do what they can and just grab the scrap time here and then worry about that next rotation. Slack in from behind, can't get any more than that. Octane up front, great shots onto Crim. Perfect. And now you got hardpoint control. Got to get back in there, though, because, again, Dallas, they're keeping up that pressure. Those fast submachine gun players getting in there on point so quickly. But Panda now working the backline, trying to take control of Cave East in 15 seconds. This is going to be huge. He can't get Prim as well. 10 seconds for the win now for Seattle. What an upset this would be.
They can end it here, but the contest comes in late and it will get rotated round. Again, Dallas cannot win on the next one, but 2:45 is the scoreline now for Surge, and Dallas have to hold the perfect line. But the problem with this as well is they're going to have to find some miraculous rotation if they can pull this off towards the soccer field. But it's not over just yet. One break from Surge, and they will be able to take this. Illy, Shotzi combining for the double there as Shotzi finds 2 smoke going down. Grenades are going out. And at what point, Miles, does Surge go, you know what? We don't need it. They cannot win here, and we rotate early.
I know, you're seeing this push. The panic is starting to set into Seattle. They're pushing in one by one. This is a nice concerted push as a group. Slacked and Karma slowing this down. It all comes down to Illy. A nice nade to slow them down. Karma slides in on point. An immediate kill. Illy with a pistol. Starting to get a little desperate. Move away from the light, Dallas. Move away from the light and into the hard point. Go for it, Clay. Gotta get these players off point. Lovely work to hold the time for now. And if you look at the minimap, we're trying to see that rotation go down. The final 10 seconds, you have to play for every single moment for both teams, but you have to rotate as well, Dallas. You've got to get across the map, and Panda, he's laid up for it. He got shot in the back, but on the flip, oh boy, Seattle! What a start to the series. 250 to 228. It was a little scrappy at times, but a win's a win.
Upset City. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. I think Octane just dropped a big 4-0 on him. It was a slow start for Dallas, a slow start for Crib. Crib certainly turned that around, but Seattle just got that early lead and they maintained that throughout. And again, it was 40, 50 points consistently. We see 33 out of Apathy, 32 out of Slacked as well. The objective time coming in from Panda, nearly 2 minutes on the clock from him. He might have gone -14 there at the bottom, Karma, but he certainly did some important work and important rotations for the squad. But overall, Miles, I can't, look elsewhere than Octane. Big 4-0 once again.
They started things off in a huge way as well, and woo, interesting start to the series, my friend. I must admit, Seattle have surprised me. Love to see that, and I'm telling you, Dallas have got the worst face cams in the league. Hook's on the floor. Illy's not got a cam. Clay's got a different photograph. Anyway, the stats you can obviously see on your screen now. I mean, brilliant stuff. And nonetheless, 40 for Octane. Lovely work from him. And again, the AR on Azir Cave. No one does it better. Really solid work from Octane, time and time again. He does seem to be that shining star for the squad, and we will not stop screaming his name until he starts pooping the sheets. And he has yet to really do it yet. Brilliant stuff. That scuff play of the game, however, does not belong to Octane. It will in fact be belonging to his teammate Apathy. Full dad mode from Apathy at times. Yesterday he was brilliant stuff. Now I think he's starting to heat up, man. I mean, everyone always jokes that Apathy is a player that only really awakens the beast when it comes to the very end of the year. That's where we see him in his finest form. But ever since having a child, he's honestly looking great, man. I mean, we saw some great stuff from him. This break fill was influential for Surge.
Yeah, I mean, the kills that he made, weren't hard kills. It was getting in the position that he did to make that, and that broke a hard point. That got them 25, 30 seconds as well, and that was the difference maker in the game. But it was time and time again, we saw 4 streak after 5 streak with him. He started off very hot. He did slow down a little bit, but throughout the game, he was consistent. He had his moments, and he broke that hard point, that Cave West, so easily, it seemed. and it was just sneaking through. It was the route, and I tell you what, route man gets paid.
Route man gets paid, and I do want to bring this up because we're about to go into our Grubhub picks of the day here, Phil, and I've already spoiled it. I spoiled it by screaming it in the match. I was so impressed by what I was seeing, but Slacked is my Grubhub pick. He's my Grubhub pick player for the day. I was impressed by him yesterday. Route man gets paid. Honestly, Slacks has been looking great, man. And in that last matchup, he was the player hitting those rotations early for Surge. He was the guy doing the damage. He was picking up what he could. I mean, he had a very strange, quite slow 3-piece. But hey, man, a 3-piece is a 3-piece. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. Seattle are winning games and maps. That's what matters. Slacked is a big part of that. And I think Slacked is a player which gets overlooked. My Grubhub pick of the day was Shotzi. And again, that was purely off the performance yesterday. And I think that goes for Maven as well. Attach was a superstar in that game versus the Huntsman. But overall, beautiful stuff.
Hey, Phil, speaking of beautiful stuff, we've been ordering a lot of food from Grubhub recently. Of course, Grubhub are supporting local businesses during this very trying and quite unusual time in the world right now. You, my friend, have been eating an unholy amount of sushi. Could you talk to us about your love of Japanese cuisine? And how, honestly, and how, like, without Grubhub, I don't know what you'd be doing right now.
I don't know what I would be doing. I would be starving. That's what I would be doing. Sushi is everything that you need in a food. And I tell you what, oh, whoa! Hang on a second, who put...
This is what you send to the group chat.
Not be on that
this
was
is what you send to the group
conversation.
Chat. If you send it to the group chat,
I might have had 2 spicy tuna rolls, 2 normal tuna rolls, and another 2 other rolls. I might have had 8 rolls.
Dude, all I'm saying is, Phil, you know the rules, man. If you send it to the group chat, it's fair game for literally anything, dude. Today, though, I think I'm going to go for a burrito from the local place nearby me called Organico, which I absolutely love. They do a really good fried chicken.
It's not sushi, is it?
It's not sushi. I had sushi for dinner last night, though, if I'm completely honest, Phil, which was really, really good. I had 2 beers as well. It was delicious, but we're almost ready to roll to that game. And again, friends, make sure to jump on Grubhub. Use the code CDL Chicago, I believe, for free delivery this weekend. And also, you get $30 off. Of an order of $30 or more, you will get $10 off. So make sure to go to the Grubhub app, go to Perks, and check that out. Support your local businesses, friends. It's a very strange time in the world right now. Everyone needs help. You know who else needs help, Phil?
Do.
Dallas Empire. But we're going to
actually, you know what? 8 sushi rolls, but you know, no one was there for me.
Mate, I take it all back. Like the Surge need the help right now. I mean, Search and Destroy has been their absolute bane since the start of Modern Warfare. And if anything, right now, I think you can just call this one a Dallas win, right? Can you call this a Dallas win?
No. Seattle won their Search and Destroy yesterday. They can do it again. Dallas, I believe, I might just be completely making this up, but I think they lost to OGLA. I think it was on Arcloth Peak, actually. But, again, might be completely making up random stats here and random differences. I'm sure you guys on the old social media will correct me if so. But the bomb is down, is fast, is aggressive. And now Puke has found himself 2 little friends, a.k.a. Barrel 1 and Barrel 2, as Illy took himself away in a nice little corner here. Dallas will be wanting to bounce back. First blood goes towards Dallas here. Traded out beautifully by Com.
Little things like that from Illy, that patience not to engage that second player. You know, he knows that player's got sights on him. Holds his angle brilliantly and finds himself another kill. Dallas playing very sensibly. Clay now finding his kills at the back end of the map. Trades back and forth. Octane, right place, right time. He does have a couple of plays in front of him. Hard though, finds Shotzi, and now it comes all down to Illy. Still in that green position. Already on the defuse. Illy! Illy!
I'm literally clapping! What was that? To get the player off the defuse, did he kill him with a pistol too?
He did! He did! He What? I just look how great that round was from Surge. Everything was going so well. Oh, wow.
What?
Illy got 4 kills that round.
Yeah, what a clutch it was just to get that final kill there onto the bomb diffuser, because it was 3 seconds left at that point. But then he pulls out Mr. Pistol over here and shuts down Karma. Disgusting stuff, and he's going to see that aggression. Look at him. He's going for it, and he's going to think, no, I'm being too aggressive. A little bit of a holdback. Semtex goes out, as does the concussion. Will connect to the shadow. He's going to give him away there after he finds one. In and out. Crimsix shaking it about here as it's now 4v4. But I tell you what, this Search and Destroy, what a way to kick things off.
That was a great set of trades from Seattle to begin with, but... Well, you got rid of Illy, you got rid of the problem. Now what do? Can Panda replicate the same performances from that position? Tags up, goes down, looking like a good round for Dallas. Karma. Is He tries to bite back into this one. 50 seconds remaining now for Seattle to grab that bomb. 2 players remaining. And do what they possibly can to just clear out that site. And Crim knows that one. I think you can see that bomb down. That player on the left-hand side. Brilliant shots on a Karma. Makes it look very easy. Now he's got to find one more. Not to overextend this one. Octane. Good timing on the look. And that's a nice kill. Makes it a 1v2 for Octane now. And if he can keep the bomb safe, which he does, he just slips by. Cool, that's surely going to come through. Surely he's going to get cut down, and in the end, it's going to be a 1v1 to finish it. But nice work from Dallas, and honestly, an admirable individual effort there from Seattle, but unfortunate to be cut down so efficiently at the beginning there by Dallas.
Yeah. That ain't a final kill cam by Grubhub Pick of the Day Shotzi. I don't know what is, you know. That's why I get him.
Okay. I see what you're doing. Okay, I got you.
See what I did there, Miles?
I see what you did there, yeah. Yeah, tasty.
Who's your pick again? Slack?
It's Slack, yeah, okay.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
I see how it is.
Alright, I see how it is.
Alright, you have a search. Okay. 2-0 coming in here for Dallas Empire with a search and destroy. Looking pretty strong off the bat. Panda's going to shut him down straight away. Him being Clayster. First blood will go to the Surge this time around. But Smoke's up and about, and Shotzi's trying to parkour.
No. Dude, he saw App. What? I thought he saw App to begin with. Like, Apathy just laying there prone. Wow, what an incredible turn of events there. Seattle have been blessed, I will say, this round. This is fantastic. A perfect round so far. Oh, Crim had to spoil it. Had to ruin it. As you'll find that one kill. But now, yeah, the almost impossible situation for Crim.
Yeah, it was a 1v5, and again, a couple of things didn't go Dallas's way there, but smart positioning coming in from Seattle, and a couple of players. Apathy, who, of course, found that little cheeky kill on Shotzi, and he's going to finish it into Crim 2.
I still can't believe that Illy first round. Like,
oh, yeah.
I still can't believe that. That was disgusting. Perfect timing. On the defuse. And the kill with Karma with a pistol as well. Like, dude. Absolute rancid stuff. Big fan. Anyway, here we go. Straight into another round.
Fast and aggressive. That's what we like to see out of Apathy. Apathy, I love watching. One of the most entertaining players, purely when he's confident. When he's confident, he'll start pushing things and jumping out where maybe he shouldn't, but it really is something to watch as Illy pulls out the sniper. The boomstick goes down. Octane will fall. Apathy finds one before being wait, they traded? Apathy and Crim traded?
Apathy and Crim traded. These things happen, man. These things happen.
There's a handshake. Quarantine times. You shouldn't do it. You both die. There you go. Here we go. Moving forward here. 54 seconds on the clock.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness, Shotzi!
Rounds one on the trade, but honestly, that could have gone a lot worse. If he timed that slightly differently, that could have been an incredible two-piece there and pipe. Slack, lovely shots. Here you go, brother. This is why you're my Grubhub pick of the day. No, don't run away. Get back into the fight, mate. Come on. Come on, Cherry. You got this, brother. 1v3. You got this. But I will say, I mean, I like the adaptation coming out of Dallas, though, for Illy to bring the snipe out, what, in the fourth round?
Round. It was a random pick.
You get everyone so used to the way you're playing this one, and then all of a sudden, bang, you hit with something different. I mean, that's just a smart adaptation that's coming out of Dallas. And now you've got Slacked in a nearly impossible situation in 15 seconds. He could honestly get killed, maybe? Nope. Okay, fine. If he gets one kill, he may be able to make his way to a bomb site, gets it down quickly, but the way Dallas played that one perfectly, you got guys watching both bomb sites, you got Hugh on the roam, does what he can to catch his kill, and if it's a 1v1, sweet. If it's not, then his teammates still have the coverage. Good stuff from Dallas.
Yeah, I thought Slack might get another one there, but he was in a tough position. You saw him kind of sliding back in two, and he'd given away his position. But as the rounds start to dwindle away, it seems, we get into the meaty part of the search and destroy. We're going to flip it over to the attack of Dallas now. And they've been very aggressive, very fast as well towards this B site, Miles. And we see them almost continue what ain't broken. Grim having a nice game so far, 5 kills. Ooh, sees one player by the train track. Shotzi finds that first blood. You wouldn't be surprised, and before I can even finish my sentence, to see a quick plank come out from Shotzi.
Yeah, once again, planting wide out in the open there, allowing that player in green, being Illy. This is an exact repeat of what we saw in the first round on the offense now from Dallas. With an early kill onto Octane, that means those long lines are a little bit more safe for the players in Dallas to traverse. Nice job from Slack, though, and a nade. Perfect timing, good read. Doesn't quite get it, but the perfect push there from Slack once again to find the second kill. Nice work there to just even the odds, and now Apathy trying to push the advantage. 3v2. Clayster and Hugh now have to slow this down. Slack pushing the spear further into Dallas. You'd love to see it. Grubhub pick of the day. There we go, Slacked.
Illy did it. Can you do it, Hugh? You only need to find one. Yes, you can! It was made a little easier by the positioning, but Hugh finds the all-important kill, turns, and takes down the second. Look at his positioning as he slides on through. He sees that first player, gets the heads up. Sweet dreams to Apathy.
That is disgusting, man. That is disgusting. You know, they had absolutely no idea where Hugh was for at least half of the round. They had absolutely no clue where he could have been coming from. He came out the showers all squeaky clean, hair was blow-dried, ready to rock and roll. No puffy cheeks, no nothing. Who came out to kill there. 4-1, sadly, Dallas doing what we expected them to do here. And it's a very aggressive A defense, which they're now going to overextend and push right on through. Illy catching out Karma in behind. Super aggressive now from Dallas. This is a very, very bold play, but it's certainly worked out for them. And Octane's going to try to slow the bleeding for now. Try to stop this one, but Shotzzy once again, the movement. The dead silence. Panda trying to get involved in the fight. Apathy. Ooh, full dad mode. He may go now. It's a 2v2.
Winnable for sure with the bomb down here. You see one player a little bit too close for comfort. Crimsix actually right on that bomb. He's waiting for this push from Apathy. Anticipating the push from the left. Sees it from the right though. And just like that, he's faked the defuse. Shotzi's waiting for the player to push through. It's exactly where Hugh was waiting previously. Apathy's going to get the better of Shotzi, and that should be a round in the bag. It was all about that first kill of Surge. Pick it up, take it down, and make this game a little bit more interesting. A 5-1 lead there would have almost been curtains, but this can maybe be the start of something special for Surge.
Yeah, Surge, we've seen this, though. Search and Destroy woes, slowly but surely clawing back into this. 4-2. It ain't over yet. Got to watch out for Dallas, though. I mean, they've got surprises. They've got tricks up their sleeve, and that's the one thing that I don't think Seattle are prepared for. There's quite a lot of tape out there on the internet of Dallas playing Search and Destroy. Duke with an ambitious smoke up over the top. I wonder where that exactly landed. There it is, right out in the middle of that minecart. We're going to A. Nice job from Panda. Takes care of Illy. That's the tip of the spear gone. Oh, Panda!
Thought he was about to get turned on there for a second, but he deals the damage and finds the second kill. And now, he's actually really done a powerful job here in round number 7. 60 seconds left on the clock, around really where Surge should shut this down. Actually, might find himself a little cheeky. Crimsix, hello!
Just wait, hold your angles.
Yeah, 5v2.
Patience pays, especially in Search and Destroy. 5v2. Very, very difficult for Seattle to lose this one, but don't put it past them. It's still possible. You can make something special happen. You can see how static Seattle are right now. They're not moving. They know they've got the bomb covered. Great job once again from Apathy. That patience. Almost the same position. Slight repositioned. Now it's full shoot. Finds one. Ridiculous shots into Karma, but just not enough to clean out the kill. And a nice round from Seattle. That's what you want to see. A basic round where they have the advantage. They have all the map positioning. They have control of the bomb when it goes down. If they'd lost a round like that, Phil, I mean, I would have been really feeling bad for Seattle.
Yeah, again, I said it around the 4-2 mark. They were kind of really in a position where they could be static. They could just kind of sit there and wait and make Dallas make the mistakes here. But we reset once more. It was a 4-1 lead, now down to 4-3, I believe. So a very close game right now. And if you just joined us, Surge won map number 1. Double digits already for Apathy as he's put his mark on this S&D already.
And it is a nade fiesta over by the B side. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown at Crim there. His trophy's already gone. He and Illy now poised up, trying to take care of these players as they move through the forest. There's a couple of trees to work with cover, but a nice big open field. Great for snipers. Great for Apathy. Those were nice shots.
Nice shots all day for Apathy. He had a great hard point. Seems like an even better performance in Search and Destroy. Personally, Illy, though, is going to shut down Apathy, and that's a big loss for Search.
Yeah, big loss. Ooh, they don't get the bomb down either. Shots he catches slack. Goes to the arm without true coverage, and Hugh disgusting pushes forward. Now, Panda, what have you got? We'll be able to get one. Can't quite get behind the tree in time. 5-3. I feel like a bit of an error there from Seattle, going for the bomb arm without true, coverage of the site, and without that, you lose the armor. Now you lose the players up pushing, trying to at least put some support, some pressure towards that bomb site, Phil, and that's a tough round.
A tough one for sure. 5-3 in First Bloods to Dallas. It's also 5-3 to Dallas. Not, of course, every First Blood going to the round winner, of course, but Going back and forth a little bit here. First Blood's most certainly impacted, and Apathy with 11 kills to his name. He's looking for number 12, and again, he's aggressive. He likes this play, and he just runs through the smoke. He could find a couple here, but he's only going to find Illy waiting for him. It worked the first time. It ain't going to work the second. Karma trying to keep Seattle in the game. Hugh slides through and finds a double as well, and this could be the start of the end here for the Search and Destroy as Seattle just drop player by player. It's all up to Panda in a 1v4. Ain't going to happen as Illy shuts it down with the double to close things out, and a beautiful performance there in the final round for Dallas, and we tie the series up 1-1.
1-1, and not the most surprising result, but I will say signs of life there from Seattle. They're getting better every day, and I just hope they can take learnings from this one. It's hard to adapt to the very, very quick play changes that we saw coming out of Dallas there, and again, props to the management coaches and staff, everyone behind the scenes there. Rambo Ray obviously putting in the hours with them. Wonderful to see that really paying dividends, and again to Illy, 11-5, wonderful stuff from him. Good job all round though, tying the series up 1-1. Phil, I think you know where we're going with that US Army tactical play, man. You know it, dude. It has to be Illy later on.
It's got to be Illy.
That play that was such good timing, and the fact that you got the kill on the camera as well. I absolutely love it. We will get onto that in just a moment. But again, for Seattle now, dude, what do? Go to the Dom? You think they've got what it takes?
Yeah, I think Seattle are keeping this very competitive. I think we know the Search and Destroy isn't their best game mode. We saw them, again, show signs of lights in this one. I did want to run through a couple of the stats because, again, going into this one, Seattle on Hardpoint Cave, they were 2-5. Obviously not the best record. S&D Gunrunner, they were 1-4. But guess what, Miles? What? Domination Gunrunner, Seattle, 5-0. They've beat Florida, they've beat Los Angeles Guerrillas 2 times, and they've beat Minnesota once, as well as Toronto. This is a game mode, a map that they could win.
Right, I think they've definitely got what it takes then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado then, let's go for a quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll have the exciting conclusion of the domination match between Seattle and Dallas. We, of course, have our US Army tactical play coming up, and no surprises for any. It's, of course, going to be Illy. A brilliant search and destroy there for Dallas. No true surprises, but at the same time, I think Seattle have got a lot of growing to do, Phil, and I'm excited to see exactly where they go.
Yeah, I'm certainly very interested to see how far. I was looking at social media there. Nameless was predicting a 3-1 victory for these guys, but the US Army tactical play has to go towards Illy. Illy for Dallas, again, it was a very early round and one which we could forget about, but with a play like this and a clutch up like this, it's very hard to. Obviously opening up with the first blood, very important to do so for your team, but finding the clutch kill, pushing out at the right important times, and getting that bomb diffuser, as well as Karma. Just disgusting stuff from Illy. Can he replicate it? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I was seeing Nameless saying this is going to be a 3-1 victory for Surge. He quoted himself as a genius, Miles.
A genius? That's bold.
He said, I am a genius.
I like it. But
you gotta believe in yourself.
You do have to believe in yourself. Well, let's get to the Gunrunner. Phil, you got some stats on Gunrunner. Well, this may be a fantastic pick for Seattle.
Certainly so. Again, going into this, I think the maps were actually very good just in general for Seattle. I think Hardpoint Cave was a good one for them. Domination Gunrunner, current stats right now, Seattle 5-0, they beat Florida, LA Guerrillas twice, Minnesota once, and Toronto. But for Dallas, they're 0-3. They've lost it once to Atlanta and twice to Minnesota. So this could be the first for both teams if we see a Dallas victory.
Even with the mix we get. Needs are plenty. A and B going the way of Seattle, but sneaky Illy. Look what he's doing. He's well and truly finding new lanes. This is what you're going to be seeing out of Dallas. They don't have a great record here. They've definitely got some learnings to do. We have to give it to Seattle. OpTic has been the top of the domination kills leaderboard, I believe, since the very start of the league. Like, he has not faltered whatsoever. There you go, Illy still in that back line, do what he can, trying to get his teammates up here in time, and that's going to be it. Krim backs him up, gets the kill. Now you're going to be able to see Placer move straight onto the A flag.
Certainly so. B in the hands of Surge, but again, we start to see on Gunrunner a lot where both home flags will kind of change hands a lot. So keep your eyes on the minimap, keep your eyes on that rotation. Dallas now spawning over by C. They're going to reflex that, but in the meantime, it looks like Surge are going to be off to a hot start here. So A currently in the hands of Surge. B, though, has been neutralized, and we are going to see Dallas here have a nice little run in.
Yep, indeed. Well, we see the push now from Dallas. They're trying to surge forward.
Certainly so. 3 minutes and 44 on the clock. Plenty of time to go. 2 flags for Dallas, just 1 for Surge. But Dallas are still in a deficit. They'll be looking to come back from this.
Yeah, deficit indeed. Let's have a quick Astro Gaming listen in with the Dallas Empire.
One T.
Run
T. I got one. I got one. Good shit.
I need it to.
Yeah, one just smoked out nerd.
Green alley, yo.
I need a nerd. They're going C, guys. They're going C. They're going C.
One's you. You one shot. You one shot to the right.
You guys have T.
You might be left now.
He jumped over you.
I got one white.
He's left. You.
I'm nading C.
You dead.
Nice.
Back left, return. Back
On B, on C, around C.
Pipe shit on.
I need it.
On C, I'm coming to kill C.
See, one shot.
Nerd.
I hit him on C with
Got him.
Nerd. Two nerd and white.
Nerd Octane, I need help.
I got
Nerd and white.
Yeah. Behind.
I need nerd.
C, I'm on C. They might push me
I
C.
killed one pushing walkers.
Octane B.
Mine card, Damon.
Push up for us.
Can't be dead.
Push up for us, Kyler.
Yeah, man.
Or up crate.
Hold crate.
Yo, right side, and one got white. Yo, you can flank pipe. They're not looking.
On B, guys.
You watch out white.
I got him off B.
One guy's
white.
Right corner, and
you,
white.
in you,
Yo,
in
two,
you.
he's pushing B. Two on you, one close on you.
He's in pipe.
Yeah,
need a B.
Go A. Go work A.
Yeah, I know. They know I'm here.
Damon did mine cart.
One water, guys. He's
On
gonna flank
A pinder.
bathrooms. He's gonna flank bathrooms most likely, guys.
Yeah, he's on
Take control, slack, going pipe.
Are we working A right
When does
here?
that pipe going you, probably? Slack.
Or B?
Yeah, let's go A.
And you went to water.
There
On
you
the
go.
painter oil, not
Comms
weak,
pretty
not
clear.
weak.
I'm still curious how we brought this
Workman
up
map, we
together.
can
What is
always
the
go B here.
nerd they're talking about? What are they calling out there?
They're calling something out. They're not calling each other nerds for sure, but I'm not really sure. It's not my call out, but I'm interested to maybe watch that back. It was amusing. And you heard there a little bit of frustration kind of push people with B's not working, so they tried A. Panda was waiting at A. Finally, as we jump out of the listening, we do see A change hands, but it's not going to be for a long time here as the Surge are going to jump back on it. Again, we get into the last 90 seconds of this hardpoint. B changing hands back to Dallas and going very back and forth at this given time. But how close can this be right now? 1 point in it.
1 point in it, but at this point in time, I mean, a good look for Dallas. They've managed to secure B, and the battle for C is raging with Apathy and Panda doing what they can here to hold it. They're going to get the defense. They're going to now flush Huke out of the back of the warehouse there. And speaking of warehouse, once again, Krim has flanked in behind A once again. Full control of B. The battle's still going on towards C, but Krim could honestly make a dent here. He's going for it. Where are the spawns going to happen now for Seattle? Where are they going to start appearing? Surely, okay, no, they spawn in the back warehouse, top left. They're going to be inside that, Krim's going to die immediately, and they're all back. Seattle, stay blessed, baby. They're going to keep the scoreline going their way, just for the time being there. But again, Dallas with a 2 flag control for the final minutes feel. If they can hold on to this, I mean, just about keeps it close.
Yeah, trophy system's so important, but Shotzzy flanking around seems to be even more important. B is neutralized for a second here, trying to get the final kill. Shotzzy with a triple there. I think one shot into the back of Panda. He's trying to find number 4. He doesn't need to, as Octane's gifted it to him. Slack just blew up like a little firework there in front of him as he finds himself still alive, still kicking, and a potential to neutralize A is on the cards for Illy. This is where you can really start to separate yourself from the opposition. We see the whole of Seattle Surge spawn by C. Number 2, Crim6 is going to be waiting over there, but I'm not sure whether he can hold them off all alone. He can! He just found 3!
What? Nice 3. Nice turnaround from Dallas. And that is how you end the first half. Brilliant stuff from them. Absolutely disgusting. We were giving so much praise to Seattle for their domination game. So much praise how well they managed to keep it all going together. And right at the end like that, 83-68 at the whistle blow. Now we're going to the second half. Oh my God. Is this the end of the run for Seattle on Dom?
I mean, everything was great for like 4.5 minutes there. I will say everything was good. It was very level. There was just a split push where they pushed that A flag. It spawned all of Surge at C, which, you know, it does. And it was Crim6. Waited. I think he was just in some sneaky little corner. He finds 3 and just stops it. But that is what a triple cap does. It makes you go from an even match to a 15-point, you know, a 15-point lead. So again, Dallas can maybe play this clock a little bit to their advantage. But off the break, we look at the minimap here. A and C, both in the hands of the home teams, and a battle over by B.
Yeah, we're really watching these players in Dallas. There's at least one of them always goes for that overextension, always goes for the pressure on the home flag, and now a lovely bit of bait and switch back and forward. They're winning the battle for here for the B flag very handily. That's going to be a nice Empire flag raised just shortly there on B. C looking very much in the hands of Seattle now as they make their way out of their spawn, trying to overextend, put some pressure on towards that A flag, giving up B just for the time being. So 2 players now make their way through the mid, but Hugh has slowed down that push towards the A flank. Lovely stuff from him, keeping that left lane wide open. Octane's managed to get the kill, but he's slowed this push down in a big way. Aptly now trying to find his way towards A from the minecart side of the field. No one in a position to really pressure B aside from Octane.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And looking back at this, you know, Nameless was absolutely right. The last time these two teams played, it was a 3-0 to Dallas, but it was a 25-point Hardpoint, a 1-round S&D, and a 5-point Domination. It was extremely close, so I can certainly see where he's coming with from that. But Dallas just coming out here, steaming there, 25 points now in the lead, and it is very hard to claw this back. But Slacked and Panda putting in the slaying work, now starting to make a difference. They've got the 2-cap, B and C in control. The question is, can they potentially maybe push for a neutralization on the home flag of A?
It'd be nice. I mean, it'd obviously help getting back into the score, but nice run from Slack there. Still on that 4 spree, over by the minecart. Will finally go down, but good stuff again. Trying to keep this scoreline as close as they can. There's the A neutralization you call for. So the hands of Karma, lovely work there with the team fire to clean up that player on spawn. Still though, they're staying very, very close towards that A flag, and unfortunately for Karma, oh my word, almost gets shots. He doesn't get the A flag either. Teammate shows up at the nick of time just to get it, and now Krim back on towards B to slow down that trip cap progress. It was almost perfect for Seattle.
That's a huge kill from Octane, and an even bigger second. He can't find the third there, but this 25-point lead is down to just 10 points now. Seattle in a very good position here with 2.5 minutes on the clock. You start to see, I think it was Octane spawn back C. You just saw Slack spawn back A. It's a complete split right now. A and C is what they're holding, but which one will Dallas push?
I like it though. What did Seattle do as soon as they spawned? They all stopped. They waited to see if somebody from Dallas was overextending, try to catch one of these players on flag. That'll C now lost. You're going to be seeing that in the hands of Dallas right now. There's the quick neutralize. Clay's getting it done all by himself. The spawn's now for Dallas, top right-hand side of the map. It's going to give Seattle a bit of time now to grab B, and maybe, if they can catch the kills, push right through to C as well. That far left-hand side of the map, though, wide open right now. That's where you're going to be seeing Seattle spawn from the push.
Team kill coming in does not help Dallas at all, and that lead, that amazing play that they made at the end, has all just kind of dwindled away here as the slaying power from Sergi just proven a little bit too much in the later stages of this domination. 2 minutes on the clock, and we have a pretty much dead even game, 123 apiece here. And you look at that mini-map, Seattle are doing so well. They're controlling the B site, they're pushing forward, they're being a nuisance on C. Apathy just going back and forth, and my goodness, this is what we talk about when we talk about an SMG player being a nuisance. It's just jumping in, jumping out, getting those interactions high, and Slacked. You grew up on pick of the day, Miles. He's going off right now.
That's my guy right there. 21 and 14, I believe it was, just before he swapped over. Octane also looking great as well. Karma's been influential in those good time pushes, and it looks like he's managed to slip through. Maybe able to catch something on C. Waiting for the information from his teammates, and there he goes. Now he hits the rip onto C. Push now developing from Dallas as they can get onto the B flag as quick as they possibly can. Illy's doing what he can with these kills. These are all ideal, but you got to watch that Karma push over towards C, which has now been thwarted. But again, this is slowed down somewhat. Seattle take the lead with a final minute remaining on the clock. So they've got a 5-point lead for now. This is a very close game still.
It certainly is. And just to break down the maths for you, a 2-cap for 1 minute will net you 6 points. I believe that puts Dallas at a victory. But Slacked neutralizing C. That could change the game here. Number 5 is going to challenge him. That's going to be huge, but it might be a little too late. He's going to try and find the second. This might mean that Dallas have to push this A flag. And I tell you what, they're doing so. The kill feed lining up white, and it could be going Dallas's way. Number 5, you going massive. Every single kill counts. A neutralized right now. B is the only flag in the hands of a team. It's 144 to 145. 25 seconds, and somehow Dallas, they're dominating right now, but both A and C are going away. They need to stop it. They will stop it. It's Shotzi again.
Panda's got to hold this flag pretty much alone. He has to get the secure, and Illy goes down. Oh, it's Clay, sorry. He goes down, so now we're going to see A in the hands of Seattle. They've got to make the push right out now. Get on a B. There's 10 seconds left. Phil, I'm not even sure if it's possible. You've got to go to the flag, and I think that's going to be it. Dallas have stolen it in the absolute nick of time. It could not have been closer. It really was absolutely down to the wire, and it all worked out from Hughes' plays. Crucial kills on the flag. At times, it's just bloody pandemonium. But at the end of the day, Dallas take the win. They take their series 2-1 so far. And now we roll into another hard point.
I'm glad Shotzi's the player of the game, because honestly, not that this is the not that this is the moment I'm highlighting, but Shotzi at the end there was so much craziness going down. We were on board with, you know, a 3v3. He made 2 individual 1v1 gunfights and won them both, and that is what really changes a home flag. He won it at his home flag twice there, which stopped any type of neutralization, any type of decap, any type of, you know, regain from the opposing team. I will have to watch that one back. I just stare at that mini-map map. I think it was number 5. But incredible plays from Shotzzy there. I think he dropped 21 that game. Nothing special, but it's funny how 1 or 2 kills on Domination can really win or lose you the game, and Shotzzy goes big again.
Yeah, massive stuff for them as well. I mean, across the board, very, very exciting stuff. And that's the first time we've seen, I think, a gunrunner win for Dallas, I believe, in Domination.
Yeah, I mean, going back from that, Dallas was 0-3 on that map and mode combination. Seattle were 5-0, so it's a first loss for Seattle, believe it or not. I mean, I'm looking at the stats. I hope these are right. And the Domination, it's wild to think that, you know, that's their first gunrunner pickup. But these guys have played previously before, and that's the way that it all broke down. But in the end, you know, Dallas coming out on top.
Yeah, PS4 damage dealt leaderboards, of course, on your screen. And as you can see, I mean, it's a lot of kills, Phil. It's a lot of damage dealt across the board. OpTic still sitting on top of the Domination leaderboards when it comes to damage dealt as well. And the highest kills has to be going towards Sim in a single map as well. Still, 49. He broke that record yesterday. Very, very exciting stuff. And that damage dealt for OpTic as well. Apathy sitting there at 4,000. Panda at 3,666. Hail Satan. There you go. Rock and roll, brother. What a number of the beast. And a beast he is.
Yeah, certainly so. And again, OpTic, we don't doubt, you know, this player at all. He was making play after play over by that B flag, just that long lane with that M4, of course. And we'll expect to see more of that from the likes of OpTic, the likes of Panda. But again, you know, damage, it's all well and good, but it's the points that count, Miles.
It really is, dude. Again, points for these players have been working out so far, and it's going to be a slow grab for the guys of Seattle. And I'm not sure if it's completely out of reach yet, but a win against Dallas would be incredible. You get to break the ceiling against another team would be good. Sim 49 kills in a single map. Azir K for him, unbelievable stuff. Shotzzy sitting at 41 on Gunrunner, and that Ramaza, of course, for Apathy. This is in Hardpoint as well, and don't forget that Scumpy came in at 45 as well, I believe. So Hardpoints, it's where you find the majority of your kills, friends. So it's quick rotations, and Azir Cave seems to be a popular one, Phil, for the records as well.
Yeah, I think it's more because Azir Cave really goes down to those 250 to 248 games, which gives obviously more time in the game to get more kills. You see it a lot, and it really just kind of doesn't surprise me, if I'm being completely honest. We saw 49 yesterday. I'm wondering when we see our first 50 bomb. I thought it was going to be Simp as he lined up the last 3, but didn't pull it off. As we get into the next game, though, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the one where someone breaks the 50 mark. Who knows? If I'm putting my money on someone in this lobby, it's probably OpTic, but he's got to go big for his squad, of course. And I tell you what, this is a time to do it. You're 2-1 down in the series. We're going to Hackney Yard, Hardpoint, and maybe now I've seen the map, I probably wouldn't say it'd be OpTic.
You never know, mate.
You never know with that, man.
Crazier things have happened. Anyway, let's get into this one. It's a solid pick for Dallas. We saw the most ludicrous comeback against, well, actually it was Minnesota, the most ludicrous comeback we've ever seen in the Call of Duty League so far against Minnesota on this very map. But here we go, off the rip. That first hard point, see if OpTic can turn Phil's frown upside down and surprise him somewhat, especially with an AR on this map. You expect the MP5s to be reigning supreme. Karma now doing what he can to hold back the push on the hard point, but Dallas simply too strong off the rip.
Yeah, so far so good here. As we jump in, we see a full blue kill feed, that coming from Seattle Surge, of course. Illy's going to break that one up with a nice 2-piece here. But again, with 40 seconds, still plenty of time on the clock here on this hard point. But the key thing to watch out for is these spawns, and that's what OpTic's trying to lock down right now.
Trying to lock them down. Good start from Dallas with the early points, but again, the spawn's going the way of Seattle. Obtaining the screen, also Slack, trying to find an opening in from behind. Shotzzy watching the flank admirably. Drop shot indeed. Makes it so simple, but it's very much an easy kill for him. For you and me, friends, probably not so much. Happy now trying to watch these players in the push out in front. Nice shots again as they come through. But the covering fire there from Seattle is going to hold Dallas back for the time being. Watch that number 0. It's going to be huge. Top right-hand side of the screen. He's now trying to find this sneaky way through. A bit of an opening. Very, very difficult at the end to break tires, hard point. You have to get those decisive kills and force the enemy team out of that right-hand side of the map. Not an easy thing to do.
15 to 44 as now the tire shot. We saw how influential it can be on this map and mode combination. And You lock down this one hard point a couple of times and you put yourself 100, 120 points potentially. A big play from Crim6 though, as he does find Karma. His teammate is going to find Apathy. And just sneaking around the back here, Dallas might be able to break this, but Hugh's going to get shut down. And we're going to see Crim6 still only just find one, and this might just be gifted straight back to the Surge. Or is Crim going to go absolute god mode here? He's in the hard point. He is going to finally get shut down, and Seattle will regain.
They're going to regain for the time being, keeping this one very, very competitive. Straight off the rotate, though, we are going to be seeing Dallas with mid-map presence. Those white arrows on the screen as they move through to the middle of the map. It's going to be number 7 control that from Crim6. OpTic trying to fight his way out of this old hard point. They're going to get the remaining time. They should still be spawning on the right-hand side of the map as well, so they've got a very long journey. They're going to get their runners on, get across mid-map, while fighting the defensive line of Dallas to get to that coveted hard point. Here we go. C6 holding down the top of the warehouse, power position to be in. Great awareness, keeps the kills coming. 2 in a row for him. That's his 7th of the game so far.
So far, so good here on a little lead, I will say. Dallas, with the nuisance that Crim was in the tire shop, they really held off that kind of crazy amount of points that went their way. But as we head over towards the smokestack, Placer just trying to take some names down with the M4. Of course, trophy system's going to stop that one. Still up and about, trying to sneak exactly where he is, but he's right below him. Good positioning here, coming in from the Surge member, but he's going to finally get taken down. It was Slacked and Hugh. A bad time for the Semtex.
Bad time indeed. Still, Apathy's going to hold this one down. Shots in the back. Control for the map, really. I mean, right now, it just looks like Dallas have just had this one hook, line, and sinker. They've got full map control, but despite that, I mean, it's the slaying department for Seattle. Aside from Slack and from OpTic, it's Panda really going on for 13 and 9. I mean, these are solid kills, but the scoreline is really reflective of the fact that Seattle is so good at keeping the hardpoint out of the hands of Dallas, despite the fact they've got such good map control. It's these very annoying little kills. They're not many of them, but they're very influential. Keeping the hardpoint out of the enemy hands is paramount. Not able to do that really right now when it comes to the office hard point. You've actually got to get inside there. And this is where Dallas is starting to find the chunk of time. This is a good look for them. And on the break, Hugh will go down to Apathy. But a good look so far for both teams, trying to keep this very, very competitive. Neither able to take the lead.
Oh, it certainly is a very competitive game right now. Just 5 points in it here. And again, we see it go contest after contest. Clayster and Crim6 finding a nice double. And he's going to find that 5th. And again, he's going to be rewarded with a bit of time. Now, the rotation going to the back brick house. It looks favorable here for Dallas, but it's all dependent on number 8. Clayster just locking down that line of sight on the minimap. As you see, not 1, not 2, but 3. Clayster going huge for Dallas Empire.
Big kill. So towards the dock spawn we go. Far left-hand side of the map locked up for Dallas. It's now a fortress. Ellie and Co are now going to have to just hold down the left-hand side of the map. Relatively simple, 2 lanes if you don't include the top push you can make. So you go through the back of the car park here by Crim6. Or you push through that wide open courtyard on the right-hand side of this big tower. Keep those lanes closed up. Crim's going to find one nice snap on the Panda, but not able to get the damage dealt. And now we're seeing the break come through for Seattle. 2 of them made their way down low, but Hugh with the movement out the window, he goes through yellow. He only able to find 1. This is an open lane now for Seattle to work with. They're actually spawning in that courtyard. Panda takes a hard point. Can he push these players out from Dallas? He's doing what he can now in the final 20 seconds. This is a solid chunk to get. They should get all of this, providing that Hugh doesn't come in right now and ruin the day for Panda. But not a bad look right now for Seattle. They're trying to keep this close. It's difficult to get through that map control that Dallas have, though, Phil. They just seem to have this on lockdown.
Yeah, they certainly do. I'm looking at the bigger picture here is because we go back to the warehouse, and this can be sometimes a double whammy. If you don't get this lockdown, you don't get the next spawns. It's almost a, snowball effect here. You see number 7 there. That's Crim6 locking down the spawns, which is coming up in, 60 seconds. Crim's actually going to go down there. That's going to be to Karma here on the flank, so we're going to see Hugh just back off. But now Shotzi's going to be gifted the double. Welcome to the warehouse, brother. He's going to find number 3. Shotzi going huge for the squad. 5 killing spree for that man. Grubhub pick of the day. And pushing forward now, he's going to try and find his number 6 in a row. This guy is a monster. He isn't going to find it as he gets double teamed there, but with 30 seconds here, maybe it's the tire shop for Dallas this time around.
Oh man, the movement from Shotzi to fade away, you'd love to see that. But yeah, you're right, it's going to be a tire shop hold right now for Seattle. Here comes the push from Dallas. Shotzi's trying to lead that charge through that flaming car, in through the back of the brick building, straight into Karma. Good job there. The 3-time world champion closes down the right-hand side flank, makes it safe. Here we go on the flip. This is an absolutely essential hard point for Seattle. A good 30-40 seconds out of this one without any contest time. Get them back into this one in a big competitive way. Karma still holding down the right flank. Nice bit of work there from Shotzi to sadly take care of his teammate Hugh, and in through the middle, 3 members of Dallas go, and it's an absolute cross crossfire. But once again, the team kills come through from Dallas. It's going to slow the push down for a moment. But if they can win the gunfights on the other side of the map as well, they may have just developed the pinch. Illy's in up top. This is a good break from Dallas. Not easy to do, but they've made it look relatively clean.
Oh, unimaginable things, can I say, from Dallas here as they break on through. 35 seconds, Miles. This ain't scrap time right now. This is the difference between closing this game out and letting it slide, but 25 seconds still available. Seattle contested. And honestly, both of these tire shops have been contested very well by the opposing team. Panda, Octane, App, and Karma now combined for 4. Apathy finalizes that one with the 5th. And interestingly enough here, Dallas have the spawn, but as all 5 of them went down, they almost get spawn trapped here. They almost get so pinned back, it's unbearable. As final 5 do fall, they are going to spawn out. That's a great break from the Surge, and with 28 points now just separating the teams, are we going to see this get pushed to a game 5?
I mean, Dallas have been blessed here with that top left courtyard spawn. Now they're going to be able to push directly on top of the hard point. They've got high ground from that top heaven position as well. Shotty now through the middle of the map, cuts them wide open. That should be a nade kill onto Slack, goes in, doesn't quite get the kill. Now they're going to be able to push in through the warehouse as well. So the splits now from Dallas, good position to be in. Nothing Surge can really do in this position. This is very, very difficult. They've got a crossfire situation on that hard point. And now you're going to have to control the hard point. Once again, Dallas, good work on the spawns. Great map awareness. Great job of taking advantage of the plays they've been given.
195, 177, 20 seconds left on Smokestack. We are going to be rotating to green shortly. The kill feed now a little bit more back and forth here as it slowly gets taken over by Illy and Hugh. Shotzi as well added to the mix there, but Illy and Hugh again in the kill feed. 5 kill spree for Hugh, 3 for Illy, 26 for this man. Make it 27 for Hugh because he has green all over him right now. Apathy's going to go down, but a trader with the Semtex will come through. When all's said and done, we head over to the next hard point with roughly around a 30-point lead now for Dallas. This is doable for these guys to close it out here, but they need almost the perfect play, and I don't think Seattle are going to let that happen.
It's not going to happen yet. Here's a quick contest. Shotzi, nice shots again from him. Brilliant work up close to the MP5. Illy backing him up through that back door, and now from above, Octane goes down as well. Shotzi absolutely locking this one down. And the trades, it's very, very difficult to keep this going though, because these players are spawning so far away from the hard point. To reinforce it, to keep these trades going is exceptionally difficult. But the contest here is fantastic so far. Seattle doing absolutely everything they possibly can to keep that hard point time gained as a minimum to Dallas right now. They do have the favourable spawns for next as we go back over towards Doc's building, but Illy is looking to ruin that one, and he just may have done it. He may have done it. He's got him right behind him now, and he's got upstairs. Illy, you sneaky beaver. He may just be able to cause the damage here. 6 seconds before the flip. Octane's got no idea. Illy, you're so sneaky. Okay, good night, mate.
It was trigger discipline. It was so sneaky, but it ain't gonna be enough there. Now, Dallas, 1 break is potentially all they need, and Shotzi just found a double. The trophy goes down. Crim sneaks through the smoke, but he will fall as well to Apathy. Apathy finds a double. Slack finds one off screen as well. A good hold tight, but number 8 he's climbed up to yellow and he's dropped right down. He's got to drop to the floor, and they're going to be spawning elsewhere here. Crim with the MP5. It looks like he's changed his class for this final one. Should find the second. Crim in and about. Only needs 15 for the win here. But he's going to be pressured. He's going to be pushed here. The trophy, is it going to be enough? They need to challenge him. A 5-kill streak for Shotzi. A double for Crimsix. 4 points is all they need, and no one even close to it. Dallas Empire closing out the series, and that will be a 3-1 victory for the Empire after dropping just map number 1. What a game, what a series. Another close one between the Surge and Empire.
Very close indeed. And it was prayers. I mean, I was watching Slack's final play there. We used to get that kill from top L, an unfortunate spawn to begin with, but he has to cut himself across map. He's going to get through the courtyard straight into the hard point. Meanwhile, the remainder of the Empire, they're spawning right by that white van, so close to, you know, the entry to the hard point. There's very little they could have done to mess that up, really. All they had to do was charge in. Crim bodies his way into the hard point, bullies the opposition. He's tougher than an old Nokia phone in that position. Brilliant stuff from the Empire. Love to see it. Let's have a quick look at the stats from that game as well, friends. Not a bad look for Dallas. 3-1, Phil. You called it, my friend. I think you did actually call that to begin with, a 3-1. What did you think that...
Nameless Genius. Nameless Genius or Momo Genius, you know?
Did you think that it was going to be the Dom win or the Hardpoint win for Seattle, though, in that 3-1?
Let's not get into details. Right?
I want the truth, Whitfield.
No, I didn't think that Dallas would drop map number 1. I really didn't. I thought by looking at the stats, they might drop the Domination, actually, because it was so kind of against both of them. But it defies all odds. I did go with a 3-1 victory for Dallas. They come out, they showcase how good they are, but Surge also showcase how close they can push a team like Dallas, and they do it time and time again. They need to just do something more. They need something extra to come out with these victories. It's tough, but Dallas, you know, it's a hard one to keep up with, and they came up clutch in a couple of those maps. The Search and Destroy was pretty good, but apart from that, all said and done, Dallas come out on top 3-1.
Dallas come out top 3-1, and again, I think it's definitely what a lot of us expected, but you're right, it's how close we are seeing Seattle get, and they're giving these more competitive games to teams like Dallas, who we definitely have in a class above them right now. But Seattle, for me, I still think, and I will stick by these guns until the end of the league, or the end of the first season, rather, the way this all works out for Seattle, I think at the start it's a little shaky, but I think the caliber of that team, I think the level of professional on that squad, by the time we get round to sort of, I want to say, you know, towards champs time, this is going to be a powerful squad. I still believe, man. I still believe. I believe in the Seattleians, in the Seattleites, in the Seattle Siders. Anyway, Phil, we've got a long day ahead of us still. That's only the first series done of many today. Who are you excited to see? Are you obviously excited to see London? I know that much.
Honestly, I mean, Miles, you know, your ridiculous points, you know, out the window. Absolutely no bias whatsoever. The crazy thing was, and I say this with all the respect in the world, this series was probably the one I was least most excited for. And this was an absolute banger. But we go forward, we get to see New York against FaZe. After what New York did yesterday, I'm excited for that one. Huntsmen against London Royal Ravens. We see, you know, maybe a weak Huntsman and a new reformed Royal Ravens. And then we see the Battle of LA, which again I think will be very interesting. I am kind of leaning towards OpTic Gaming for that one, but when all said and done, these are 4 fantastic games. We've of course got more than 4. We've got ones that are undecided. A lot to come, and I'm excited for absolutely everything. As cheesy as that may sound.
Oh, I'm so excited. I think you are, dude. I was thinking about this. There was a lot of talk about it yesterday on chats. Was all about what happens if Chicago lose to London. I mean, that's going to be exciting stuff. But I will leave that for the other casters to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to throw to a quick commercial break. When we come back after this one, it's going to be Lottie with our PlayStation News reaction with Crim 6. They get to go
Crim
round 2
again. Who let that happen?
Baby. We'll throw to a break. See you in a minute. The Dallas Empire as well, though. Shotzi, Crim, Clay, Illy, and Hugh. They've had their own victory there in the Los Angeles Home Series. They've still got a bit of a mountain to climb, though, and this is going to be a nice rematch for them. I think they have yet to actually defeat the Chicago Huntsmen thus far in the Call of Duty League. Nope. But who's it going to be, Phil? You think it's going to be a Chicago 3-1? I mean, Dallas, there's still a lot of potential there.
I think so, and I think, yes, my point of being 3-1 and Huntsman taking it, but Nameless, what he says about this previously being close, he's absolutely right. We've seen Search and Destroys go down to round 11. We've seen 10-point hard points. We've seen dominations within like 2-3 points between these two teams. You can't rule them out. That's my prediction. However, I think Dallas are here to upset. I think Dallas are, again, wanting to send Chicago Huntsmen away in another semi-final. How frustrating would that be? When you talk about who's going to win this event now, who's going to actually be a tournament team who's won 2, of course it's going to be Chicago, Dallas, or FaZe. And I think Dallas, you know, against all odds, everyone's thinking it's going to be either the Huntsmen, that's the crazy fan base, or they're looking at the skill of FaZe. I don't think many people are looking at Dallas to win this tournament outright. For them to do so, of course, they've got to overcome, you know, 2 of the biggest teams in the world, and I think they're definitely capable of doing so. I think we need the best of Shotzi and Illy. I think we need some like Championship Sunday vibes from Clay and Crim. But when it all comes together, we've got to see a full 5 of, you know, Dallas with Hugh on that same page too. They have the capability, and I truly believe this is going to be a great series to watch.
Mate, it's going to be an absolute banger. It always was. I'm very, very excited to get into this one. And the idea that the Dallas Empire are going in almost as an underdog into this match, I think it really fits them well. But here we go, boys and girls. The semi-final matchup to determine who will be facing Atlanta FaZe in our CDL Sunday final here at the Chicago Home Series. Let's get into it. We're going to blow the doors off this one. On board with our boys, the Chicago Huntsmen, as they surge towards that hard point. Of course, from Maza, not an easy one, Phil. Those hard points are tricky to get to.
Yeah, certainly so. And as we get into this, I do want to outline what I was saying just in that brief segment there. The hard points that these guys have had against each other, they have been, somewhat close. Some have been a bit blowouts, but we've seen Azir Cave, we saw Gunrunner, then we went back to Gunrunner again. We saw a St. Petra, we saw another Azir Cave. We've not seen Ramaza, and I think that's a real big takeaway going into map number 1. The change that is happening. Now, whether this is the coaches, whether it's the likes of Sender and Rambo Ray kind of dictating these map vetoes, but it's interesting that we get something new. Going forward, though, we get to see these two teams battle it out on a different battlefield here. But with 20 seconds left here, going forward now, we are starting to look at that mini-map. Rotation, of course, will be Envoy. He's going to be one step ahead, and he was the X-Factor to go off this one. I'm sure he'll have to make up for that one as 3 headshots back-to-back for Crim6, Shotzzy, and Hugh. We'll find Dallas breaking through into the electrical store, but they're going to find pressure, and that's going back from Scump and Envoy.
Indeedy. Over to the next hardpoint we go. Scump taken down early, but Formal still doing what we can. They're on point. Krim and Illy now trying to battle in through the back of the hardpoint as Envoy takes an early dip there, and it's looking like a good Dallas hold so far here on the electronic shop. Straight through the back. Gunner's not able to make much happen there as Formal now trying to answer back forward. And again, the AR in this position, not ideal. Able to maybe find something here. He picks up an MP5 out of nowhere and somehow puts Clay down. So we've got one opening now to work with for the Chicago Huntsmen. What are they going to be able to do as they try to punch it through the back? Good timing from Formal. Great timing from Formal. Even better timing from Formal. Not able to get Clay. That would have been something special. But at 50 seconds, the Empire have managed to take a chunk of time out of this one. Chicago quite unable to break it, and we go back to it, Phil, with the remaining 20.
Yeah, I saw Envoy as well hitting a rotate there, trying to set up a pinch, and it would have been beautiful for that to come off for the Huntsmen, of course, and then set up the barbershop, but it doesn't work out for them. The points will go in the hands of Dallas. They're going to breach over that 60-point mark. And again, pushing forward this time, they're going to have to break on through. This is a hard point, which I remember when, Rambo kind of change roles, if you like, Miles, and he was talking to us. This was the map mode he was talking to both me and you about how players are playing this wrong and how spawns, and he was so kind of critical about it. It's so nice to see kind of the way that Dallas are adapting. I think has been a huge factor in their success so far. But you on your screen, going to change up to Illy as he does drop in the barbershop. Dallas up by 30 points here. You have a strong start coming in from Illy. He just hit double digits.
Yeah, double digits indeed. But no, you're not too wrong, mate. I mean, this is a solid start here from the Empire. Far from over, though, as the Chicago Huntsmen get back into this one. Hugh in a great position here. Again, we talk about trapping teams in that right-hand side of the map, but it has not worked out. The spawn's there for the Huntsmen. They are going to be spawning in next, far left-hand side of the map, up top. They do have control of the construction site off the rip, and it's going to be Formal up high with that AR, locking it down for now. The rest of the map, we're watching the Huntsmen try to just identify these lanes of attack that Dallas are taking as they come out of the barbershop hardpoint, and so far, so good. Krim with a very, very slow and steady push forward. As you can see, the mid-map presence certainly being felt there by Dallas as they try to get over towards the construction site. But Gunless, he's already in there. He's first in, and Krim has actually managed to infiltrate downstairs.
It's funny seeing on social media as well, Clayster talking about how he took a leaf out of Pacento's book. He told his team that the opposing team was 0 and 5 on Gunrunner Dom. In fact, they were 5-0. One thing that I will say is every single player on Dallas will know that they have not won a hardpoint versus Chicago. This is something that they think about constantly. It's an arch enemy, if you like, and they'll be looking for the first victory. What a way to start it, Miles. 115-45 as Crim6 finds his 5 in a row. This is a perfect start for Dallas. They're turning up, they're doing what they need to do, and I tell you what, everyone seems to be on this same page we talk about so often. Dead silence has been popped from Shotzzy. And that construction site, the last 15 looking likely to go towards Dallas. Now heading over towards that 5th and final hardpoint. We're going to see Shotzzy take down one more. That's going to be Gunless there on the crane as we do see those final seconds tick away. And we're going to these arches. We're going to Scum. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing Dallas break these hardpoints relatively well. Huntsmen on the early rotations every single time, but they've got to make those holds work out. Scump can't keep the lane alive. Crim6 once again finds a fantastic kill, but Envoy, the player we've been singing the praises of so religiously here in the COD League so far, desperately trying to make an impact here. 14 and 12 for his team. Formal slaying out at 13 and 9. On the other side of the board, relatively even kills across, but Krim actually is 17 and 12, trying to hand it to his former teammates. This is going to be a big one for him, and again, the first time we will see Chicago take a hard point. Potentially here is Ramaza. Still seems to be working out for Dallas.
Oh,
Gunless in from behind. Perfect timing on the pinch. We'll get the final 20. This is what we haven't seen actually, is these final 20, maybe final 30 seconds. That's where the Huntsmen tend to get broken. Gunless may have just managed to break out the cycle there. there with that one.
I love to see that as well. Gunless, you know, making an impact in the game. Scump has a slow start here at 6 and 17. He'll be wanting to change that around. Keep your eyes out, of course, for the scoreboard. Shout out to our observers, of course, guiding you through all this action. One player will be at the back trying to hit that rotate, but as we go back to the catwalk, it's going to be Hugh trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Huntsmen as they push from the stairs, but 2 is too many here for Hugh. He's going to go down. And the 100-point lead that they had, Miles, the double score line, should I say, has now just depleted to around 60 points. Are Dallas going to extend this, though? Are they going to keep on going on this tear? Because a couple more minutes like this, and this could be map 1 all done and dusted.
Yeah, it's far from, I say far from over. There's a good chance, though, for the Huntsmen to pull this back. It's starting to get a little bit naughty, though, as I say, the presence being felt right now by the Dallas Empire. It's an unbreakable hold here up top. Formal has been stunted so far. One nade kill goes through. Illy Shotzi providing the covering fire. Formal can't quite get it done alone. Envoy, he gets in there at good timing on the 2 kills. A little too late to save Formal, but it may be enough to break the hard point. 10 seconds remaining. Get a little bit of time out of this. Now, rip across map. Do what they can, but once again, it just seems like Chicago slow off the rip. If they don't manage to make the rotation, it's a little difficult for them to break. Now they have to try to break the electronic store. Dallas lining up for this one, Phil, and again at 185 and climbing. This is a huge score deficit and skill deficit right now.
It is a skill deficit, it seems. One team certainly outclassing, and we've seen some remarkable things from everyone on Dallas. Everyone putting in a shift here. When we go to this electronic store, and it is a very strong setup here. Crim's going to find 2. Crim, not the bullets in the weapon to find the 3rd, but I don't think it's going to matter. Illy might be all alone, but he's got a few things up his sleeve, and one's a Semtex. Envoy's going to bite on that. Hugh and Shotzi come into the mix as Clayster finds one as well. It's all looking good for the Empire. I talked about that doubling of the scoreline being depleted a little bit earlier, and now it's right back at it. 220 to 105. This is a one-sided affair, and I will say Scump and Arsties have had a slow start to this map. They need to turn something around, and they need to do it now, because we're 30 seconds away from it being over.
It's going to be over shortly, and you can see it's not going to happen at this hard point. We do have to go to one more. Barbershop in the hands of the Huntsmen for now. Watch for that break, though, from Dallas right off the rip. They tend to punch right through low cafe and find what they can. Our Formal up top. In front. Arsties in front as well. And we are trying to see these players watch the play. Here comes the push from Dallas. Arsties unable to find absolutely anything. Clay finds the first kill, and now they charge forwards. Gunner's still on the defense. And there is a player now from the Dallas Empire in the hard point, and it's Shotzi. He may have just broken through. Now we're going to be seeing Struggle Street for the Huntsman. Hugh on point as well. Shotzi still alive. He remains for the time being before being cleaned up by Scump. There's 9 points for the win now for Dallas. They can charge on through, keep making these kills happen. But you can see for the Huntsman now, the problem they've got, they cannot let a single second go by while still having to try to make that rotation across map to construction. Yeah,
and the crazy thing is we see Simp and players like that dropping 50. You know, the highest player right now in the whole lobby is Shotzi at 25, but this has been an absolute stomping here. Dallas are taking Chicago by the scruff of the neck and throwing them out the door, it seems. This hard point is working for them. And to remind you, Azir Cave, they've lost it twice. Gunrunner, they've lost it twice. St. Petro, they've lost that too. But Ramaza, it seems like it's one of the maps which may favor the Dallas Empire as the 0 seconds come in. They've got to rotate. Oh, you hate to see it there. I thought it was all but over. I bite my tongue. We're heading to construction. And this has to be the most perfect play by the Huntsmen to get. But this would be absolutely remarkable if they could bring this back.
Well, it's 1 second for Dallas. All they have to do is get a toe in that hard point. The hold has to be absolutely pristine, Phil, as you call it. It's got to be perfect. Formal doing what he can. The 2 players now trying to make the play up from upstairs. Illy coming downstairs, can't quite find Gunless. Gunless will stay alive to hold the line for now. And so far, for 30 seconds, it has been perfect. But there's one more push now from Dallas. And there it is, Gunless on the contest. If he goes down, it's pretty much over. They've got at least 2 people downstairs on the point. Illy's managed to make his way through the stairs. And now from Gunless in from behind, Illy could be the one to do it. No, they'll hold on again. So far, Phil.
Oh, he snuck in.
Perfect.
He snuck in.
It was perfect for a long time.
We were going to the arches there, but no. We saw a little toe, like you said, Miles, sneaking at the very dying second. And Dallas, what a way to start things off. The Huntsmen do make it a little bit more level towards the end, shall we say. But that was a really, really big stomp in there. You know, first 80% of that game was crazy. Like I said, everyone kind of putting in a shift there. We had Illy with 1 minute and 48 seconds of hill time. And again, across the board, Shotzi 27, Crim6 26, 27 for Clayster as well. Just a lot of kills spread evenly between the squad.
Yeah, tons of kills. It was Krim actually winning a lot of those in individual engagements. We saw, again, running that MP5. Massive work from him. Let's have a quick look at the stats from that map, friends. It was a humdinger to start this one off. And again, the very first time we have seen Dallas defeat the Chicago Huntsmen in a hard point. A solid start indeed. And I think a very important map win for them going into Search, which has typically been Dallas's map as well. Let's see how we go, Phil. And again, any major takeaways from the stats there, brother?
I think the major takeaway is there's not an X factor as we talk about. There's no 50 bomb. There's no crazy amounts of numbers we're looking at there. We're seeing consistency, and I think that's Dallas, you know, in a nutshell. When they play to their own strengths and they can all just, you know, drop, let's say, a 1.1. Like, if you're all dropping a 1.1, the whole other team is going to be suffering, or someone is going to be heavily suffering. And Dallas just kind of outclassed, outplayed, outslayed everything. But very, very strong gameplay. Started strong. We saw Scump have a bit of a slow start. I think there was one other player, might have been Arstees. But they'll be looking to change that for map number 2.
We got that scuff play of the game. It was going to be Krim 6 with his continued individual prowess. Those very fantastic 1v1 wins we saw in the end there, of course, dropping 26 and 21. Phil, big fan of what Krim was putting on the board there against his former teammates.
Yeah, incredible stuff there from Krim. And I think, again, this was something that you could have picked out at any point. But when you started to line them up, I think there was his final kill. He couldn't finalize it because he didn't have enough bullets. And that says a lot when, you know, you're taking everyone in your path down. But you got to reload it sometimes, Miles. But apart from that, you take a step back and you think, great, map 1, a first hard point under the belts of Dallas. That makes them 1-5 now out of 6. We go to Search and Destroy next, which of course has been a little different, shall we say. The guys have obviously played this a number of times, but right now they are 1-2 on this, so we're looking to level that one up too.
Indeedy, Matt. We do have our Grubhub picks of the day coming up soon as well. Thinking, who did I pick? I think I grabbed Shotzi today, which was, I think, so good call, brother. And Phil, what did you pick? Who was your Grubhub pick of the day, and what have you ordered today from Grubhub?
Mine was Envoy. I think he was a player which we've seen the amazing Envoy, and we've seen the okay Envoy. And I think when he's amazing, these guys are winning tournaments, and I wanted to see a little bit more of that. I felt like our Grubhub pick of the days were really giving good energy to those players. So I don't know whether it's going to work in this one, but in regards to what I've ordered today, Miles, you know I'm a lover of all things sushi. Not today.
Yeah, mate.
My order today was ramen. If you've not had ramen, you're missing out. That's all I'm going to say.
You have ramen on such a hot day as well. You're a psycho.
It's nearly 90 degrees here in Las Vegas. But I tell you what it is in my apartment. A cool 63.
I like that, dude. I went to a place. This was my meal, Phil. My first one I grabbed here.
Oh
this was
my
a place
goodness.
called Lento. Dude, I went for something a little different. I went through a tofu breakfast burrito and 2 cookies on the side, and I garnished it with a little bit of a sliced tomato there, mate. It was absolutely delicious.
That sounds like really healthy and then really not healthy. But I love it.
Oh yeah,
balance.
I had
Life
to balance
is a balance,
it out.
right?
I had to balance it out. I think my face actually represents the approach I took to both of those meals, mate. So, but you ordered a ramen as well, man. I still can't believe that. I mean, as much as I love ramen, truly, deeply, from the bottom of my stomach and soul, that's a hot thing to eat, man, today as well. Anyway, don't forget, friends, to use Grubhub to support your local businesses right now. It's obviously a very difficult time in the world, and we do deeply appreciate all the support. This is a weird time, and we do love it. Phil, thank you very much for supporting via Grubhub, my dude.
No
I have been loving the Grubhub grubs. I keep asking them for a bag to be able to use on camera, but no one has a bag right now. It's weird.
No.
I did just get a very, very fun piece of information from our production crew. The next map, this Search and Destroy of Dallas versus Chicago in the semifinals here of the Chicago Home Series, will be the 100th map here shown in the Call of Duty League. We have grown up so fast, Phil. Time has truly flown.
I mean, it's an interesting stat for sure. I'm not sure whether it bodes in any way for either team, but it's a milestone. And as we do like to conquer these and move on to the next, here's to the next 100, right? You know, 200, 500, 1,000, whatever it may be. I'm just hoping this series is a banger, and of course the winner will be moving on to play FaZe. If you missed that, they're already in the grand final. They will be waiting and anticipating their opponent. This for me is a huge series for the Huntsmen as well, because if they do lose, this is semi-final after semi-final after semi-final that they drop out of a tournament. Not what you want to see.
Nah, not what you want to see indeed. As we get ready to go into that Search and Destroy here on Gunrunner. A very, well, I think historically, something that we would be expecting Dallas to win here. A shock result if we can see a big surprise here out of the Chicago Huntsmen. Got to turn this one around sooner rather than later. You don't want to leave it down to Domination. We have to make that comeback. Either way, the Huntsmen on offense to start this one off. As Dallas line up on the defense, and it's Arstes with that AX-50 to start this one off with a bang there on the Clayster.
Bang, bang, here we go. And again, I highlighted the maps and mode combination when we're going into the hardpoint. I'll do the same quickly in Search and Destroy. These guys have met 3 times, twice on Arklov. They've actually split the bill on that one. And the other one was on Piccadilly, which Chicago won around 11. So again, first time we're seeing Dallas play the Huntsman on Gunrunner Search and Destroy. So maybe we see something different. But First Blood was drawn out. Second and third, though, go to Dallas. So now we sit in a 4v3 Arstes with the trophy system available and ready. But a quick check at that minimap. The teams couldn't be further apart, it seems.
Yeah, no, but you want to watch out, though, there. Aggressive wrap now from Dallas. Defending is a difficult thing to do here on Gunrunner. Lovely shots to take care of Formal. Crim cuts him down. All 4 of them have managed to come in through the back. So basically what they're doing now is they're forcing everyone on Chicago to move away from the B site. It's easy to defend the B site from the defender's side of the map. Now they're forcing the play towards A. This is huge from Dallas. They've just completely changed the situation of the map right now. And these 2 remaining members of Chicago, it's going to be hard to get there onto A.
It almost reminded me a little bit of IW or AW, where it was wolf packing. When we used to see these teams just go around hand in hand, and they knew that they had the number advantage. They pushed it out at a 4-3 and just found one of them lingering. And unfortunately for Chicago, they will actually drop that player, drop the round, and a strong start once again for Dallas. And that was after losing, I think, the first engagement as well from the sniper of Arstes. But only 1 round in here as we get into the next one. Coming into this, the Chicago Home Series, we see the Search and Destroy KD of Chicago at 1.08. And for Dallas, it's been a 0.74. Not ideal, but of course, that is the past. We are here in the present and looking forward to the future. Let's see what we've got in round number 2.
Yeah, disgusting round there from Dallas to start things off. Billy Snipe now. Brilliant shot onto Gunless there to start this round off. Scump also finds that first blood, so it's a nice even trade for both teams. Bomb's going to be going down very, very quickly for Dallas here. They managed to take control of the A site, and as Shotzi has actually managed to slip through. Another shot from Illy. Lovely job from the observers to catch that one as well. And now we are going to be seeing him stay in this position. Slight adjustment as he's going to maybe be able to catch his third. Oh! Gets him! Oh, Illy! Big fan of that one. The kill's going his way. Finally gets taken care of by Scum. But it's a little too late. The damage is already done. 2v2 now. Retake situation for Chicago.
And again, what a beautiful shot. Scum's going to actually find himself in a good position now as he finds 2. He found Illy the sniper. Clayster just watching the bomb, but there is 1 player on it. I don't think it's going to be defusing. He's Formal, but 11 seconds. You've got to play the clock. Formal has to chase, but Formal does not have the time. Beautifully played by Dallas. And again, it comes down to that clock. The highlights of that round. The snipers from Illy. The chase down from Scump. But the beautifully played clock by Clayster. What a way to go back and forward. My emotions are being torn here, Miles.
We're seeing the perfect balance between skill in the form of Illy snipes and then brains in the way that Clay plays that bomb with a clock. Still, admirable retake attempt from the Huntsman. Scump found, what, maybe 3 kills, I think it was, off the back of that one. And then in the end, he and Formal just unable to win that 1v1 or the 2v1 situation. Very, very difficult to do, but nonetheless, we are lining this one up to be quite the search.
Wow.
Right off the rip. Shotzi with the nice shots there through the smoke. Does get attacked with a nade as well. So, first blood going the way of Dallas.
That's a frustrating way to die. That's where I'm screaming at my own monitor. I'm doing a Dylan right there. If I'm getting shot through the smoke, I'm furious. But Hugh finds one. Crim6 finds another. And ladies and gentlemen, this just looks like a Dallas Empire round written all over it. It's all up to T2P. And the T2P is now down to absolutely nothing. The round is over. And Dallas have just clean sweep that round. That was beautifully done once again. And every single person, this is what I go back to with Dallas, just kind of playing their part. We saw the aggression of Shotzi through the smoke. We saw Crim6 picking off players by the forest. Hugh getting aggressive by the half wall as well. It just seems to all be kind of falling in their laps. You know, the piece of the puzzle just kind of almost aligning, if you like.
Yeah, every round is something you can learn from Dallas's play here. I really hope other coaches and teams have got their pens and papers out. Something special here as we move in towards B. Very, very aggressively now for the Dallas Empire. On the defense, though, we've got 2 men setting in there towards that forest side. Great job from Arstes here. Catches one on the cross. He's got a couple more to deal with. His teammates now backing him up as well at the same time. It's going to be Envoy just to his right. Good job to get the kill and stay alive. Envoy's nade as well comes into play. So while the aggression has been felt here by the Empire, it's been read fantastically and read beautifully by Chicago. Get themselves back on the board. If RCs doesn't get the opening kill, Phil, it could have been real different.
Yeah, and I think it's such a much needed round. We talk about it all the time in Search and Destroy. You know, going 0-3, it sucks. But kind of just dragging yourself back into this game. You might be still down by 2, but very different scoreline than being 0-4. Credit to them there. Crim nearly found a nice double, but he was shut down by RCs. I think that was the final kill. And we hop on board with the Huntsman here going on the offense. He'll be looking for back-to-backs here. Gunlush yet to find his first kill of the game, but I'm sure he'll be looking to change that. And will change that moving forward. Scum not letting anyone push through water as Shotzzy previously did.
Yeah, got all this lined out. RC's peeks forward. Lovely shots on Crim there. Difficult angle to find through the rock and the sort of turbine there, but he does manage to make it work. Now keeping that mid-map solid is going to be Scump. Very, very important position to be found, because now he's going to be planting the bomb. And it's going to be Shotzzy who's trying to creep forward to the right-hand side. He goes in. He's managed to slip through, and he's just caught Scumpy right underneath the skirt. Cuts him down. Brilliant shots. And now Illy's trying to hold that left down. Huge, supreme aggression. You cannot match that. Fool didn't stand a chance whatsoever. And now it's all onto Envoy. What an unbelievable round from the Empire. 2 versus 1. 23 seconds left on the bomb. Clay from up high sniffs him out, catches him, and with that, an easy defuse. That was another delightful round from the Dallas Empire.
It really was, and again, kind of Clay up top there, utilizing his surroundings to finalize that round. The time does tick away, and Dallas. Is this more convincing than a Hardpoint? Some may say so, but what I will say is they've come to play here on CDL Sunday, and it's going to be an exciting one to end. I spoke about this in the pre-game of how everyone's got this FaZe Huntsman matchup in the final, and everyone's thinking who's going to win it out of those two. A lot of people are ruling out Dallas. A lot of people have already kind of wrote them off this series, let alone another. But I'm sure
you did it all, mate. 3-1. Wow, it's not over yet, is it?
You're right. I did. I mean, I didn't rule them out completely. I said I'd win a map, Miles. But no, I will say they've truly shocked me coming into this Sunday. How they've performed in that. They've not won one Hardpoint against Chicago, and then they nearly put them in the 100-point club, it seemed. And then moving to this Search and Destroy, they're limiting Gunless to absolutely nothing. And now they're trying to close this out. I'm sure going up 2-0 would be a huge, huge morale boost. But as we jump on board with Shotzzy and his MP5 and his beautifully sliding dead silence. Oh, Chicago, gonna prove me right or wrong, it seems.
Formal's got a thing or two to say about it, but Illy, in that green window, I mean, honestly, he's here all the time. When you watch him and Shotzzy play, it looks like they both run on roller skates. It's pretty wild, but here we go. Smokes up through mid. Gunless now on the flank, hoping to find that first kill. He could be gifted through the smoke. No, he will not. Illy will get it, but it's a quick trade, and immediately Shotzzy, he piggybacks off the back of Illy's death instantly, and with that, it's 5-1. That is synergy. That is true teamwork right there. I mean, watch Shotzi's kill cam here. He may find the final kill. His teammate goes down, and with it, immediately right on through to Formal. Formal would have had to snap so quickly on a Shotzzy and that last kill to even come close to it. Unreal stuff coming out of Empire right now. This Search and Destroy is almost over.
I'd say one round and it's done. I know we jokingly, and you jokingly said so did I, write them off. Only 12% of what I believe, not a COD League stat, but put a little poll out before this. Think Dallas are going to win this event, and it's just such a low number. When you split it between the two, the majority going back and forth between FaZe and Huntsman, and I think that fuels the fire of someone like Crim. It has to. When you see everyone almost writing you off and not even talking about you, I bet they go into this so hungry, and rightfully so. 5-1 is the scoreline, 60 seconds, looking for the face, doesn't connect. Illy trying to find him, will throw a grenade over the top, and that's not going to connect. But Miles, this could be the very end, the last 60 seconds of the game, or is Envoy going to change it right here?
Oh, he's trying, man. He's trying. He's up and about. Gunless now finds himself a kill, gets himself 2. Why not? Envoy now charging forward. It's a good round for the Huntsman. They have the advantage, but Crim biting back slowly but surely. 2v3 right now. Scump goes down to Huke as well. Formal finds it. And now it's a 1 versus 1. Arcites versus Crim 6. This is for the map. Stay alive! Arcites, he gets it good.
Oh, wow. What a battle.
Crim needed 1 or 2 more bullets to get that done.
I like the heads up push from Arcites there. As soon as he saw him dip away, he anticipated that push and he played aggressively. Not that you see that a lot on the side of a 1v1 to stay in the game, but Arcites there clutching up for Huntsman. We go to round number 8, and again, this almost feels like the hard point when, you know, Dallas are just 1 point away. They're so close. They just need that, you know, that first blood, that toe over the line. However, the Huntsmen, they've done it before. They've brought back round after round. Don't rule them out of it just yet.
No, not just yet. Still, Illy with that snipe's a dangerous thing. Form with a great start there on the Clayster. First blood goes the way of the Huntsman.
Envoy, very aggressive. Did you see where he died there? Even through green he was all alone. He's on the defense. I'm not sure I agree with the play, but Envoy's Envoy. He knows better than I do, it seems, and sadly he's not going to pick up the kill. Maybe he heard something that we didn't, but a 4v4 with a minute left. Scumper's popped dead silence just over the right-hand side of Hugh in the water. Gunless perching himself up on a nice power position here. And hello! There's the tip of the head. It's going to be Scumper. He's going to be taken down by Hugh without even a challenge.
Yeah, we found this a few times that Dallas are very, very good at playing patiently and catching these mistakes being made by the Chicago Huntsmen. They just overextend somewhat, but nice nade from Arstes makes this a 3v3. With the bomb down at 8, Gunless is a slow and steady push in towards that bomb site. Dead silence activated. They're wolf packing this one together. Oh my word. He just catches Illy. Illy with the snipe out doesn't even manage to make much, but Crim6 finds himself 2. And with that, the Dallas Empire, they get the win. It's going to be 6-2 here in the search and destroy. The crossfire on the A site closes it out. And it was Hugh, yeah. I was going to say, I'm not sure who got the final kill, but the pinch there was absolutely perfect. Comes in at the right time, catches these kills, and Dallas, they take a 2-0 lead here in the series. Oh boy.
Wow, Crim6, double digits for him, 10 and 7 there. We saw some sublime plays all around, but Dallas, again, shutting down Chicago very, almost, it seemed, easily in just 8 rounds. You don't see many of those search and destroys. Again, the previous ones that these matched up on, they had a round 11 on Arklov, which Chicago took. They had a round 11 on Piccadilly, which Chicago took. The only search and destroy which Dallas had beat them on was an Arklov peak, and that was a 6-1. So a 6-2 victory here in the semi-final of the Chicago Home Series, and on the brink of elimination, the Huntsmen in their 3rd semi-final in a row have to pull off a reverse sweep, 3 maps back-to-back. Can it be done? Absolutely, but Miles, what do you think of the series so far?
So far, the series is very, very exciting, Phil. It's an exciting one, but it's not over yet, my brother. Now with a 2-0 lead, Dallas have got to close this one out. When we come back after this break, friends, it is going to be domination. Chicago, it's time to bounce back. The winner of this match goes to the finals to play FaZe. Phil, it's far from over, brother, but Dallas are seeming to close this one out.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas 2-0 up, great for them. Not expected by myself. I went into this thinking this would be a 3-1 for Huntsmen. I thought these guys would kind of handedly, you know, pick up a few maps, and it seems like they're struggling right now. The Hardpoint, it seemed like it was a struggle. The search and destroy, again, seemed like a struggle. We saw signs and moments of you know, typical Huntsman, but it wasn't enough of that. I'm expecting more in the domination, and hopefully they can turn this around and make this a series. No one wants a 3-0 right now.
Nobody wants a 3-0 right now, let alone the Chicago Huntsman fans. Believe me, they're tweeting me at this moment in time. Let's have a look at the US Army tactical play here. This was, of course, Illy, a standout player in the search and destroy. We saw his 3 snipes in a single round. Brilliant, instrumental at times for his squad. Love to see it film again. Illy has he's been a little quiet when it came to Friday, but as of Saturday, and I definitely would say today, the man has been an absolute weapon.
Yeah, I mean, he's been incredible from the get-go. I think a lot of people have questioned him. I think a lot of people have kind of put him under the magnifying glass. And right now he's performing, which is great for him. The tournament is not over, though, and he's got a long way to go to lift. Again, another trophy. These guys are looking for their second as his FaZe, as his Huntsman. Who's he going to be, though? We'll have to wait and see. Mate,
it's not over yet, as I said, but the domination is coming up shortly. I think at the same time, we do have a bit of a concern here for the Huntsmen. Can they bounce back? I mean, are they in a state mentally to be able to bounce back? But look, mate, Dallas itching to get that first big win here over the Huntsmen. They've taken already the first hard point they've ever taken against the Huntsmen, and now the Dom will seal the deal with a 3-0. We're almost ready to roll into the game, friends. This will not be the last time we see the Chicago Huntsmen tonight. I've got a strong feeling that the bounce back will be happening, but that ain't up to us. It's up to these players. Phil, any predictions on how this is going to go? Is this going to be the beginning of the sweep?
I mean, I'm a big stat guy, a big numbers guy, and I look at the numbers, and right now they're doing absolutely nothing for me. Whether it was 5-0 on Hardpoint, they were 2-1 on Search and Destroy, they're 2-1 again on Domination. The only thing I will say is they played Hackney Yard High twice. Dallas and Chicago split that. They played St. Petro once. Chicago won that as well. I'm trying to rack my brains to think exactly what the map of Domination is coming up next. I don't know if you know, Miles. But I'm a big firm believer of momentum. I really am. I think momentum is a big thing. I don't know if Crimsix has had a haircut, but he's looking mighty fine clean there.
Crim's finally revealed the hair, man. He was teasing it for a long time. Now it's finally let it rip. Sorry, it's Hackney, dude. Hackney Dom.
Sorry.
It's going to be
well,
a
I got
Hackney.
distracted by the gorgeous camera of Crimsix in the bottom right-hand side of my screen. But yeah, going back to what I said, momentum. I think Dallas do this. I think maybe a 3-0 is on the cards, Miles.
Well, this is it. Got to close this one out here and now if they will. Hackney Dom. We're underway. Immediate overextension there going for the Huntsman. Looks like Envoy is trying to find something there towards C, at least slow these players down, but it's a heavy B stack right now for Dallas as they're trying to find their way in, but the kills have worked out for the Huntsman. Gunless, sadly, poor timing there as Envoy tries to keep the middle of the map safe. Nice job of the shots there. Is he going to be able to get Crim? No, sadly, but still, A and B in control for the Huntsman now. They spawn on the favourable side. Let's see how long they can keep this up.
Yeah, and I was actually watching Huntsman scrim online. They're one of the few teams that actually showcased some of their scrims, but they were actually playing Domination a lot, and I saw these guys winning by like 60-70 points, but also losing by 60-70 points on this very map. So clearly trying to tweak things, work things out. I think it was against Toronto that they were playing, so we'll see how they line up against Dallas. But a good start here for Chicago as Envoy picks up another double, 14-8 as they control A and B. And looking at the mini-map, they've got a pretty good setup here, Miles.
Yeah, solid setup, and they never get though. Illy, nice shots off the rip though. Formal's going to put him right back down. Trying to hold that position there at B still, but it's getting flooded right now by Dallas as they continue to keep this pressure. Formal taking care of that player on flag, again trying to slow down the neutralization, and that's what we want to be seeing here. Envoy doing his best to lock down the back end of A. You're going to be watching Dallas try to overextend through that top portion of the map to flood through the A flag, but it's not worked out so far. Formal and Co still alive. 3 in a row for Envoy, 2 in a row right now for Formal. He's yet to actually die in this match here, so big work out of Formal. You love to see it. Nice shots again. He caught Duke make his way through. Watching for the reinforcements. Great snap from Formal as he finds his 4th kill in a row.
Yeah, absolutely madness. 4 kills in a row. Envoy has 10, which is incredible. He's also got 4 in a row, but he's got a few more deaths to make it 5 for Envoy. This is going back to exactly what I was talking about watching these guys scrim. When I saw them on top and actually dominating in this one, it was showcase domination to perfection, it seemed like. But, you know, the tides turn and anything can happen. So 40-21, it's a great start for the Huntsmen. Don't rule out Dallas just yet. Of course, they'll be trying to push and flip these spawns and maybe go to the tire shop.
Indeed. Well, Chicago with a solid lead now, starting to build upon this 20-pointer, but they do lose A. Let's have a quick Astro listen in with the Chicago Huntsmen.
I just want green guys.
Yeah, got me at C. Got me at C.
I got through to A.
One's camping A. One's camping A, I think.
Well, no, they're playing AC. They're playing AC setup. AC setup. I spawned at A. I spawned green. I spawned green, guys.
I'll be here in a second. I'll be there in a second.
I spawned through B. Got me.
Got him. That's him. He's in shack.
And top L.
Top scav.
I'm going top green
right now.
We gotta get a flag.
Go get C, get C.
Guys.
More in the crossback. I'm wrapping back to C with you.
Didn't see anything. You did.
Work through it.
I don't see anything. I want to get right now.
They're door.
Yeah, one's hiding.
Dead. I don't know if that was him.
I'm back.
And top
Trying to get C. Guys, flag.
I'm trying.
Yep, I'm holding. I'm bottom L. Could be green on me.
I'm green cross.
Top.
Here you go.
Good.
We're chilling.
I'm going to
Go bottom L, guys. Bottom L and top L. Bottom L right now. He went to the right.
Play hit top L.
Go up,
Bottom L.
guys.
I'm trying to get top L.
Above you, I'm coming help you,
Yeah, we're coming out.
I spawned green. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you guys fucking.
Watching it top L. Clay's one shot top L.
Waiting for you guys.
Their door. I'm being on B. I spawned green. I'm here.
Top AC, drop down. Dead.
Nice, 3.
Another one here on me.
That's the last two right there.
He's close.
B.
Not hurt, Pierce.
Dead.
I
bit
Another one there. Got me our door. B door.
Play weak. Play one
Bottom pit.
One's bottom pit. We got Flame L. He killed. One on B, one in door.
Hey, bottom L.
Shoot B.
I'm getting mid L control. I'm getting mid L.
Okay. I'm coming top L.
Mid top L. Mid top L for you.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Laying down bottom B.
Didn't they take top L?
You went to top L?
Top cap.
Yeah. I'm
They're mid stacks. They're mid stacks. Tyler?
Clay's
Just naded C.
Be mid on me too.
In shack, dead.
Solid comms from the Huntsmen, but as you can see, the scoreline is starting to creep back into Dallas's favour. Mate, what did you get from the takeaway? From the listening, rather?
Again, I mean, firstly, I saw Dallas kind of stay resilient and flip spawns and do what they exactly should have done. But what I did like is from the communication, there was no moaning or sighing or, you know, kind of unnecessary communication from the Huntsmen. They knew what they had to do. They were really trying to push this. They were directing the play very, very well. And yes, the scoreline a little closer than I'm sure they wish going into the half here. But Dallas still trying to fight from behind here. It's only going to be a point. It could be all tied up as we go into the second side. But the Huntsmen, they started strong. They let go of that tire shop. And the spawns did flip. Not what they wanted to see going into side number 2.
No, but still very, very close. Incredibly competitive first half. As the dying seconds of this one go down, it's like we're going to be seeing the A and B hand still stay with the Empire, but now the Huntsmen, we flip over. Dallas will have the preferable side, spawning A side to start with now. And we'll see just what happens here as Chicago's fate now hangs in the balance. And oh boy, what a nade that was.
It was a special one. I mean, sometimes, you know, you've been there, I've been there, you throw a nade, you think, you know, let's just hope for the best, but I'm sure these guys are a little bit more planned out than that. Beautiful nade, though, to end this one. We're going to hop right back into it, though, with our second side. We're going to flip those sides, of course, and we're going to see A and B potentially be controlled by Dallas off the start here. Let's see what Chicago do straight away to try and change that.
Big fan of the Ops team there, obviously catching the London Overground, just going by Hackney there. A and B in the hands of Dallas right off the rip. They do manage to get in there very, very quickly, but you can see the overextension now working out from the Huntsmen. They've managed to get one player across. He will be taken out shortly. And then you see Hugh, Illy, and Clay lighting up the kill feed. B still defended for now. Gunless. Oh boy, hip fire, not able to get the kill. That's going to come back to bite him momentarily. Envoy's got to back him up now as they try to retake the B flag. Still hitting for the overextension towards A. And time is going to slowly trickle away. And Illy makes safe B with that 5th kill in a row. Lovely work from him. But here we go, Phil. We need to see the Huntsmen break on a B, or at least try to find the flip towards A.
Here we go, now 10 seconds only between the two teams. A and B firmly held, and there's one thing to take from the first side is both teams can hold both this A and B flag. We saw Dallas do it for the second half of that first half, if you like, the second quarter, as you might want to break it down. Hugh, a little bit of a slower game here, 7 and 14, but you've got the same on the side of Huntsman with Gunless. Certainly players stepping things up, though. A 5-kill streak for Shotzi, now 19 and 10 with his 6th kill in a row. Shotzi certainly looking to end this domination with a victory, and a big one at that as well. Now leading by 20 miles. The longer this goes on, the harder it becomes for the Huntsman. 3.5 minutes on the clock as we speak right now, and, you know, certainly doable by all means. This is not over just yet, but the Huntsman, they need to change this. They need to do it now.
You're also those green arrows on the minimap, just not really doing a whole lot right now. They're trying to reposition, go for a push towards B now. 2 through mid. Shots is going to cut one down. He's armed to the teeth right now, an M4 and an MP5 in hand. He's basically equipped for every situation possible. You saw him find the kill up top. Now he's engaging down low. The slide comes through, but RCT's taken clean care of. Formal now tries to pick him up as he makes his way in as well. But again, the shots coming through here from Dallas. They've locked down B. Only Formal now lives on the B flag. He's got to make neutral that flag straight away. And he's got to contest the push now, coming in from the backside of C. This could be big as we see the Huntsman now. Gunless winning the flag on A. Quickly find the capture. They flip this side of the map. There's a bit of a comeback to be made here by the Huntsman, but it is doable.
Yeah, certainly so. 30 points, Miles, and with 2.5 minutes looming here. 2 minutes 40, I should say. Give them a little bit more time. Formal's got a 5-kill spree as well. Changing the game right now. A and B back in the hands of the Huntsman. They hold this, and they certainly will bring this back here. It's going to be a very, very close game. The question is now for Dallas. They can hold on to a flag, you know, reset themselves. They've got that little bit of a cushion to hold on, but they'll be looking to push this tire shop and flip these spawns ASAP here. Scump with a double in the middle as well. Look over by C. It's Arcity. He's trying to neutralize that flag. He can't do it just yet. He's going to have to dip out as his teammates picking up kills. Look how close it is. The very top middle of your screen. C is a slither away from a neutralization, but the players go down. Arcity and Scump will fall. Let's see how this one pans out.
Yeah, the Huntsman actually spawns sort of top green. Dallas spawns just by bottom of yellow. They're right in on top of B. They're going to flip that straight away. This is a big look for Dallas. You need to see something special happen right now. The Huntsmen have got to make their way on a C, maybe get the neutralization there, or clean out these players on B. They have opted for B. They win all the kills, and they get the flag back straight away. Clay immediately going back to clear out C, but he does have a bit of opposition there. It's going to be Gunless, who's making his way in towards that C flag. A 5-man push now with the defense. Gunless in from behind. Whoa. Oh, he only finds one. No way. Arcity's now trying to neutralize C. The knife was out, but it was he who takes the blade there from Illy. And now we're going to be seeing the defensive C held for the time being here on Dallas. A and B in control for Chicago. They got to keep the hold of this one though, Phil. Minute 20 on the clock.
Again, 18 points is what you will gain from a 2-cap in 1 minute and 30 seconds. If it stays as it is right now, Dallas will win. Chicago needs to change something. I'm getting flashbacks of just a minute and a half ago when that C flag was so close. But look at Clayster. He's pulling off a zoomer right now as he's pulled off a flank. He's gone for the neutralization. The trophy system is down. All resources from the Huntsman have been sent towards C. And now he's neutralized it, taking points away from the Huntsman. He won't get the cap, but it won't really matter. Number 6 there, in and amongst the little corner. Shots, he finds 25 to his name, only 15 deaths. The real MVP of map number 3 here. But as B changes hands, Crim6 is the one to neutralize B. Now he's going to try and cap it. With 35 seconds, Miles, this is almost but over.
It's almost but over. There was a battle going on towards B, which Crim won. Now we go straight back in there for Envoy. C is now looking very, very safe and secure for Dallas. The clock is ticking down, Phil, and I think it may be over. I think that may be all she wrote for the Chicago Huntsmen here as the Dallas Empire. They have absolutely stormed their way through the first 2 maps, and there was great signs of life here for Chicago in the Dom, but at the end of the day, it was a few key moments, a few magical plays there on the flags from Dallas, and they've only gone and done it. 29-17 for Shotzi in the end, and it's a swift 3-0. Dallas Empire wins.
I tell you what, Dallas winning, by all means, people will call that an upset. Dallas winning with a 3-0, a convincing 3-0. You look back at it, the Hardpoint, very one-sided for a large majority. The Search and Destroy was a bit of a blowout in some of those rounds. And that Domination, it was pushed close. This is not an easy game by all means. You can see that just, what is that? 7 points between the 2 teams. But it felt like Dallas had that edge a little bit too much there. Shotzi, 29 kills in the Domination. Miles, I have no idea what you're laughing at, but enlighten me.
Clay is just showing a picture of this like expensive router to his face cam or something. I don't know what's going on there. I'll see you on Reddit, Clay. That was a lot of fun. But look, what a series that was. Dallas, the only thing I can take away from that, Dallas looks so prepared for those matchups, man. The Gunrunner, Search and Destroy, I'm going to go back and watch that because a few of those rounds were so innovative when it comes to the plays. I mean, Dallas just made the reads. The individual skill was there. You love to see it coming out of them. The Huntsmen definitely close, but no cigar for them. The Hardpoint was a blowout as well, which was a real shock to me, but the search really was where that series was over. That was so clinical, so decisive. There was not a chance in hell for the Huntsman on the Search, and as close as we came on the Dom, Phil, I mean, that's all she wrote. We say a fond farewell to the Chicago Huntsmen here, and Dallas will now face Atlanta in our CDL Sunday finals here in the Chicago Home Series.
And those are your Dallas Empire. Guys, we've basically covered it all. We've had about a half hour here as we wait for the teams to get ready. We've done the keys to victory. We've talked about Krem. We've talked about Simp. We've talked about the rosters. We talked about the maps and modes. We've covered everything at this point between these 2 teams. Joe, you got any final points regarding this hopefully amazing home series final?
I don't think so, man. I think we covered a lot of it. I think when you look at this Dallas Empire, roster, just from, we talked about, you got the vets, you got the young guys. I'm looking at Hook. I mean, I feel like, talk about X factors. Hook is a guy I think a lot of times goes under the radar. I think he could be the difference maker in this series for the Dallas Empire.
I'm looking at Twitter right now.
All right, well, we are getting ready to get into map 1. The fly-through is here. Ant, thanks for joining us. But, Joe, it is time to take the casting away. Let's get right into it. It's the home series final for Chicago. Let's go, Joe.
Yeah, Clint, you better bracket up, baby. Make sure to hit that bracket. We got to make sure the ops team hears us. I am so excited to get into this game.
Look bathrooms, by the way.
Like, you want me to look bathrooms?
Yeah, first
this
off,
is going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. But who? Am I hearing the players' voices right now? Are you hearing that?
It's smoked. I can't see shit.
I am.
Okay, well, production team, if you hear us for some reason in our program feed, we are hearing the players. So this will be interesting, Joe, but I'm sure they'll work to get that resolved as we get right into there. There we go. Okay, all right, that's a lot less chaotic. That was interesting to try and commentate is hearing all the player chatter, but a nice start from FaZe. They get rolling here, Joe.
Yeah, and Atlanta FaZe, they're starting on that stronger side, right? You see number 4, Major Maniac. He's going to play a little bit slow, make sure his team has the spawn. Celium and Simp taking care of business middle of the map. This Dallas Empire, you want to get him off this hill, maybe try to earn some time. I mean, the goal would be to flip the spawns, but we know FaZe, they are a fundamental team, and I think with the role changes for Major Maniac, that's what he's going to be focusing on.
Well, it's Priest in through that mid-cut that's able to take down 2 before he drops. Now right over to the other Tiny Tear, and Illy just smokes him. A BZ will drop, but the right side of the map still controlled by FaZe with 10 seconds remaining on the first hard point. How to Empire break this? Have you seen over the past couple months any new developments and teams getting better at breaking some of these money hills?
Well, I think the really what the goal is for this Dallas Empire team is to try to get into the hill and then go towards the back, and that's typically your best shot of breaking those spawns. Or Hook, he's just going to take down the whole team as he's able to find 3. Now this is what I'm talking about. As soon as they can get in, if they're able to find those kills, here comes out parallel spawns for the Atlanta FaZe. Celium and Priest, though, they go big inside of the hill, but it's Hook once again trying to stay alive for the Dallas Empire.
Yeah, those 3 entries for Hook, enough to get them some contest time, right? Then he follows it up with another lovely double to continue to get in. So there was not much time off that clock before the pressure was here from Empire, and the parallel spawns were there, as you said, but it was a 5 spree for Celium at 9 and 3 before he dropped. And now Empire will soak up the final 15 to 20 seconds. As you take a look at the left side of the map and we hop out to the sky cam, you can see everybody getting ready for minecarts.
And I'll tell you what, you asked me what do you want to do with that second hill? That's about as good as it gets, I think, when you don't have those close spawns. An excellent job by the Dallas Empire as they now are able to rotate. Celium trying to work towards this forest. Barista, he was so sneaky yesterday on those searches. He's making the sneaky play right now. Him and Abizi able to take down 4. Simp to find the 5th. And now Celium has him trapped in the back.
How much damage can Celium do from this position? Because not only can he see that back spawn, he can also see the cross, but he's going to get dropped almost instantly as we take a look at his POV. Empire win the fights off spawn and now get into the point to at least contest. There's a team kill through for Empire, but they're still here. Now back to Celium's POV off a spawn. Great job with the M4 behind these carts to do the damage. 2 down, looking for 3, maybe 4. Everybody lining up for him, and you can see how dominant this position is with, well, really any gun in hand.
Yeah, but again, I think you get the break, but then Dallas are able to respond. Like, this is, I think, what one of the keys to victory has been all weekend for the Atlanta FaZe. When you get those kills, you have to turn it into more points. Being down only 20 points, I think, for the Dallas Empire, you're in a great spot right now. You see where they're spawning up. When we rotate over towards Warehouse next, they're going to have the back spawns, or will they? They still have them right now. Is that it's Illy and Shotzi who just spawn up. They're earning time as well. They're able to find the kill. So I think you take that. It's been a wonderful job. A nice rebound by the Dallas Empire.
Hook was kind of your X factor. You said he goes under the radar sometimes, which I know is ludicrous, but he is 16 and 10, leading all Slayers. I think the thing that stood out to me the most on the FaZe side was Major Maniac a moment ago was 3 and 7, now to 4 and 8. And there are games that they win and he has lower engagements, but you got to think he needs to step it up a bit as Clayster starts to heat up. A triple for him, 12 and 8, 4 in a row, almost 5 as Crimstick steals that final pick. But lovely from Clay, who was, hard on himself after that last home series event.
And again, right, it's what they're doing with these kills. They're pushing Atlanta FaZe so far from Warehouse where Hook and Shotzi already are. And that's why they have the lead right now. I think Minecart and Depot, 2 and 3, they did a wonderful job to keep themselves in the game. Now they have this lead. What can they hold on to? It's Clayster and Shotzi. They're going to use their teamwork and find a few kills. Now you have a bit of a staggered push coming in from the Atlanta FaZe. Abizi and Priest get taken down. This is wonderful. Look at the kill feed. It is all blue for the Dallas Empire.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I mean, as you highlighted FaZe's inability to hold with the early rotation, now we're seeing it done perfectly by Empire, and that is why the score now getting so skewed into their favor. As Clay trying to do some damage from outskirts, he does enough to help his teammates inside. Shotzi picks up the final 2 in the hard point, and this looks to be a flawless 60.
Yeah, flawless 60 as a big fight's going down on the other side of the map for the spawns for the next hill. Shotzi in the hill, going to take down Simp, not able to find Priesta. Illy trying to do what he can. These are the gunfights that could give them the spawns. Is Hook now trying to stay alive?
Major Maniac does win 1. I think it's Celium that spawns up on that right side of the map for him. 1 spawns up, but then now look at it. Empire have it all. Everybody still spawning at Warehouse for FaZe. This is beautiful from Empire and a fantastic chance over the next, 90 or so seconds to really push up a massive lead.
And I think this is just what we talk about when you're effective on the map with your kills. Like what Dallas has turned their kills into. Where the opposite side, I mean, take a look at the scoreboard. It's not like you really have someone suffering in the slaying category. You still have Celium +5, Simp and Priest are around even. And we saw what they were able to do on the second and third hill. Atlanta FaZe are just not turning their 5 or 6 down into more points. Major Maniac trying to be the route man right now. Trying to stay alive, trying to set up his team for the next hill.
Right around +10 for Empire at this current moment. But yeah, so much to Major Maniac to try and make a play in the back. Can he get a couple of kills as his teammates rally over and spawn Empire on the opposite side?
Yeah, I think it's more can his team get the kills and he stay alive. So there's the first one. Is that going to influence things? Illy and Shotzzy, though, they go big. Shotzzy is able to find 2 of his teammates, but Major Maniac finds 3. Trying to do what he can in the hill. Takes down Crim as well. Sliding back and forth. What a play for Major Maniac. That could be a game-changing one right there.
It 100% is. I mean, think about if they don't get this break. Empire running away with this game, but now FaZe are right back into it behind the route man. This is the reason they put an SMG in his hand and moved Celium over to the AR. They wanted Major Maniac to make plays just like that, Joe.
Yeah, that's exactly why they did it, right? He's not able to do that with an assault rifle, or he would have to play it a little bit differently. He's so much more effective in those situations. But Dallas, very similar to the first rotation. They're going to rotate over to Minecart. It's going to be about a 20-point lead. And look at this setup, just so spread both sides. How are FaZe going to attack this?
It was FaZe at Minecart with the early setup last time around, and Empire were able to break. Now can FaZe try to burst on through? Effectively traded back and forth so far. Illy the one making the plays inside of the hard point as the flood now comes in from FaZe. 20 and 19 out of Illy as he snaps back to take out one more, but Celium took down 2 before that, and that's going to be FaZe now into the hard point. Celium at 24 and 17 leading the way for FaZe as they get right back into this, now down 30.
Yeah, it was a great play by aBeZy. He was the last man at the prior hill we were at, and he was just waiting to set up the pinch, and he took his time. He waited for his teammates, and well, he was rewarded with 2 kills in hill time, able to break that through. But once again, when it comes down to it, who's in the hill towards the end? It's Dallas Empire. They just are doing such a good job making sure that FaZe can't turn their kills into a ton of time.
It feels like this game is going to come down to this next warehouse hold once we get through the crates hard point. Left side of the map right now, at least, is going to go to Empire. You're down 30 if you're FaZe. You've got to somehow keep them out of this point, rack up what time you can to make the play on the other side. It's aBeZy that's going to be going the whole way around. He's that number 5 on the map. He's got 3 players of Empire to deal with. Only takes out 1 before he drops, so it'll still be Empire with the spawns for next. But you've gotten some quality time here if you're FaZe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but this is one of those hills, right, where if you're Dallas, you don't want to give up the spawns, right, because you have the lead. You're just so focused on setting up warehouse that look at what has happened. 20 or 30 seconds go by, Atlanta FaZe about to take the lead because they have just earned so much time. Due to that play from aBeZy was putting pressure on the spawns. You see that flash come over, aBeZy's going to find that kill. But we talked about the warehouse hold. Who's it going to come down to? Dallas going to be the first ones there. Can Atlanta FaZe break through?
Well, last time it was, what, about 50 or so points for Empire on this hard point. They bordered on flawless from this position. Can they do it again? Just seconds away from another lead change. Empire about to go out in front, but it's going to be a 5-man hit from the top side of the map and mid for FaZe. This is a huge, huge push. They can't get the first injury. It's Shotzzy that's able to stagger this a bit. Wrapping around the bottom side of it will be aBeZy, and now the pinch will come through. aBeZy does end up falling, but FaZe has gotten into the hard point, Joe, and 2 players from Empire now spawning out.
I mean, that was, what, a 3v5, and those players just got through the doors. I mean, there were so many players from Dallas outside of the hill that the trades weren't there on the hill. So this is what happens. Atlanta FaZe, they just win all the gunfights from inside, and they were able to break on through. It was such a good hold on the first rotation for the Dallas Empire, but Atlanta FaZe able to make it messy as we're going to go to another set of hills.
Yeah, they basically split it, right? It's going to be just about a tie game. Empire will go out in front, but just by a couple of points. As we now get into the third set of rotations, we'll take a look at the minimap. It's Shotzzy. He just drops as he was on a 4 spree.
He made the play. Shotzzy was able to make the play, just stayed alive inside that train. I think Atlanta FaZe thought they had that side of the map locked up, but Shotzzy was inside. He's able to take down the 1 player, and you see what happens to the spawn. They flip.
It was Major Maniac that was able to sneak through last time and make the play heading over to Depot. Can he do it yet again? Empire cannot have any cracks in these lanes. They can't let anybody slip on through. So far, they're doing a good job. I know they're not getting much time here, but neither is the Atlanta FaZe. If Clayster's looking for something, all he sees is a smoke, and finally it's a BZ that comes flying on through. I think Major Maniac's trying to do it again. This time he's going all the way through the top side of the map, through minecart, and he's going to try and get in. But at number 6 in Crim 6, looks like he's got it picked up from that window.
Yeah, it's Shotzzy, I think, inside the window. So with 5 seconds left, they're going to try to set up a big push right when that hill pops. We'll see what Atlanta FaZe can do. They're hitting both sides. There's that opener for a BZ. And off that, I think the team is going to go, and a BZ, or sorry, Hook actually spawns out. So this is a chance for Atlanta FaZe. 2 kills come in from Priest and Sim. Shotzzy, you can make such good plays from up top. He's got the help of Hook and Illy. They're able to find 3 kills. Hook finds the 4th, Crim with the 5th. Have they done enough here inside of Depot?
They keep holding on. The parallel spawn was there for a moment, but I think it was Crim 6's position that spawned them out a little bit deeper towards mid. You got 30 seconds left on the hard point. Empire can win it here. They're holding behind Clay, Shotzzy, Illy, the entire squad getting involved to line them on up. 15 more points now needed for Empire as they look to close out Game 1 in the Chicago Home Series final. Can they get it done on this point? It's desperation time now for FaZe as they try to soar in. There was a contest for just a moment, but the contest is not long enough. Priest is going to drop out front, and that's going to do it for map 1. Empire with the 250-222 victory. They take the hard point.
Yeah, and you saw the last like 10-15 seconds what Atlanta FaZe was trying to do. They were just trying to get it to minecart. You had Major Maniac spawn up and immediately hit the rotation of minecart. He was just hoping his teammates could contest for a few more seconds, but man, I still think that game difference right there is the first rotation. What Dallas Empire was able to do in the 2nd to 3rd hill to stop Atlanta FaZe from earning a ton of time early on in that game, I think helps them all the way towards the end.
I think you're spot on, but I hope we can take a look at the stats because Shotzzy, man, he has been so improved over the course of this year. He goes 39-21 at +10. He has 90 seconds in the hard point as well. He leads the way for all Slayers on the map. There was no Simp 50 bomb to get in his way. Shotzzy took over and is going toe-to-toe with some of the best SMGs, if not the best SMGs in the world.
Not only Shotzzy, I mean, Illy has another big game. Hook right behind them. Like, you had the 3 SMGs going off, and then Clay goes big with that AR. 33-23 from Clay with a minute in the hill. On the other side, again, it's not like anybody went crazy negative. There was a couple opportunities for them to earn a lot of time. The Atlanta FaZe just not able to do so.
What are they? I think they actually ended up outslaying about 26 is I believe what it was. So it was a bit more lopsided. I think when you first kind of pointed out it was close, when I did the math, it was like 9 or 10, but that was with only a couple minutes left in the game. So over that final stretch, they really open up that slaying advantage even more for the side of Empire. And man, they got the key kills when they needed them. But I think you're spot on. It came down to a couple of hard points where Empire were able to break in behind the early phase holds. And I think it was Nameless that was talking a little bit about, I think the word he used was sloppy gameplay from FaZe at times, where you think they should be in a good position to run away with the game, to lock down a hard point, and they're just not able to do it. But before we get into the search and destroy, I just want to give you an updated look of how we got here, in case you just maybe tuning in on this Sunday, CDL Sunday, to take a look at the top teams in the game, the final 4 that have got here. But obviously, it's been a road that started out on Friday. Joe, were there any huge shocks for you really this weekend?
I think I was very impressed with New York. Seattle, I thought they improved a bit as well. Still only their wins over the Los Angeles Guerrillas, but I thought they played FaZe pretty tough in the semifinals. So I'm just excited to see those teams in the future home series.
Yeah, I mean, subliners, I know even though Crowder kind of talked to us on Hardpoints about how much they've improved, I still need to see it, right? I need to see it with my own eyes and see how much better they've gotten, and we saw just that. Yeah. And I think even London, I mean, God bless them, they have 2 months off. Same with subliners, like 2 months off, and you come in and you have to play Huntsmen and FaZe, but they played them really tough, and they looked improved with Shawnee. And I think, again, it's just one of those weekends that reminds you how good this level of competition is with only 12 teams in the league.
Yeah, I thought London had a couple of good opportunities, right? You had a great series, a great match from the likes of like Dylan and Scraps, but just not able to close it out. So Yeah, I think the future is bright, right, for a lot of these home series. I mean, now we have, 7-8 teams where I think realistically you could make an argument where they can make a run to the final. So it should be awesome to watch.
It definitely feels that way. But now back to the focus on this series. This is somewhere that FaZe have been already this tournament, right? They dropped, 2 hard points to the subliners. They'd lost the map 1, and that's where them being so well-rounded in all modes really benefits them. They can rebound and answer in the search and destroy, but I think the scary thing here, as you kind of alluded to earlier, is these might be 2 of the top search teams in the game.
Yeah, and this is an interesting one, though, right? Because I feel like we always talk about the veto system and the way it evolves, right? Maybe there's a map or 2 you're not seeing from a lot of different teams, and then as the future home series goes on, you'll start to see them pop in because they have to start to switch it up. And this is one, I think, for both of these teams. I think what you would have seen 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, is probably a Piccadilly. I think both of these teams are very comfortable on that map, and that was one of their go-tos. But now you have St. Petrograd starting to come into play where you only have 2 official map reps for the Atlanta FaZe. They're 1-1. On the other side for Dallas, it's just 1-0. 1-0 versus Minnesota. So this is what I mean, right? Like you don't have that Piccadilly. So this is an opportunity for the Dallas Empire where if they did their homework this weekend, they could have an advantage.
Okay, well, it's time to load into the map too, Joe. I'm going to crack open a game feel, and I'm going to hope it doesn't get all over me.
That.
Oh!
You got to put it on the ground.
Yep,
you no,
cast the first 5 seconds because it's all over my hands, Joe.
Okay, well, the game's loading in, so you're good. We'll just wait for you. We'll wait for you. You back yet?
Yes,
no?
Let's do it, Joe.
All right, well, we're into it. Sip hits a nasty one right off the start on the Shotzzy, as that's going to be a good first blood for the Atlanta FaZe. Hook, he's getting a ton of information towards end. You see the blue arrow start to rotate, but with such an early first blood, Atlanta FaZe can play the map how they want.
Welcome to map 2. As Simp hits the shot, Illy able to even the odds at 4-4 with a minute left in the round. FaZe just working up that B Street. His Major Maniac patrols, second story of restaurant. Just very passive from both teams right now. The pressure on the offense, obviously, to make a play. Where do they find their opening?
Yeah, and I think what FaZe is trying to do, and what I probably would have liked to see them do, and I mean, you get such a early first blood, you could sort of just take your time and force them to rotate on the map. There's a BZ. He's going to find Clay, show him some love. They won a world championship together, so don't worry about that. So now it's a 3 versus 4.
It's my turn, old man.
Yeah, exactly. See what FaZe decides to do, but they got to go fast. I mean, they have to commit to a bomb site. They have to plant. It's 5 seconds to plant. I do not know if they're going to have time. Oh, I don't think they will.
Now with bomb down, surely this one is going to be done. 5 seconds on the clock. A BZ in a 1 versus 2. Has to track back for bomb. Nothing he can do. And yeah, you get the first blood there if you're FaZe. You get the first step done. What falls apart for you?
I think giving them a 4 versus 4. Again, what you're hoping when you get a first blood that early is they over-rotate to a site. Or they split, right? Like we saw them in a 2v2. The problem is you don't have 5 players to sort of trade it out. It's only 4. 1 or 2 gets picked off. And then all of a sudden, there's no time on the clock. You want that 5th player to stay up. You want him to entry in, take a 5 versus 2. You should be able to open up a bomb site. And right there, a bit of a sloppy round from FaZe.
You got to close out those rounds where you get the first blood, especially when it's clean with no trade.
So early on, too.
Shotzzy, though, this time he finds the opening, rips off Major Maniac's head. Explosions everywhere as a BZ now answers back, but a stun, I believe, comes on through. Simp's going to have to watch over him from the window, and he can't get it done. There is one team kill for Empire, but they're still going to have the numbers as they work to get this bomb down.
Yeah, BZ playing a little bit of an offing, all right? We're so used to somebody playing on the van or inside the crates. He was playing on the bomb. He's only able to find one. Priest trying to work the flank. He's able to force a 2 versus 2. They have time as well.
And who's the guy that has stepped up in the search for them lately? It has been Priest.
It's been Priest, right? Big and round. But Priest gonna get caught by Clay as he shoulders the door. Now it's all up to Celium.
He goes soaring out. They've got him on both sides, and that is dominance from Empire again, up 2-0. And it was kind of a crazy one. I mean, there's the team kill for Empire. If Simp peeks that window maybe a second earlier, he can give aBeZy help, but then he gets caught as well as he goes to help aBeZy. It seemed to be just perfect angles and positioning from Empire. The only real blunder, just the team kill from the vehicle.
Yeah, and again, I know one of the keys to victory was, I wouldn't say a shot at aBeZy, but it was one of those things that we just noticed where he was getting first blooded a lot. But, I mean, he plays in a lot of tough positions. I think really what Ant's point was is maybe you're a step or two ahead of, like, your teammate as you're making those pushes, so make sure the trades are there. But he's going to be the guy that's first in. He's going to be the guy that's going to be first
It's like for years we talked about it with Zuma. When he's first in, he wins that first gunfight, things are usually going smooth. When you're first in and you lose 4 in a row, it can make it very, very difficult on the team. But that's back-to-back first bloods now for Empire behind the headshot from Clay onto Priesta.
And they're just looking comfortable on this map so far. They don't have to move. It's all up to FaZe. And again, FaZe playing the clock. 40 seconds off the round. Which bomb set are they going to go to? Nobody really moving for them quite yet. And I think this is just they're in a position where they're trying to get Dallas Empire to overthink, maybe over-rotate, but they don't have to because they have the numbers. Zip, he's going to find another kill. Going to make it a 4v4.
Do you think they seem uncomfortable on offense? Is it more just relying on them to make a play and win a one-on-one?
Yeah, I think that's it, right? I think they are waiting for the rotation so Simp can pick off that player inside the, back street like he just did. I think they were just trying to wait for him to find it. He's able to do so.
Well, the patience pays off, but now 16 seconds to go. They've got to get this bomb planted. They find themselves in a tough position to get the bomb down with little time on the clock again, but this time they're able to do it. It's Clayster in through Hazmat.
Oh, he doesn't see him.
Just doesn't spot him in the corner. aBeZy and Major Maniac then able to get kills. 3v2 for FaZe.
Yeah, Major Maniac was tucked away in that corner. Clay doesn't see him. aBeZy and Major Maniac now just trying to reposition. Smokes go down on the bomb. aBeZy finds Shotzzy. Major Maniac able to find the last player. And yeah, I think if Clay spots Major Maniac in the corner, that's a round over, a round win for Dallas Empire.
Just right on his screen, just doesn't see him tucked away. And that time the patience pays off, but if that's how they're going to be playing every offensive round, I mean, it feels like they're going to have situations that are going to continuously come down to like the final 20 seconds to work the plant, and it just feels like such a gamble sometimes, but there it works out.
Well, I'm sure they'll switch it up. We'll see how they do. I mean, it's always easy to go back to a fast day. I think that's the default for most teams. So it just sometimes it turns into a bit of a 50-50, right? Guessing the right corner, making sure your nades hit, and I think they're just trying to play it a little bit more methodically behind Sim's sniper, and why not? We know how good of a sniper he is. Priesta got right by somebody. Clayster, he ran right by him.
Play a dead silence pop. Just maybe got a fortunate timing.
Yeah, I mean, this is an opening for both teams, but Priesta may pounce first.
Patience there, like the trigger discipline. Make sure to take out Krim. That's going to turn one head and Hook, but Hook able to get the trade. You pointed out Clay getting through on the other side. Are they going to be ready for it? I think at number 4, Major Maniac is the one.
They can rotate it.
It's trying to peek out, and Major Maniac's going to get caught. Clay makes the play on the other side.
Yeah, and now you see Bomb just hit middle of the street, and Celium and Simp, they have to respond. So they're going to try to hit the flank. Hook's ready for it, though. If we can hop over to his point of view, he's going to take down one. I like that. Just play your life, play the numbers. He repositions. Celium's really good, though.
yeah, that's one way to highlight that. How good, though, because he's got 40 seconds to work toward this bomb. He has to take out Shotzzy and Clay if he's going to get this done. Here he goes. Fox Clay in the back. It's awkward with the mantle, but he's able to finish the kill. I think he goes for the slide and melees.
Yeah, he gets a dead slide.
Oh, no. Just the movement not on point there. He can't get across the gap. We'll see how close it was from Shotzzy. Oh, yeah. He doesn't blood to the movement there. He's got, what, 20, 25 seconds to work with and maybe a chance to reach out.
22 seconds. Maybe he hears Shotzzy, right? I mean, it was there. I mean, beautiful shots on the Clay. Uses that van for cover.
Oh, I thought he was toast when he got hit as he was mantling, but then he just snaps and obliterates Clay. 3-1. Now to Empire, and this looks like it's going to be the quick A hit you talked about.
Yeah, they got the trophy from Celium. Maybe that, allows them to play a little bit more comfortably. Smokes go down. There's aBeZy. Guess the entry guy's going to find the first blood this time. Gives them the advantage, but Shotzi's nades are there. Not sure where he throws that. They probably thought they were safe with the trophy that Celium put down as we started. But now with 3 versus 4. I mean, they have a 5v4. They just sort of play around this and get the bomb. The round's probably over. But the nade makes the difference.
Another round in which FaZe get the first blood. It might fall apart for him, but Major Maniac brings it all square. Shotzzy getting tagged up, but able to stay up. And he's going to fly right on through. There's the kill, but his teammate drops at the same time, and Major Maniac goes big once again. Now on to Clayster, who was playing deep at B throughout all of this. He has to rally on in. He's got Dead Silence pop now. Can he find an opening while it is still going?
Yeah, I think he was just hoping to find... Right now, his Dead Silence is out. I think he was hoping to find somebody on the bomb. Now things get a lot more difficult. Celium is going to drop it. He's able to stay alive, though. Major has his cross. Celium in a peek. Celium smokes him. If Clay has Deddy popped, maybe he's able to find that first player. There's a shot, but nice teamwork out of these 2 players in Celium and Major Maniac.
That's a big rebound in the round. I think it was all Major Maniac, because after the Shotzzy nade, they're in a 3v4. It looks like they're in a tough spot around the site as the rotation's starting to come in from Empire. And Major Maniac, I think, gets 2 before he falls. Really opens up A for him. 2-3 now. Still advantaged Empire. Shotzzy and Abizi leading the way, respectively, for their teams. I believe in that round it was Abizi with another first blood. This time it's Priesta. Priesta lines up the shot. Pure beam. Clayster's down. And Clay's...
Yeah, and we saw him do this yesterday, right? Just work this side, work this site, and he's doing a great job.
I'm pretty sure it's back-to-back defenses where Priesta's picked Clay on that street.
Well, no, because the last time Clay got all the way around, right? It was just like a...
Oh, that's right. That was 2 before that. You're right.
There's that first blood. They're controlling middle of the map as well. You take half the round off. What is Dallas going to do? Probably just your only options really to go towards A. And guess who's here? It's Mr. Abizi.
He gets sniffed out. What a play from Krim with the close range M4 shots. Able to do it. 2v2 now. Bomb getting planted with just under 30 to go. They'll get the plant through. Major Maniac and Priest to try to work this defuse. Nice shot from Major Maniac. That's going to make it a 1v1. Priesta versus Shotzzy.
Trying to spot him. There's just so many angles to check.
He spotted him
through the window.
Oh.
Wow, nice shots out of Priesta.
Oh my god, what a play from Priesta as he gets the high ground, gets the angle through the window, and hits the shots. A big clutch to bring us even as Priesta continues to be the playmaker for FaZe Clan and Search.
Yeah, just clutch round. I think you could just... He's probably got 5 or 6 rounds this weekend where you could just go back and see his impact and what he's able to do for this team. I mean, another big 1v1 to just keep them in this.
Yeah, no, it feels like this could be 6-0 Empire. Like, I almost feel like all 3 of the round wins for the side of FaZe have relied on somebody going big, whether it's Priesta, whether it's Major Maniac, like making some sort of heroic play to keep him in it. How many more moments do they have in them?
Well, that's what makes them so great, right? It's just any single one of these guys can have that moment.
Yeah, that's true. Back to what we saw in their first couple of offenses. Just trying to set up a pick. Rely on maybe a lack of patience from Empire on a rotation. But so far, they are holding strong. The first of the peak is going to be Clay, and Simp gets dropped.
There's just so many angles to check, right? And Simp, he just pitched the wrong one. Clay's able to find that first blood. Now it is time to go. You are down a man. There's only 45 seconds. Priesta, he's going to pop Dead Silence. Can he find the opening? Can he make the play? Well, can't make that jump. So now what are you going to do?
That was about
the Dead Silence is wasted.
The least efficient Dead Silence I've ever seen. That didn't help him. We had the Dead Slide earlier for Celium. Now Priestess can't hit the jump up. But Abizi and Priest to get the kills. Clayster and Shotzzy are going to fall. Illy connects the frag grenade. 15 seconds left to go. They have to work the plant. Is Illy in a position to play spoiler? Here's the peek. There's the drop. Bomb does not get planted. Abizi's got to pick it up and try and stick on it. Not able to do it, but now it's on Major Maniac. Last alive. Illy.
Can he hunt him? Can he hunt him?
Is he out? Is he out? He's able to stay alive just long enough. Illy makes the play on the site.
He's looking. They're looking at each other now. Hey, what's up? What's good? What's up, bro?
Little hide and go seek. I was over here, bro. Oh,
but yeah, he's able to hit that nade. He's able to stay alive. And once again, that's 2 offensive round downs for FaZe, where the clock is their biggest enemy.
Well, 3, but at least one they got the plant, got the round win, right? But if you're talking about planting with, we're trying to plant with under 15 seconds. I believe that's the 3rd now. Out of Empire try to set this up. It looks like aggression right up mid. Shotzzy is flying up mid-map. The flank is going to be there quick through pillars, and the flank is there. Shotzzy gets the first kill. The trade is on, though, and Simp mid-map hits a snipe at the same time, so it will be numbers for FaZe.
Yeah, it could have been easy, too, for Shotzzy. Just some uncomfortable timing. Hook just says hello, but the trades are there as he just flies on through, able to make it a 3 versus 2. That is why you stay by your teammates.
Yeah. I think Hook about cracked his left stick on that movement. Illy, nice shot. The hero of the last round, looking to do more.
Problem is, they don't have bomb right now.
Look where it is, too, like in arches.
Priestahh catches the timing. There was a player that just checked it. I think it was Illy who wraps back, checks the door, but Priestahh, he finds the timing with the flank. Little Katami on his side. And Atlanta FaZe, they're still in this one.
This has been a crazy search so far.
Yeah, it really has, man. I mean, these rounds have just developed so far.
Right, yeah, you haven't had, like, you know, every search and destroy feels like there's some of those rounds that are over in 30, 40 seconds. Like, all of these are going to time limit nearly. The longer they go, the more decisions each team has to make. And right now, they're even. Major Maniac has 11 kills on the board, and Simp with another opening first blood with that sniper rifle. He's able to hit the shot.
All right, you got attempt number 2. Let's see what they do with it this time. You get the first blood. How are you going to work the map? Major Maniac just trying to show some presence towards this site, but yeah, I think it's a good idea if you back up. And with the aggressive place of Shotzzy, well,
there it is again.
Crim's able to find him.
There it is again. You get the first blood. You have the 5v4. And a pick happens with no trade, but Simp connects on the snipe again. Just hitting shot after shot. I think coming into today, he had 10 snipes, leading all players, putting on a show once again.
Yeah, so what happens, right? You stack 3 to 4 towards A. They have to wrap back and rotate through the middle of the street, and that's where Simp's just watching the cross. Crim, he peeks the middle archway, able to get taken down, but Clay just trying to do his best towards the B site. He's able to find one, pops that silence, not making the play, but wrap back in the middle again, and it happens again. He's just so patient with this sniper. He knows all the angles.
Oh, he's working on a potential ace now. He's hitting 3 snipes in the round. Shotzzy, though, is going to catch him on bomb. That's going to make it a 2 versus 2. And again, it's down to the clock. There's only 10 seconds remaining. They have to work his plant. Shotzzy with the finesse inside. Finally going to drop. 2 versus 1. They have to plant, though. And Crimmy's got the angle. Crim's going to get the kill. And he gets away with his life. He is out. And once again, Empire steal a round. What are these search rounds, Joe?
Nobody was watching over the bomb planter. Celium was all alone. I don't know who was behind him. I think it might have been a Beezy, but he wasn't watching over him. He wasn't close. So many angles, and yeah, Dallas Empire's best friend is that clock.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're just sort of guessing, right? Like, they have no idea where Crim is at that point with all the chaos going on, and he just finds the angle. He takes a bullet or two, but he's able to get away. The GOAT
and
coming
I
up clutch.
Wasn't even sure if they would have gotten the plan off, but Crim still gets that kill.
It was darn close. I mean, the last time I looked, it was like around 5.2, 5.3 when he slid across. FaZe now will try to get us to around 11. Empire working the site. Abizi's going to spot one. Another first blood for Abizi, and I don't know what that is. A head just lands in front of him, but Crim6 answers with 2 of his own. 2 versus 2. 55 seconds to go on the clock. Empire gets the bomb back.
And it's been those mind games on the flank, right? We've talked about it time and time again. And who is it? It's Clayster versus Priestahh. This kill could be the difference in this round. Priestah's just watching the flank. Crim's all alone in the bomb site. Probably doesn't want to plant until Clay can reposition and watch over him. Maybe with that stun, he's going to spot him. I think Clay did spot him. You see that arrow starting to move on up. He's getting in a position.
Oh, he can't finish it.
Priest is able to get out. They're going towards B, and there's a player there. Simp's waiting for it. Simp is making the heads-up play, just trying to wait for it. But he might rotate out. Okay, so he hears Crim. He heard Crim, and just like FaZe, they're going to play the time. And that should be the round. Simp now going to run away, and it is the clock on
He's hiding in the same spot.
That strikes once again.
And now he hides the same spot Illy was, just tucking away. 5-5, round 11 coming up next. What a treat this game 2 has been.
I mean, if Clay hits probably one more bullet on Priesta, it's
one more.
100%,
one more.
They play together, it's over. But Priesta just able to use that movement and get inside top restaurant.
I thought once he threw that stun and Clay knew his position, he was dead to rights. But, whew, just gets out. Round 11 and your Chicago Home Series final between FaZe and Empire. It does not get better than this. Empire will be on offense. Simp, no snipe in hand this time around, just tucked away mid-map behind that table. Here comes Empire.
Now, BZ was in this spot last round. He's got to be careful. He was right in this position. How is Dallas going to play this? They go right back to the A hit. They like the numbers they had inside the site. Abizi, he's using dead silence, trying to spot what he can. Nobody working the flank quite yet. It's all up to Abizi. Can he find the first blood? He does. He's able to stay alive. Can he find the second? Abizi trying to make the play, but so his teammate takes him down.
I think he was dead anyway, but yeah, it ends up being a team kill. With 40 seconds to go. 4 versus 4. Bomb is down. Empire still have got to work this as Illy is able to scoop it up. Dead silence pop by one of the members on the side of FaZe. It's Priest.
I mean, with Simp's position, they can't rotate it, right? They cannot rotate it without him probably hearing something, so he knows it's A. So you still have 3 players here. There's going to be a freebie, but Illy gets down, and they know where Major Maniac is, and Hook flies. And Hook flies almost takes down Priest.
I thought he was going to gun him. 3v2 the numbers now for Empire, but they still have to work the plant. Cellium able to get the kill, turns into a 2v2 for a moment, but now it's all going to be on Simp. 1 versus 2. They got to get it down. Simp trying to track across and get in position to make the play, but there's the plant. It's 1v2 for Simp. It's now 1v1 for Simp. The youngster, the vet, former teammates.
They both have Daddy popped.
Clay holds it. Clay gets the shots in. Simp gets out the window.
He still has time. 30 seconds to work with. Both Daddies are out now. Both Daddies are out. What are they going to do? Clay continues to play top. He's going to hear him. He's got it. He probably hears him. He goes down the stairs, and I think Clay may have made the play, but Simp
gets the kill. He gets the kill.
Around 11.
He gets the kill.
Wins the 1v1.
Oh my God! What a map 2 it was.
The last bullet. Wow.
I thought he got out. I thought he got around the corner, just like we saw Priest do to Clay. I thought Clay got out. What was that? Holy hell, that was a treat, Joe. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, how many rounds come down to the clock? Almost another one. And it's Simp versus Clay, former world championship teammates, but it's Simp who clutches the 1v2.
That map took it out of me. Oh my God.
That was fun.
There were so many intense moments over the course of that. Just insane stuff throughout that search and destroy. 2 of the best teams in the world going toe-to-toe, but we're now going to be all tied up at 1-1 as FaZe steal it in the end. It's Simp with the 1v2. He hit so many snipes over the course of that game, but it's the 1v2 clutch that is the difference. What a moment for Simp.
I mean, even just him for to play the time, use that silence. But yeah, if Clay just gets around the corner, if he finds it, man, it's over. But since he's able to get out, he's able to reposition, and well, he wins it.
Well, this is our U.S. Army tactical play, and what else? It's got to be the 1v1 as Simp gets the clutch. That was insanity, and I think you're right. I think he just hears him when he's top. Dude, that I don't even actually know how that last bullet hit. Like it looked like Clay was a good 3 feet behind the wall, but the hip fire wall bang comes in. That's like a bit of a miracle. That's insane. I just watching it again, how crazy that was. There was some luck there. The COD gods on the side of Simp and FaZe for that one. Woo!
But yeah, it just comes down to they both run out of Daddy, and I think Simp is crouching around. He's got a little bit more mobility with the MP5, and I just don't. I think Clay is in a position where he doesn't want to make a noise, so he's trying to not move at all. And well, with a few seconds to spare, Simp's able to find him.
And just think how close Clay was catching him, like before he dipped out the window. Like that was one of the better search and destroys I think we've had all year, Joe, without question.
I loved it. That was so fun, man.
That was incredible. I hope you're enjoying this CDL game day presented by Game Fuel. It is a sensational final so far. We're tied up 1-1 in this best of 5. Map 3 up after this quick break. What a map it was, Joe. And I think I saw Miles tweet. It's perfect. He said the student becomes the master. Like Simp versus Clay. You could have not asked for something better. But what's so crazy is like we were so ready to hype that 1 versus 1 that first gunfight was ludicrous. Like you saw from Clay's POV earlier how hard it is to rip somebody off that bomb site, like that box. And Simp just rips him right off it.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where like I think Italy's just maybe trying to play a little bit for information, trying to get right back down. I think the headshots just come in. But I won't lie to you. This map is one I've been looking forward to because when you look at the Hackney Yard domination for both of these teams, on the one side, it's Atlanta 5-1. On the other side, it's Dallas 8-3. So both of these teams have so many reps. They have winning records. This should be a fun battle.
And this is for Empire, where I think having the veterans on the team is so important to kind of guide these young guys, because that was a painful loss. Like I think that was super winnable for Empire. There were some rounds they threw away, some advantages they threw away. I think you could absolutely argue that Empire should have won that map. Now, though, you have to put it behind you quickly. You have to rebound, and that's where people like Clay and Krim are so important, especially for Clay. Like, you just lost that 1v1. Brush it off. Bring the passion. Here we go into the domination, all tied up at 1-1 in this best of 5. Whew.
And I think we have a couple examples for both of these teams where they just dominate on this map. We just saw it in the semifinal for Dallas, and then what? It was a 60-70 point swing that you and I casted over the Atlanta FaZe. Just how quickly they can explode on this map.
They had a 2-cap the entire map. Yeah, it's when they spawned on this side. They spawned A side, and literally it was a 2-cap or a 2-cap and a neutral the entire 5 minutes. Empire, you got to think they watched that film and they've got something up their sleeve to deal with it, and there it is. As they pull it out, that's 3-4 kills they now get towards B. They'll work to get this secure, and there's the pressure towards A. A couple players going to spawn out. 1 from FaZe towards back green. 2 now going to spawn out towards C. Is this an early flip for Empire?
And Abizi's trying to hang on. Gonna have another 1v1. He's able to win 1 on Ailey. Shotzzy trying to do what he can. He knows the importance of his life right now. Just finessing around. The neutral is almost there. He closes the door on him. He says, nope, not today. He's out of there. The movement from Shotzzy just so smooth, but the problem is his teammates go down. Able to find Freesta. Abizi was there, though. Abizi stayed alive the entire time. And yeah, a great play from Shotzzy. A better play from Abizi, and AB right back in the hands of the Atlanta FaZe.
Still got to finish off B. But they will clear out Freesta towards mid-map. It seems like every time this battle goes down to B, there's just so many kills coming in for Empire. Now Hoop's able to sneak through, get a smoke down onto A. There's the neutral again that's going to force Celium to wrap back and deal with this one-on-one. That means they can't put pressure onto B. The only place currently capped is going to be C for Empire, and they'll just pick up B.
Yeah, you see the importance of A, right? Atlanta FaZe doesn't care about B whatsoever. They want that A home flank, but they have to get the kills. Crim's able to find 2. Guess who's still here? It's Hoop the Nuke. Doing what he can back by this dumpster. Major Maniac able to take him down, not trying to stay alive. All the red arrows flying back towards this side of the map. And here's the thing. This entire time, Dallas has 2 flags. They have the neutral. They have a 14-point lead.
Yeah, it just feels like FaZe have never been able to get set up or get comfortable. There's always one more person at A, it feels like, for Empire. Always one more person with pressure. Now you get 4 kills. Maybe this is the chance to start to breathe a little on the map and slow it down, but they haven't been able to get B until this point in the game. There is FaZe getting B, down 14. Now can they lock up Empire? But here they come.
Well,
Shotzzy gets 2.
It reminds me of Hardpoint, right? they're getting the kills to get there, but it's that set after, so where they can get set up and lock them in, that Dallas Empire is just shutting them down, so you're not allowing them to get the setup they want.
It's that big, like, 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 towards B. It feels like Empire's won every single one, right? Like, every single one they've come out of with numbers, and that's why they've been able to flood over towards the A site and continue that pressure there as Illy continues to patrol around B. But it's Empire up 17. They're working to get B capped as well. They're trying to bounce back from that painful round 11 search and destroy loss. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen in with your Dallas Empire.
Top out, brother.
Yep.
I need a top out.
I need a top out.
I got multiple guys.
Top out there.
Neutral.
I'm watching. I'm hanging out top
One
out.
shot. They're absolute.
I have your help. Sit on.
I can't be. I gotta be. I saw him their door. I saw him their door.
Yeah,
And I have left.
That's got done.
Bring this one behind us.
That's the door. Let's
Gotta go
try
fast.
this.
Let's push
To the door.
To the door.
I got one.
And mid.
One way the door, one way the door.
Easy, go in their door. Close up.
That's their door and to the left and the right.
Yeah.
To the left and to the right. To the left and to the right.
He's gonna go top scav.
You got the top out?
I'll pick it up.
Get it at?
I'll top out.
Got one P1. One more scap.
I'm trying to watch. I'm watching C and bottom.
Scap in their door. Scap in their door.
We want to go see.
Yo, hurt. Top scav. I'm
Top
stunned.
slant.
I'm
He was
backing
top
up.
slant, Porter.
Yeah, I hear you.
I spawned here. You're good.
Okay.
I spawned
You
here.
went back to pit.
I cut him.
He's mid map then. Yeah.
I cut him.
Nice. Good job.
They beat top out.
No, I
I have mid stairs now.
Top out.
Top out. Another one.
I need it.
One shot. Push.
Yo, one shot.
Let's go.
Let's get there.
I'm going in.
Let's go. Yo, cut off green.
It's one shot. He's one shot. I mean, fork. One shot. Fork.
He's got
Get my cut off. Somebody go back to C.
Yo, going back. There's my
I got cut off.
Go back to
They're gonna be L and B.
Already B.
Yeah, already B.
Top out. I got one.
One on B right now.
Let's go, Porter. Let's go, Porter.
Alright.
Just fly out,
Our
Porter.
door. First.
Nice.
Milk.
Good job.
Milk.
One B, I'm pretty sure.
Yo, you can go back. Yo, MP1, P1, and B on B.
MP1.
He's gonna.
Done.
Nice.
Yo, top
Hey,
A.
one's that?
Top A.
One's that?
I
One's
got
that?
terrible timing.
One of you go back to A.
One top out.
Stay B. Neutral. Deplete B if you can. Deplete B if you can.
Our door dead.
Fork cell.
Nice, yo, Jacob on him out. Jacob on
Fork
him out.
cell dead. Got him.
Nice. Good job.
I'm
Troping A
depleting.
or B.
I'm coming fork.
Depleting with
I
you.
bought him out.
Yo, I'm gonna go see Campe.
Top L weak. Top L weak. Top L. Two jumped out. Two jumped out.
Campe right now.
Campe, got it.
Campe.
We can't, Porter. We're gonna
Bottom
spawn
and
this
top out.
C.
Bottom and top out.
Well, I'm getting it.
Cap C. Cap C.
Got one. I got one on B. Another one on B.
Go to B, Ender.
I stun one C. One shot on C. Fuck.
Fine.
dead.
Two C.
Another guy B right now.
Get him off.
Right side.
I can't see him.
Captain underneath. Yep.
Oh, yo, good
Okay,
fucking
alright.
bad side,
Yeah,
man.
good
Let's
job,
go.
Good side, boys. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
On B, left corner. All right. Keep this shit up, man.
Yep.
You guys are fucking frying.
Yep.
Good shit.
Let's go.
Don't go in the middle of that list.
I should have
You
a
go to
trophy
me.
right here,
This
yo.
is so
Yo, this
impressive.
is the team that does
What
that.
did you love from Empire?
I mean, you heard it right there towards the end. It was Clay. Just like, what a bad side we heard, right? Who's getting his teammates fired out? That may be the most impressive bad side half a Hackney I've ever seen, where you're spawning on the C side and what they were able to do. They were able to maintain C and B. Every single time they had the opportunity to push A, you heard them push A. They're going to be spawning behind us. They did it. I don't know. It was just so well executed from the Dallas Empire. Yeah, man. I don't really know what else to say besides what a hack.
And I think I heard what I wanted to when I was talking about how Crim and Clay kind of needed to lead the troops to bounce back in this, because yes, you heard like player call outs from Shotzi, Illy, Hoop, but from Crim and Clay, it was all the, take down the cap, head to A, head here, go here. Like they were literally commanding the troops around the map, and I just thought that was very cool to hear, because it felt like Clay would do it, then Crim would pick it up. Like I loved it. I love that listening. I think that was one of the better ones we've had this year.
And now, can they hold on? We know what the Atlanta FaZe can do. I think we saw the stats at the half. Clay had a big half. On the other side, I think Priesta was really struggling, and now you see this AB setup. And guess who can get comfortable and get set up? It's the Dallas Empire, and they have Atlanta FaZe trapped. Yeah, 5 and 17 from Priesta, 20 and 10 from Clay.
Is Priesta good? I mean,
it's just Dom can be tough, man. If you don't have control a lot, you're constantly running into a setup. You have to win a few one-on-ones, the stuns, the nades hit. I mean, what we talk about all the time. If you get put into the blender, this could be that map.
And this map just in particular, yeah, when you don't have the preferred side, it is so tough. I think it was a couple of the stats guys were tweeting out stats about that yesterday, where it's just comparing what they do when they spawn C versus what they do when they spawn A. Like, it's just nuts, the difference, because it's so much easier to play from that when you're playing from the tough side the entire time. 7 and 19. It's a stat line you're more than likely going to see.
See what they can do. Still plenty of time, but with 3 minutes, 47 points is the difference. you're gonna need a 2-cap and a neutral already for a good chunk of time, and I think Dallas know that. So guess what? They're gonna put pressure at C. They're gonna camp A. They're gonna get some kills. They're gonna get on B. They're just getting on all the flags. They're doing it all right now. This is not good for Atlanta FaZe.
No, I mean it's already been not good. Now it's just very, very, very bad for FaZe.
Very bad.
Yeah, this is horrible. I just don't know what you do if you're FaZe right now. You need just a 2 and a neutral. You gotta start to push. They're able to get AB. 2.5 to go. They have AB. FaZe, many would say they're the best team in the world. If someone can pull this off, maybe it is them. And we saw it with the versus subliners yesterday. No, not subliners.
Yep.
Was it subliners?
It was.
Yeah. Versus subliners where they had that crazy 60-point swing. They've done some wild stuff, but now they know how important this is. Everybody's flooding forward, but you got to worry about a potential spawn flip when you have this aggression. They're still spawning safe at A, but they've got to win this for the neutral as well. If they're able to get a neutral, this lead starts to deplete very quickly. The question is, can they do it? The guy pushed up mid-map is Major Maniac that I think is trying to play from a sneaky position near Smokestack to get this done.
You just have to make sure Shotzzy can't go and like sneak through, right? Because that's what one player is trying to do. And you see the way Crim's playing it right now. He's playing pretty defensive. I mean, he can. He knows that they need to push for that C flag. So I almost feel like you're almost playing like that hardpoint sneak style where you're playing a little defensive and you have a guy like Hook or Shotzzy just try to get through, maybe pop dead silence and neutral that A flag. We'll see what ends up happening. They gotta go, and they gotta go soon. If you have a 3-cap, it's 36 points per minute. But guess who's playing D? It's Crim once again.
Yeah, not only
they get to
and
A,
the flip.
yeah,
there's the flip as well. That's what's so risky about it. You know, you put all that pressure towards C for the neutral. Not only does Empire get the kills at C, but they also get the flip out towards A, and that more than likely is going to seal the game. I think it's been done for a while, but that'll be the dagger. What a performance from Empire. I mean, it really all just comes down to that first half. That was incredible. It was an amazing listen in to hear the guys talk through the comms. That was sensational. I think you're right. I think that was one of the better performances we've seen from the quote-unquote weak spawn towards C.
That was awesome to watch. I think a lot of teams are going to go back to that and probably copy their play style a little bit. I mean, again, it helps when you're outslaying and someone like Priest is having an off map, but... Well, yeah, they were just right from the start playing that well.
But it was like you kind of highlighted that early. It was like it's 3 to 4 duels around B in a row where Empire win the fight and they have a massive number advantage and they're able to continuously just flood A, flood A, flood A, flood A. It just felt like the opening, 2.5 minutes of that game before they got the full-on flip. They just had pressure there, always. Like, FaZe were always having to track back. They'd have to win that fight at home, and once they finally got back towards B, they'd lose the fight and start the process all over again. Like, it just looked so frustrating from FaZe's POV. Just on the back foot from the get-go. Beautiful stuff from Empire. They'll now take a 2-1 edge by winning both respawns. And they're thinking now, you know what Clay's saying, we should have 3-0'd these guys.
One more
We
map.
should have 3-0'd these guys. Let's close this out.
Yeah, one more map, but that's what makes it scary, right? Because now you got to go to a hard point, and you are going to Atlanta FaZe's pick now, which is Petrograd. So just taking a look for the hardpoint records, Atlanta 4-1. What is their one loss? It was the absolute massacre that you and I watched yesterday against New York. So I think you feel good, but you also know, sheesh, we just played that map yesterday. Let's not make the same mistakes. On the other side for Dallas, 2-2 on St. Petrograd Hardpoint. So a good map for both of these teams. But yeah, I mean, I talked to Crowder after it. I was like, I mean, listen, I know your team. You tell us about it all the time. After that, St. Petrograd Hardpoint, what was the team like? And it's just like, Stella was, we got smoked. On to the next one. Like, nothing you can do about that. Or you're getting out-rotated and outslayed every single hill. So I'm sure they will focus up on this one.
Well, just to give you an idea how bad it was, like, what have we talked about so much this year? That there have been so few 100-point clubs compared to previous years. I think part of that is the spawns and the nature of this game, and part of it is just the level of competition we now have in a 12-team league. But I think there's been something like 200-point clubs all year, and they got smoked. Like, they're one of those two, and this is the last time they played that map. So I would think they put some time into this overnight and talked about with the coaching staff on how to improve, but, like, yeah, that was one of the worst losses we've seen the whole year.
and it's so weird, I think, too, to see it on that map, because St. Petrograd, what it does, it sets up easy rotations, right? Like, when you're getting a bad spawn, it sets you up for the next hill pretty easily, where you shouldn't be getting 100-point clubbed, right? Like, you should just be able to, you talk about the rotation from cafe to hazmat or from hazmat to pool hall. They're all the way across the map, right? So one team is spawning on the opposite side. That's why it was so impressive yesterday for New York.
But what was your big takeaway from the game one in this series? FaZe at times had the early rotation. Empire broke. So we know Empire's capable of doing it. If they get a couple of those big breaks here, I feel it's even, I don't want to say more lethal than Gunrunner, but yeah, I think you kind of, yeah, you're right in the sense of you really do get set up. It's sort of like a seesaw in a sense, right? You know, you get the early setup for this one, the next team gets the early setup for the next, and it comes down to who can get those crucial breaks. But as much as FaZe, I think this year had probably been the most impressive team at getting breaks just due to their raw slang and talent. If we just look at the map one, it was Empire that won that battle.
Yeah, fundamentally, Empire right now just seems to be on point. When they're getting the setups, they know exactly what they want to do on the map. Everybody's getting those kills, and it's dangerous right now. I know we talk a lot about, you know, Minnesota and how they play the map, but it feels like over the last, about month, Empire has stepped it up significantly.
Well, we know it's the role change, which we've beaten that to death talking about that, but then also the coaching change with Rambo coming in. I don't think you and I know how much of an impact he's had, but I'm sure in some capacity he certainly assisted the team. I mean, if they win this, he'd be 2 for 3 since he joined, so that looks pretty good for his resume. But whatever it is, whether it's Rambo, whether it's the role change, whether it's the vets, whether it's the young guys, it's obviously a combination of all of them. It's working for Empire.
Well, listen, I played with Ray for a very long time, and he always had what he called rules on the map. Like, when this happens, don't do this, basically. Like, don't be in this area. It's like, if we spawn C, don't go to the right side because we have the chance of being spawn trapped. So I think for those younger guys, if you want to talk about his impact, it's probably that. The guy just sort of keeps the game as simple as possible to make sure there's certain things that you do when you spawn up.
Let's get into map 4. Dallas looking to close this out. It's CDL Game Day presented by Game Fuel, and this is your home series final. Either of these teams is going to be the first 2-time champ this year. It'll be their second home series win. FaZe, I'm hoping they get us to a map 5 because I want a map 5 after that game too. That search was just a treat to commentate. I'm sure you guys at home had a pleasure watching it, but FaZe have got to take this Hardpoint. Hardpoint has been not great for them this weekend, at least. They lose 2 to subliners. They drop the map 1 here. It's not been their top mode, that's for sure.
And think about what it was yesterday against New York. I mean, on this map, they started down 50 points, and they lost the rotation already. 22 on the board for the Dallas Empire. Hook's locking down middle of the map. That player that was trying to rotate, he gets taken down. That was a beezy. So you're already in a tough position if you're the Atlanta FaZe. They're going to try to fight for this scrap time, which I really, at this point, don't blame them. They'll get these 15 seconds. As, a nice rotation from the Dallas Empire. A good start for them.
It's kind of funny how things have kind of come full circle when you think about all we had early was online scrims. 2 top teams that we were discussing were Empire and FaZe. That conversation obviously changed as Empire came out flat. And Huntsmen won an event, but now because of everything going, we're back to this online structure. And who is it that we're going to tout the #1 team? It's FaZe or Empire.
As Dallas Empire getting set up. You don't even have a presence here quite yet. Major Maniac's going to be the first guy by this hotel. Checks the right door. See you later, Krim. He's got another player to deal with. That's Shotsy. The rest of his teammates get taken down. Right now, you're at this point with 30 seconds left. What else do you throw at this? Because you're going to have to rotate all the way to Hazmat. It looks like they're just going to lock this down, but you already have, this 60-point deficit for the Atlanta FaZe.
It's a big lead for Empire. You heard the comms from them in the last map. They were on point. They seem to be on point here as well. But I've got to hear it from FaZe as they try to ramp up this comeback. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with your Atlanta FaZe.
Oh no, Shotsy got through.
Kitchen on me. Up, blue. 1 shot.
I'm kitchen 1 midi, but line.
And mid tunnel right now.
Yes, stay.
Water.
Nice, good job.
Nade over water. Do you have window?
I water.
Clay's water.
I water.
Kill weak. There's 2 Window, 1 shot.
2
Shotty.
Nice. Stay. Join.
One's knife me. Nice. I went down my window right now.
It's a big thing.
Finding water.
Window right now.
Window on me, think. Window on me.
Window.
And back door. Window and back door. Window shot me.
I need them window.
He's weak in the closet. Two front. There's 3 in. One more. Nice, one more. Big one's in hill. I'm holding you, Tom. Watch out. Watch out.
Spawn out. They flip, guys. Nice. Good shit.
Good job.
Another little time.
Try to get water.
Okay, good shit, Tyler. I'm holding mid. Tunnel dead.
I can't look water. I'm top. You got water. Guys,
you guys have my front, right? I don't have your front. I do not have your front.
Guys, they can get to my front. Set up inside a pool. What a moment this is for FaZe if they're going to bring it back, Joe.
Yeah, I got a little bit nervous because Dallas did what they did in map 1, where they just, when Atlanta rotates, they made it chaotic. They contested a lot of the time, but it was Abizi who made a huge play, was able to rotate out towards Pool Hall, was able to find Hook in a 1v1, won that gunfight, and they were able to make it a little bit easier on themselves. Now only down 30 points. There's 20 left in Pool Hall. It's a nice comeback from the Atlanta FaZe.
What I find so interesting, though, is like FaZe live in the chaos, right? That controlled chaos is where they thrive. When they struggled against Minnesota Røkkr, they kind of slowed it down and reduced the chaos. That has not been Empire's game plan. They're welcoming they're welcoming the chaos. They're going toe-to-toe with FaZe, and this is just something we have not seen this year.
Yeah, not at all. But I think it's because of, I mean, we talked about it before the match. Like, you have Illy, Hook, and Shotzi who could play at the pace of the other 3 players on the Atlanta FaZe. And I don't think there are a lot of teams in the CDL that can do that.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. But they're down 50 now, trying to battle back in a restaurant before this second set of rotation starts. And I think if you're going to bring this back, it starts with this second set. Like, it was sloppy from FaZe. They were down 60 out of the gate, basically, as Empire dominated it early. Through the first and second hardpoint, FaZe have surely just got to be better. But this league grows and grows for Empires. They get all this time inside a restaurant. It's going to be what? Got 80 point advantage, somewhere in there?
80 points, yeah, 80 points. Yeah, I mean, again, you get into a hill, they get set up, and Atlanta FaZe just can't get in. It's what we've been seeing. It's really what the trend has been. Now can Atlanta FaZe respond with one of their own? Major Maniac trying to work the flank. He's able to find Illy. He's able to find Hoot. That's a nice start. So start to earn this time on this first hill inside of Cargo. One player, though, in Crim, I think is sneaking around. See that number 2? He's able to find him. That's going to set up the pinch. As soon as he comes through, it's Shotzi who gets on the hill. It's all up to Celium, and Celium goes big.
Yeah, those two were desperately needed. But now with 30 seconds remaining on this, you got to think about the time. You also have to think about next. In Empire, they get in. How much more is FaZe going to throw at this on the cross? I think it's Abizi that got through for a moment, but he's going to get dropped. Clay and Shotzi combined to bring down 4. FaZe will get set up for next as the seesaw continues, but that's a big, 25 points or so for Empire.
Yeah, we're talking about the seesaw back and forth, but that's the thing. It really hasn't been back and forth because Dallas have done such a good job. You think Dallas should have the rotation it has, Matt, coming up next. So this Cafe Hill has to be huge for the Atlanta FaZe. They need a response. You need 40 or 50 points here. Major Maniac inside. Pool Hall is able to take that down. That's going to be 4 dead as they start to get a little bit aggressive towards middle of the map.
I think they want to push this out. If they can somehow chain these together, how insane it would be. But they still have to hold on at home. Yeah. They still have to hold on at home, and now the contest is in. Empire have gotten in, 4 points away from getting over that 200-point mark and looking to close out this game. 60-point deficit still for FaZe. For the most part, it's been solid here. I know there's been a bit of a contest, but it's a lot of points for FaZe. Now going all the way around that number 8, we'll keep an eye on Priesta and see what he's able to do on the other side of the map. For Empire, it's Illy that gets the first rotation in. So a good hard point for FaZe, but still it feels like so much more work to do when you see the scoreline.
Can they do what Dallas did? Can you contest this? Maybe only give Dallas 20 points here and have a nice rotation to Pool Hall towards that hill number 4, and then from Pool Hall you can sort of tie the game up. Priesta with a nice nade over the top. He's able to break through, and he's going to flip those spawns. Priesta We talked about his heroics so many times. Did not have a great map 3. He's able to find 3 kills. Gets on the hill and flip the spawns. Another great play.
That was even better than I think what you wanted. You were talking about contesting the time. They break the spawns nearly instantly as things might be falling apart for Empire. They still have a 40-point advantage. Illy, a wondrous play. 3, nearly 4. Priest the Major Maniac will clutch up, but you're at least contesting it for your Empire with a multi-kill through for Illy. A team kill for FaZe, but they've done a good enough job to give themselves a chance in this game. If they don't get that early break, it's likely done, but they're still battling, desperately clawing to get into a map 5.
I was gonna say they found kills on Hook and Crim, so like, you know, when you sort of have those mid-map setups where you can't get across until 35 seconds, they don't have that. So they already have some front door presence. You have one person working blue courtyard, so you have a chance here if you're FaZe, but it comes down to this: 4 players to the front, 2 go down. You had a BZ work in the back, and here comes the Atlanta FaZe.
There's the swarm. What a moment this is. Down 30 as they try to break on in. It's Major Maniac Simp with 2. They get in instantly, but you're still spawning so close if you're Empire. They're going to be able to keep rallying troops into this, but it's another hard point that FaZe get into so quickly, Joe. But Crim, Illy, Shotzzy, Clay, they want nothing to do with it. That's going to be 4 down. 227 to 200. Empire so close to winning this game.
Not win here, though. We're going to go back to restaurant. Still, though, FaZe don't want them to hit that scrap time. That's going to put them so close. So that'll put them at 243. But it's going to happen. Can they have a near perfect hold? No, Shotzzy and Hook hit 4. Hook with the 5th, and that could be it, Maven.
Shotzzy and Hook go huge. The contest is there for a second, but it's not enough. It's the Dallas Empire with their 2nd home series win. And man, oh man, they had to go through the teams that have played them all year. They go through Chicago. They go through Atlanta. They get their 2nd victory, and now, in my eyes, cement themselves as the top team in the game.
I mean, Atlanta FaZe, they did what they had to do at Pool Hall. I have no idea what Shotzzy and Hook just pulled off to that rotation. But they get all 5 dead. It's an easy 5 seconds that comes in. Beautifully done from the Dallas Empire. Congrats on your 2nd home series.
When I looked at the minimap at restaurant, my thought was FaZe have a chance. Like they looked set up like
that. It was 4 dead.
FaZe have a chance, and then the entire minimap of red arrows just goes away. They all just get depleted off the site. But that was a fun final. I mean, we've had some crazy ones this year when you think of Empire versus Røkkr and now Empire versus FaZe. Like there have been a lot of wild finals, but man, that Search and Destroy was incredible. The map 1 was great. The map 4 was solid. Really, the only blowout was the map 3, but even that was a treat to watch because of Empire's comms and how on point they were. But Empire are hitting new levels, man. The first team to get their 2nd home series win. And this has to feel so good for Hastro, Rambo, the entire squad.
I was just rewatching that final hardpoint break, but I mean, Shotzzy and Hook, man. Shotzzy just gets into that little elbow inside a restaurant. 2 players run into him. Then Hook comes through the back door and he finds the rest of them. But yeah, man, that was a crazy break by the Dallas Empire.
Unbelievable. And yeah, to the point that I was kind of making during the course of that, it was just so interesting to see because the last time we saw FaZe lose versus Røkkr, it seemed to be such a different playstyle. Like they really slowed the game down, but Empire just go toe to toe with them. As we now take a look at the scuff play of the game, it's going to be the final 15 or so seconds of that map 4. As you said, Shotzzy and Hoop make the play in restaurant to close out the game for the Empire. Joe watched it one more time. Now you'll get to watch it as well. And this is your scuff play of the game.
Yeah, I mean, again, you just have Major Maniac set up behind the bar. You think it's going to look good. I mean, it's 250 to 240. Like you said, there's a shot. We've seen some amazing holds inside this last hill at restaurant. But Hook and Shotzzy just made that look a little too easy.
And I don't know if that's one of those things where you switch Major Maniac over to the sub, obviously, right before this event. That's one of those, like, supreme finesse positions, kind of, right? Like, it's chaos in there. Like, it is madness around that bar, and I just don't think he was up to the task of dealing with Shotzzy flying in because he just gets ripped off that bar. That was nuts.
I don't know. Like, to me, I think if you're Atlanta FaZe, like, games 1 and 4, you got outslayed, but also it was one of those situations where you had the opportunities. Like the opportunities were there, and that set of kills that you needed once you've got to that rotation, it just didn't come in. I mean, even looking at that first half of Dom, right? We talked about it time and time again. That second set, we talk about the first set so much because it sets you up. You need a few more kills. You at least need to trade to earn yourself some time, and they just weren't doing that. Yeah, Dallas just took it right to them.
This year has been crazy when you just think about how teams progress, what teams have gotten better, and I just can't give any more respect. Like, it's just so impressive how Empire improved over the year. Like, when you think about Minnesota, the first event, and they came in, they lost to FaZe and Huntsman, just got blasted on social media, blasted on Reddit, just dominated. But now they've got the online home series win, they've got the LAN home series win, they've beaten FaZe, they've beaten Huntsman, and they just seem to be getting better and better. And for now, they're the number 1 team in the game. Now, will that change in a week or in a couple weeks to the next event? Like, who knows? Like, FaZe and Huntsman still obviously can take that crown, but enjoy it while it lasts. Empire, you look damn good.